In a neighborhood full of mansions, a girl named Lin Yuliang was brought to the home of her stepmother, Guan Shanmei, by her father, Meng Weigua. This is my daughter, Xiaoyu. Go on and call her Annie. Hello, Annie. Lin Yuliang is 16 years old this year. Guan Shanmei smiled and said, don't be so formal. We're a family now. Come on in. Lin Yuliang recalled how 3 months ago she had witnessed the complete breakdown of her parents' marriage. Lin had just said, the house is yours. I don't want the car. You take the child. What? Why should I take the child? Because I don't have time to take care of them. She doesn't have time, so I do. Meng Weigua, are you yelling at me right now? You've been idle for so many years, and now you're pretending to be busy. Lin, let's just part on good terms. I don't want to argue with you. I hope we can respect each other. Oh, now you remember to respect me? Back when you first moved in, you were so spineless in front of them. I was like a dog that couldn't understand human language. No one cared, and no one gave a damn about my feelings. Back in the present, at her stepmother's house, Xiaomei said, Xiaoyu, your father and I are leaving for our honeymoon tonight. Just make yourself at home. Don't feel restrained. If you need anything, just tell Annie Zhang. Everyone here likes you very much. But Annie Zhang glanced at her and rolled her eyes, looking like she didn't like her much at all. Lin Yuliang said, okay, Dad, Annie, I'd like to go for a walk. All right, after you're done, I'll have my son pick you up. He just got back from traveling abroad today. From now on, you can treat him like your own brother, okay? I'm heading out. Lin Yuliang sighed and walked outside, her heart filled with mixed emotions. As she walked, she suddenly stopped in front of Tattoo Parlor. She didn't know why, but she was drawn to the place. Just like that, as if by some strange impulse, she pushed open the gate and walked in. Then she slowly pushed open the shop door and began looking at the eye-catching tattoo designs hanging on the wall. As she looked, she turned her head and saw a group of people sitting together, chatting and smoking. They were probably the shop's employees. One of the young men, named Jiang Han, was stunned when he saw her. Jiang Han looked her up and down. Lin Yuliang looked at them, then waved a greeting. Shang Han waved at a man lying on the sofa, signaling that a customer had arrived. But the man paid no mind, turned his face away, and continued sleeping on the sofa. Annoyed, Shang Han slapped him hard. Shen Juan, stop sleeping, there's a customer. Shen Juan refused to get up, cursing, customer my ass. Piss off. Oh, quite the attitude. Shang Han said helplessly, sorry, little sister, our boss isn't in a good mood right now. It's okay, I'm just looking around. Shang Han shouted again, Shen Juan, the girl is waiting. Shen Juan reluctantly sat up, then ran a hand through his hair, revealing a handsome, refined face with a scholarly A-I-R-M-Y God. He's so handsome. Shen Juan looked at Lin Yuliang and asked, Tattoo, where do you want it? Then he stood up and folded the blanket. Lin Yuliang subconsciously glanced at Shen Juan's butt, then muttered under her breath, that butt. The moment the words left her mouth, all the guys present were stunned. The atmosphere instantly froze. Shen Juan looked at her with a confused expression, which made her very embarrassed. She quickly corrected herself, but can I get a tattoo on my butt? Shen Juan stared at her, the atmosphere still dead silent. Then he walked closer to her and said with a smile, sure you can. Really? Lin Yuliang panicked and I'm screwed. What do I do now? Then she looked over at the tattoo design area. She walked over and looked for a moment, then frowned. Why do these all look like a child's drawings? But she still said with a smile, this devil is so cute. Shen Juan corrected her. That's Hello Kitty. Huh? Oh. Shen Juan continued. This is Hello Kitty. Lin Yuliang was speechless, then forced a stiff smile. Did a child draw this? No, I did. Lin Yuliang helplessly put the paper down. Then she said, so, are there different considerations for tattoos on different body parts? Shen Juan said, pain, and the aftercare is different too. Oh, then where does it not hurt? Shen Juan looked at her, and seeing her worried and pain-averse expression, he let out a laugh. You're asking where it doesn't hurt? It just so happens to be the place you want to get tattooed. Just then, Lin Yuliang's phone rang. She quickly turned to answer it. It was the stepbrother Annie Guan had mentioned earlier, Fu Mingxi. As soon as she answered the call and said, brother, Fu Mingxi said, I'm sick, I can't come pick you up later. This brother's acting is terrible, she thought. How sick are you? What's your temperature? 40 degrees. Then I'll call 120 for you. Fu Mingxi was too angry to speak and hung up without another word. After hanging up, she said, sorry, something urgent came up. I'll come back another time if I have the chance. Shang Han said, goodbye. Remember to come back. After she left, Shen Juan said, Wan Ji, that girl is pretty cute. Standing there in her dress. Her eyes are as clear as glass beads. That little fairy vibe she isn't an act. She's a real fairy, you know? Shen Juan recalled how she looked earlier. That appearance was indeed a bit alluring. He remembered how she looked when she threw the dart. A perfect bullseye. Shen Juan cheered, damn, Wan Ji is so cool. I should have just asked for a number right then. That girl is so pure and well-behaved, just like a house cat. Shen Juan looked at the drawing he made and muttered to himself. Cute is cute, but if you really make a move on that little cat, she might devour you, leaving not even your bones behind. Shen Juan said, come on, just because she disturbed your sleep, you hold a grudge against her. You just wait. An unpredictable little fairy like that. If I, Han Ji, were to make a move, even I'd be scared of myself. Shen Juan tapped his fingers on the table, then crossed his arms and smiled faintly to go ahead and hit on her. That evening, a light drizzle was falling as Lin Yuliang finally returned home. She waved goodbye to the driver, then opened the door and saw a pair of shoes. It turned out the shoes belonged to Fu Mingxi, Guan Shanmei's son. She saw Fu Mingxi as soon as she entered, and they exchanged a confused glance. Then Lin Yuliang smiled and greeted her brother. Sorry, I was just joking this afternoon. I didn't really mean for you to call the fire department, but you said you had a 40-degree fever, so remember to take care of yourself and drink lots of water. Fu Mingxi was so angry he was speechless, at a complete loss for words. Lin Yuliang quickly corrected herself. Oh, I meant warm water. Sorry, I'll go to my room first. You take care of yourself. Then she ran upstairs. Fu Mingxi was angry, but helpless. He could only sit down on the chair in frustration, then looked at the medicine his sister had bought. He picked it up for a look, then frowned. First 120, then boiling water. What kind of annoying sister is this? And now she's trying to win me over with gentleness. It's useless. I'm telling you, it's useless. That night, in Lin Yuliang's room, she was asleep in bed. Something in her dream made her tremble all over, and she muttered, No, don't come over. In her dream was the tattoo artist from earlier today, Shen Juan. Shen Juan was holding his tools, ready to give her a tattoo, saying, Come on, take off your pants, and I'll tattoo a Hello Kitty on your butt. No way, my butt is too nice looking. Your Hello Kitty is too ugly to deserve my butt. Shen Juan paused, then thought of something. He said, Then how about I tattoo a luminous watch on you? Lin Yuliang screamed in terror and woke up with a jolt that, my God, what kind of dream was that? So disgusting. Then her stomach started to growl. Feeling hungry, she went to the convenience store to find something to eat. In the end, she bought some food and sat in a corner eating, filling her stomach. Once she started eating, her mood became happy and content. But as she was eating, she heard the voices of the young men from the tattoo parlor earlier. They were laughing and talking as they approached. Of course, the main tattoo artist, Shen Juan, was also there. She had just dreamed of him, and now she was seeing him in person. It's him. She looked at Shen Juan helplessly, remembering the embarrassing dream she just had. So embarrassing. Oh my God, girl, me too. Just then, another group of young men happened to walk over to, looks like they're about to have a showdown or something. Lin Yuliang was sitting right there, watching the drama unfold. Damn, I can't believe I'm seeing gang bosses just by taking a random stroll. One of the guys glanced at her, looking her up and down, then said, Hey, beautiful, what are you doing sitting here alone so late? How about? Before he could finish, Shen Juan cut him off. Piss off. Shen Juan stood in front of Lin Yuliang, blocking her. Show some respect. Can't you see the young lady is eating? The guy laughed nervously. What, you trying to be a hero for your buddies today? Shen Juan said, Nah, just came to buy a bottle of water. That's all. Shen Juan's underlings were speechless. Bro, are you even our boss anymore? Lin Yuliang couldn't help but let out a chuckle, then continued eating her rice ball. Shen Juan walked towards the group of thugs, and it was unclear if he was about to start a big fight. Then he glanced back at Lin Yuliang, who was about to eat her rice ball, and thought about something. He gave a sleepy yawn and said, I'm a little sleepy. Let's make this quick. Hurry up so I can go to sleep. I have school tomorrow, and I need to hurry up and do my homework. Lin Yuliang couldn't believe her ears. What kind of underworld is this? Gangsters do homework. A good student gangster. His teacher must love him, thinking about homework even during a fight. One of the thugs grabbed Shen Juan's collar and said, Who are you trying to fool? We call you Wan Ji out of respect. Don't really think you're the boss around here, huh? He hasn't even finished talking, Wan Ji thought. Shen Juan punched the guy in the face, then grabbed his hair and rained down punches and kicks. A series of powerful kicks sent the guy to the ground, groaning in pain. Shen Juan sat down, smiling triumphantly. Wan Ji is definitely the best. The thug's underlings grabbed pipes and rushed forward. Damn it, he dared to hit our boss, brothers. Get him. Shen Juan's brothers got excited too. Let's do it. We'll handle our own business. All right, let's go. What followed was a chaotic brawl, accompanied by constant bang-bang sounds. Lin Yuliang's rice ball fell. The two convenience store employees saw the fight and called the police. Lin Yuliang looked at them. Then she looked at Shen Juan, and after a moment's thought, she walked over and tugged on his shirt. He was startled by the tug on his shirt and looked back at her confused. Ignoring the underlings who were fighting and cursing, "Fuck you, you little bitch. You think I won't touch you? Come on." Lin Yuliang whispered, "I just saw the convenience store clerk call the police." Because she spoke so softly, Shen Juan couldn't hear clearly. He leaned closer to her, cupping his ear. She stood on her tiptoes and whispered, "The girl at the convenience store seems to have called the police." Shen Juan said, "Then let's bounce." Didn't they call the police? It's already 10:30 at night. The best time to sleep. Lin Yuliang was speechless. This guy counts as a delinquent. As Shen Juan walked into the convenience store, the clerks started whispering, "So handsome. He's really so handsome." Lin Yuliang heard their hushed comments and also turned to look at Shen Juan. That face must have corrupted many innocent girls out there. Just then, the police also arrived. "The cops are here, run." Shen Juan and Lin Yuliang heard the police and looked outside. Afterward, they walked out together to see the situation outside. "It was chaotic out there. Don't get caught, run." Lin Yuliang said, "You're really not going to do anything and just let it go like that?" "Yeah." Shen Juan lowered his eyes to look at her, then pushed the rice ball he had just bought from the store into her hand. She held the warm rice ball and looked at him, confused. "Well," he said, "I saw this one fall just now." Lin Yuliang looked at him blankly, then at the rice ball in her hand. "It's like getting free food while watching a show, but it feels pretty good." She smiled gently and said, "Thank you." The next morning, sunlight streamed into Lin Yuliang's room. She stretched and woke up. "This is the best sleep I've had in months." Then she glanced at the rice ball the handsome guy had given her yesterday. It was untouched. "Oops, I forgot to eat the rice ball last night. I don't know what I was thinking." She picked it up, unwrapped it, and popped it in her mouth. But as soon as she ate it, she had to spit it out and throw it away. It had gone bad from last night. Only then did she take a closer look at the expiration date. Can be stored for 3 days at low temperature. She recalled the scene of Shen Juan giving her the rice ball last night and felt a little guilty for wasting the rebellious boy's kindness. At school at this time, students were happily laughing and chatting as they walked into the school. Lin Yuliang also arrived at school then. As soon as she got out of the car, she looked around, and the homeroom teacher had also arrived. "Excuse me, are you the new transfer student in class 10-2? Lin Yuliang heard someone call her and turned to look at the homeroom teacher of class 10-2, Lu Fujiang, who continued, "Follow me." He led her on a tour of the school, chattering nonstop. "How's the affiliated high school in the capital? Not as big as our school, right? Our school is huge." He said so much, but she didn't reply a single word, and the atmosphere was awkward. After thinking for a moment, she clapped her hands and said with a smile, "Wow, the school is so big, right? And our school's teaching quality is even better. Do you know what last year's promotion rate was? What was it? 98%. Wow, that's amazing." "That's right. Last year's admission rate was 90%. Wow, that's fantastic." In a classroom of class 10-10, the students were having fun, chatting enthusiastically. Teacher Lu said, "Quiet, everyone, class is starting." You'd think the students would quiet down as soon as the teacher entered, but they didn't. They continued to laugh and chat. "Who dared to touch my chrysanthemum tea?" Lin Yuliang was speechless at this scene. That 98% promotion rate from earlier must have been a lie. Teacher Lu said, "I am Lu Fujiang, and from today on, I will be your homeroom teacher." The students below were still noisy. "Who dared to take my cookies and chrysanthemum tea? Speak up." Teacher Lu continued, "This is my first time as a homeroom teacher. I believe there are no unteachable students, only teachers who don't know how to teach. When I was young, I had a bad temper when teaching. Once a student was late, and I asked him why. Guess what he said to me? He said, 'Teacher, I stayed up all night doing homework and couldn't wake up in time.' Can you believe it? How could I still be angry? That kid was too good." Just then, a male student pushed open the door and walked in. Lin Yuliang recognized him at a glance. the young man from last night's fight. Shen Juan. Shen Juan said, "Hello, teacher. I stayed up all night doing homework, so I'm late." Shen Juan and Lin Yuliang's eyes met. That, oh my god, is this fate? We just met last night, and now we're in the same class. This is too freaky. I've only been in this city for a little over 10 days, and I've already seen him 3 times. Teacher Lu said, "Late, huh?" "Late by 2 minutes on the first day of school." "Well, 2 minutes late is 2 minutes late, it's fine." "Thank you, teacher." "So where's your homework? Why didn't you bring your school bag?" Amid everyone's confusion, Shen Juan said, "I forgot to bring it." The moment he said that, Lin Yuliang was speechless, and the atmosphere here also fell silent. "Dude, do you realize how ridiculous what you just said was? Staying up all night to do homework and then forgetting to bring your bag. You're way too honest." Teacher Lu said, "Then bring it tomorrow. Find a seat for now." Shen Juan leisurely walked down from the podium, then stopped in front of a desk. "Move, thanks." The male student who was playing on his phone saw Shen Juan and quickly scurried away. Lin Yuliang thought, did he just say move, thanks instead of get lost, thanks? What kind of legend does he have at number 8 high school to make people so scared? Teacher Lu said, "All right, then Lin Yuliang, you could go back to your seat." At this point, the only empty seat was next to Shen Juan, so she sat in that empty spot. 2 students in the back row were gossiping. "Discipline monitor, Shen Juan is in our class? So he was held back? I thought he'd be expelled. Wasn't the person involved in that incident last time his deskmate? This big shot is too cool. Besides the new student, who else would dare to sit with him? This is terrifying. Oh, can the big shot hear us at this volume?" Shen Juan turned his head and said, "I can." Li Lin stammered, "Big shot. I'm sorry, I wasn't bad-mouthing you, really, I wasn't." Teacher Lu said, "Ahem, everyone in our class is a new class and a new beginning. So, some of you already know each other, but some of you don't. Therefore, the first task I'm giving you now is for everyone to face your deskmate and look into each other's eyes for 1 minute." The students below started to jeer you. "That's so gross, teacher." "No way, teacher, I can't do it." "Zhang Jia, go easy on me." "Song Jimin, are you stupid? Don't stare at me like that." Teacher Lu said, "All right, everyone get ready. I'm starting the countdown." The time was set. Lin Yuliang reluctantly turned to look at Shen Juan, but as soon as she turned, she saw that he was already staring at her with a serious expression. Lin Yuliang was a bit startled, and then the teacher shouted, "Begin." The 2 of them stared at each other like that, and before they knew it, 20 seconds had passed. Shen Juan was still looking at her very seriously, and his cold demeanor made her a little flustered. The other students in the class were trying hard to hold back their laughter, looking at each other awkwardly. Lin Yuliang also started to feel dizzy, and if she didn't say something soon, the expression on her face was about to twitch. But Shen Juan opposite her was still completely calm, resting his chin on his hand and looking at her without a ripple of emotion. Shen Juan thought, my new deskmate seems a bit interesting. Huh? How come I never noticed before? That idiot Shanghan's judgment of people isn't so bad after all. Lin Yuliang couldn't stand the strange atmosphere any longer and awkwardly started a conversation. Do you have a cold? After a moment, she said, I forgot to eat that rice ball of yours that night, and it went bad by the next morning. Oh, if it went bad, it went bad. Just then, the teacher shouted that 1 minute was up. Phew, finally survived. Teacher Lu picked up a piece of chalk and wrote my deskmate on the blackboard. Now think about it. During the staring contest just now, what first impression did your deskmate leave on you? I'll give you 3 minutes to organize your thoughts, and in a moment, each student will come up and talk about their deskmate in their own eyes. The people below started to jeer again. Are you kidding? No, not again. The teacher said, let's start from this side. Lin Yuliang, you go first. Lin Yuliang, who was sitting, was suddenly called upon. She could only sit there silently as the atmosphere grew increasingly strange. The teacher continued, I'll give you 3 minutes, then come up and introduce your deskmate. Lin Yuliang had no choice but to sigh and start thinking back to the first time I saw him, with a blanket over his head, sleeping soundly on the sofa. Long legs, a nice, and a questionable personality. That's it. There's no way I can say this in front of the whole class. The teacher said, all right, 3 minutes are up. Let's all give a round of applause to welcome student Lin Yuliang. Lin Yuliang reluctantly stood up amidst the students' applause. She looked down at Shen Juan, trying to organize her words to describe this guy. Shen Juan felt her looking at him and also found the situation a bit strange. After a moment's thought, he clapped to encourage her. Humph, thanks a lot. She walked up to the podium and looked at the students below, whose gazes seemed a bit sympathetic. It was as if after she finished speaking, her deskmate would pull out a butcher knife and chop her to pieces. She said, "My deskmate, he is very passionate about learning." The day before school started, he stayed up all night doing his homework. As a result, he caught a bad cold, and after finishing his homework, he forgot to bring it. As she was speaking, a teacher came over. "Teacher Liu, I need your help with something." "All right." Student Lin Yuliang did very well, setting an example for everyone. "The rest of you continue to prepare. I'll be right back." After the teacher left, the people below started whispering. Li Lin, who was sitting behind her, even secretly gave her a thumbs up, praising her courage. Lin Yuliang returned to her seat. She looked up to see her deskmate's attitude, but he was still completely calm. After handling his business, the teacher returned. "I'm back, students. Who's next?" The people below all averted their gazes, afraid they would be the next to be suddenly called upon. Shen Juan said, "I've already spoken." Li Lin, sitting behind him, was terrified, then reluctantly raised his hand. "Teacher, it's my turn." After a while, it was finally time for the break between classes. The teacher told Lin Yuliang, "Don't forget to go to the arts and sports building to get your school uniform. You don't know the way yet, do you? Then find a friend to take you." "Thank you, teacher." Then the teacher pulled Li Lin, who was sitting behind her, and said, "Li Lin, you take Lin Yuliang, and then introduce her to our school's environment and facilities." "Okay, I'm on it." As they walked, Li Lin said, "That place just now was the first floor cafeteria. They're actually all pretty much the same. The school cafeteria seasoning is okay, but not many people eat there." This Li Lin usually played the role of the class clown. As they walked, the boys playing basketball laughed and said, "That girl is hot." "The girl off the court? Oh, really?" Li Lin said, "The new girl. That's your buddy's friend." Hearing this, Lin Yuliang turned around, her gaze landing on Shen Juan. Shen Juan had just finished playing basketball and was covered in sweat, the wind gently blowing through his hair. He sat there, covered in dust, drinking water. His expression was indifferent, yet it was captivating. As if sensing something, Shen Juan noticed someone watching him and turned his head. Their eyes met amidst the sunlight and the rustling wind. In that moment, an indescribable feeling arose between them, like an invisible thread pulling them together. Lin Yuliang realized she had been staring for a bit too long and wisely looked away, saying, "Let's go." "Is the arts and sports building far?" Li Lin said, "New classmate, I just realized you're seriously cool. Do you know who your new deskmate is? Do you know it's Shen Juan? You don't know who Shen Juan is? You don't know he's the school heartthrob?" Li Lin finally began to fill her in. "That basketball team just now, they're from class 12, Shen Juan's former classmates." "Oh, really?" "Yeah, he was supposed to be in class 12, but during his second year, Shen Juan got into trouble and nearly beat his deskmate to death. That person was carried out covered in blood, and many students saw it. They said Shen Juan's eyes and aura at that time were terrifying. Why? No one knows why. Anyway, he never came back after that. I thought he was expelled or had transferred, but I didn't expect he just took a year off." Seeing her stunned, Li Lin said, "He's in my class now, and he definitely heard me bad-mouthing him just now." "New classmate, do you think I'll live to see the Dragon Boat Festival?" She said, "The Dragon Boat Festival? The closest festival is the Mid-Autumn Festival." Li Lin was completely speechless, then quickly changed the subject and started telling her about the student dormitories. "Our school allows boarding, but it's not mandatory. Those who live close can go home, and those who want to board can apply, as long as their parents sign off on it." Hearing this, Lin Yuliang thought to herself, "I can board at the school." Over with the boys playing basketball, Shen Juan's former classmate, He Song-nan, said, "The first-year girls this year are really pretty. Hey, Master Juan, did you see that girl who just walked by? From head to toe, she looks like a queen with a who do you think you are vibe. Isn't she from Block M? Still in military training? Is she a second year or a third year?" Shen Juan said, "Second-year transfer student." "Huh, a transfer? Yeah. Oh, no wonder I haven't seen her." You're really well informed, knowing which class the transfer student is in right after coming back. "Do you know which class?" "Yeah, class A10. My deskmate." "What? Your new deskmate?" "Yeah. Damn, you must be pretty happy about being held back a year. Your deskmate is a total knockout, Master Juan. You've really hit the jackpot." Before he could finish, he received Shen Juan's sharp, death glare. He song-nan, huh? The moment the word left his mouth, Shen Juan sent him flying with a kick. "Master Juan, what's gotten into you all of a sudden?" Shen Juan said, "She's my deskmate, not yours." That night, Lin Yuliang returned to her room and called her father that how's the new school, sweetie? "Originally, your Auntie Guan wanted to send you to #1 high school, but I didn't let her. She said, what do I want to do? Board at school. She continued, this school allows boarding. A lot of my classmates are boarders, and I want to try it too. I've never boarded before. You dislike being at home that much? Is Aniguan not good enough to you? When did your mother ever manage you like this? Now you say you want to board, want some freedom? If I tell Aniguan about this, what will she think? She said, are you a Phoenix man who married into the family? This sensitive too. What did you say? Lin Yuliang said no more and immediately hung up the phone, then threw her phone aside. She curled up on the bed, feeling wronged and on the verge of tears. The next morning, in the classroom, Lin Yuliang sighed as she looked at the boarding application form. Boarding required a parent's signature. But the head teacher had already seen my handwriting yesterday, and I can't forge a second style of handwriting. Thinking this, she practiced writing for a while, yet even she was disgusted with the results. Just then, Shen Juan walked over and knocked on her desk, making her look up in confusion. It turned out he wanted her to stand up so he could get to his seat. Shen Juan was the same as ever, still the perfect school heartthrob, both lazy and pure. After she stood up, he quickly sat down. Shen Juan sat down and immediately picked up his pen and started writing. What's he writing? Lin Yuliang sneaked a peek. Damn, that handwriting is beautiful. It really doesn't look like something a delinquent upperclassman could write. Isn't this the perfect candidate to forge a parent's signature for me? Hey, classmate Shun. Then she lowered her voice and said softly, deskmate. However, Shen Juan's reaction was to drop his pen, his Adam's apple bobbing. He said, speak normally. Lin Yuliang panicked. Facing a big shot like him, she couldn't be too direct with her intentions. She had to be more subtle. If there are any words you don't know, you can ask me. He said, thanks, but my English is actually pretty good. The two fell silent again. She continued, for troublemaker upperclassmen like you, is the first lesson in society learning how to brag. Her words made Li Lin and the classmates behind them freeze, and Shen Juan's expression darkened. Oh no, am I about to become his second deskmate to be nearly beaten to death? However, Shen Juan covered his mouth, unable to stop laughing. He was overjoyed, huh? What's going on? The big shot wasn't angry at being dissed by his deskmate. Instead, he was laughing happily. Shen Juan said with a smile, bragging is self-taught. Lin Yuliang was speechless. Then she said, classmates Shun, we're deskmates. We should be close and love each other. I think we should help each other, study together, and make progress together. Shen Juan slowly leaned closer to her and said, oh, want to be close and love each other? How do you want to be close and love me? In that moment, Lin Yuliang was also stunned. When he repeated that phrase, I felt something was a bit off. Ahem, it's like this. I'd like to ask you to help me sign the boarding consent form. If you sign it, I can help you with your studies if there's anything you don't understand in the future. Shen Juan laughed. Oh, that's not a very attractive offer. Troublemakers like us only know how to brag. We never study. Lin Yuliang was too angry to speak. That you're so annoying. After that, the class monitor timidly went to Shen Juan to collect homework. Lin Yuliang, being a new transfer student, didn't have to turn any in. She looked at Shen Juan's blank summer homework and was speechless. More than half of your summer homework is blank, and you're still so brazen about it. A moment later, the English teacher walked into the classroom, greeting the students in English as she entered and then starting the lesson. Lin Yuliang looked at what her deskmate was writing and sighed. I didn't expect him to be so serious. But after Shen Juan finished writing, he tore off the note and passed it to her. On it was written, sign what? Lin Yuliang looked at it and wrote back, don't you troublemakers not talk in class and rely on passing notes. Shen Juan snatched the note and whispered, so what do you want me to sign? She said, the boarding consent form needs a parent's signature. But my dad won't agree, and I can't forge his handwriting. Shen Juan smiled faintly. Oh, you want me to be your dad for a day? What are you talking about? So annoying. She said, Master Juan, we have a long future ahead of us. 2 more years of it. Oh, threatening a troublemaker? Lin Yuliang got angry because she really couldn't communicate with this young master that you're really pushing it, aren't you? Forget it. I'm the one asking for a favor, so I'll endure it. I shouldn't have called you a troublemaker. I didn't mean it. I sincerely apologize to you. I hope my deskmate can be magnanimous and forgive me this time. Shen Juan just looked at her without a word, which confused her. Why aren't you talking? Shen Juan held his forehead, suddenly feeling dizzy. I S it because you got dizzy from admiring a beauty. Little bro, be honest. Lin Yuliang turned her face away in frustration. You childish ghost. It's useless no matter how rebellious you are. Do I have to be the same as you? Then she went back to listening to the lecture, while Shen Juan laid his head on the desk and started snoring. Finally, class was over, and everyone went to lunch together. Shen Juan was still asleep on his desk, completely unaware. He gave a lazy yawn. Then he looked over and saw the signatures Lin Yuliang had been practicing on her desk. He looked at them again and again, then remembered how she had asked for his help earlier and smiled. Little bro, what's the meaning of that smile? He also picked it up curiously and saw her awkward practice signatures, feeling helpless at how ugly the writing was. Not knowing what he was thinking, he also tore off a piece of paper and wrote something on it with his pen. Just then, he songed and ran over Wanbao. I called for you, but you didn't answer, so I had to climb 4 floors to find you. Let's go eat. What are you doing? Wait a second. Almost done. Huh? What are you writing? What's this? Agree to allow classmate Lin Yuliang to board at school. Guardian. Who's Lin Yuliang? Your desk mate. Yeah. Master Juan. It's only been 2 days, and you're already playing dad for her. You're really interested in her, aren't you? After Shen Juan finished writing, he tucked the paper in her notebook and stood up. None of my business. He songed and laughed. None of your business. Yet you're playing dad for her. Besides, last time I just glanced at her legs, and you got upset and kicked me. You're definitely interested in her, aren't you? Shen Juan said, Ahem, what nonsense are you talking about? It has nothing to do with that. Don't you think staring at a girl's legs is perverted? He songed and said, weren't you the one who got all hot and bothered from staring at your new desk mate? Your throat is so sore. That's the kind of fire you have to rub to get going. Shen Juan couldn't listen anymore and kicked the guy a few times. Ouch, ouch. Why do you always kick me? As soon as they stepped out, several young men stood at attention and shouted in unison, Good afternoon, Master Juan. You've worked hard, Master Juan. Welcome back to the palace, Master Juan. He sung and had a look that said, Hurry up and praise me for preparing this scene for you. Shen Juan held his forehead in resignation and said, Idiot. He sung and said, How about it, bro? Am I grand or what? Shen Juan said irritably, My throat hurts. I don't want to talk much. Got it. Bro eat not, bro. In the cafeteria, Lin Yuliang had also chosen her food and was looking around for an empty seat. Seeing one, she went over and sat down. Is anyone sitting next to you? Kong Rui from class 12A8 looked at her and then shook her head. She sat down next to her, thinking, he's like a marshmallow. But how should I deal with the Meng Weigua matter? All right, I forgot to get chopsticks. But Kong Rui thoughtfully handed her a pair of chopsticks. Thank you. No, it's nothing. Then she picked up her phone and looked at the string of messages from her father. What did you just say? Say it again. Your wings are stiff now, huh? Am I not good enough to you? I feed you, clothe you, and send you to school. Your mother didn't want you, so I raised you. Lin Yuliang finished reading with disgust and turned off her phone screen. At that moment, a group of what looked like delinquent female students walked over. Who said there are no tables? Isn't there an empty spot here? Our big sister is here to eat too, so let's share the table. Another female student gestured for the staff to clear it, as they wanted to share this spot. Then they started laughing and teasing. Hey, is the food not good? What do you want her to say? A stuttering Zhuofeng said, You guys are going too far. Get it back to me. Haha, is our little Zhuofeng not eating vinegar with her meal? Should I add some for you? Is that enough? Zhuofeng, being teased, felt wrong but could do nothing but cry. Lin Yuliang couldn't watch anymore and slammed her chopsticks on the table. She stood up and said, Are you guys sick? Shen Juan and he songed and saw this scene. Hey, isn't that Linji? Do you remember her? I thought you forgot about her. Shen Juan was stunned. Oh, it's that pretty class belle from our old class, Master Juan. She chased you for over a year. Isn't that Zhuofeng? They're obviously bullying her. They didn't think much of it at first, but when Lin Yuliang slammed down her chopsticks and stood up to protect Zhuofeng, Shen Juan's gaze froze. In that instant, his heart skipped a beat. He was stunned, staring blankly at her. Lin Ji said, Looks like our little Lin is protecting her man. Damn it, what business is it of yours when we're talking? Who do you think you are? Who am I? I'm her sugar daddy. So either shut up and eat, or I'll teach you what manners and decency are. He sung and applauded, spouting sugar daddy just like that. Looks like she's a sensible girl. Lin Ji was furious. Are you crazy? We're talking to our friend. Why are you acting all high and mighty? Sugar daddy, you say that so easily, huh? Without another word, Lin Yuliang pressed down on her head, preparing to shove her face into the hot pot, scaring her into a scream. Lin Ji trembled with fear. Lin Yuliang continued, Girl, watch your mouth and be a better person. How about next time I just shove your head straight into the pot? Then she kicked hard under the table, knocking Lin Ji to the ground. Wow, little Lin is so domineering. It's easy to get a boyfriend when you're this cool. Zhuofeng said, Don't fight, don't fight, I'm begging you. Lin Yuliang took Zhuofeng's hand, and the two of them left the mess. The future boyfriend was already quickly preparing to stand up for his girl. Lin Ji and her friends wanted to chase after them. You stop right there. You just wait. But Shen Juan stood in front of them, blocking their path. Lin Yuliang and Zhuo Feng went to a convenience store outside to buy something to eat. What are you crying for? If someone bullies you, you hit them back. Hit them a few times, and they'll be scared. The easier you are to bully, the more they'll bully you. Here, have some candy. Oh, and if you can't win a fight, then curse them out. If you can't win a cursing match, then change tactics. Grab whatever's at hand and smash it in their face. Hit them so they can't fight back and have no time to react. Then go tell the teacher. Cries like you were crying now. Sit in the teacher's office and cry, and say they bullied you. Do you think what I said makes sense? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Lin Yuliang smiled. It's nothing. If they bully you again, come find me in class 11A10. A while later, Shen Juan also returned to the classroom. As soon as he came back, he saw Lin Yuliang sleeping on her desk. He didn't know why, but he walked over to her and stood there, staring at her blankly. You were just captivated by how cool and badass your deskmate was. So you're standing here, smiling like an idiot, right? Lin Yuliang slept for a while and woke up to the class bell. She rubbed her eyes and looked up to see the troublemaker school heartthrob. The teacher said, "All right, students, let's begin class." Shen Juan sat down and started doodling. Lin Yuliang yawned, thinking, my deskmate really likes to sign his name in all sorts of fonts. Suddenly, Shen Juan turned to look at her and asked, what did you say to her during the fight just now? When you were holding her head down? What did you say? You saw. Yeah, but I didn't see you. I was just passing by. What did you say? Lin Yuliang looked at him, didn't speak, and then smiled, making the young man's heart flutter. She said, I said I've got someone watching my back, that my big bro Shen Juan is waiting at the school gate. 3 days later, at Lin Yuliang's home, it was already evening. She went downstairs for a drink of water, thirsty, and unintentionally overheard Annie Zhang's conversation that I think that child Uncle Zhang brought back looks quite likable, but that's what makes it dangerous. You're just like the deputy manager, stubborn on the outside but soft on the inside. Don't be fooled and let your family's things fall into someone else's hands. Annie Zhang, I don't care about those things. And it's not because of those things that I don't like her. I just purely don't like her. The next morning, everything was as usual at school. Lin Yuliang picked up her notebook, opened it, and found a form inside that said, agree to allow classmate Lin Yuliang to board at school, with the parent's signature, Meng Weigua. Huh. Is this Shen Juan's handwriting? It doesn't look like his usual writing, but besides him, no one else knew about this. I didn't expect him to actually help me. Lin Yuliang was a girl who repaid kindness and valued loyalty. But he was right, troublemakers never study, so maybe he doesn't need my help with tutoring either. After a while, class finally ended, and the students in the class started getting noisy. Want to go to the restroom together. Lin Yuliang went to ask the head teacher about the boarding situation. The teacher said, the rooms have basically been assigned. I'll have a logistics teacher help you check your room arrangement. Thank you, teacher. Then she returned to the classroom, and as soon as she entered, she saw Wang Yang crying and complaining, Dad, how could you leave without a word? Shang Han and I were found by the police. She took one look and recognized the person as the young man she had met at the tattoo parlor last time. So, it's him. Wang Yang continued, you have no idea how happy I was to be assigned to the same class as you. Yes, that's enough. We know you're a filial son. Are you done? If you're done, then scram. Then he looked at Lin Yuliang and said, my deskmate is waiting. Wang Yang looked at her and said with a smile, little sister, we meet again. It's fate. No joke. The first time I saw you at the tattoo parlor, I felt a connection with you. You kind of look like my mom, so I feel a special affinity. Have you decided what you want to get tattooed? Not yet. Little sister, my dad's skills are top-notch. It doesn't hurt at all. Lin Yuliang was speechless. Why do I feel like something's off about what he's saying? Wang Yang continued, let him give you one. Lin Yuliang and Shen Juan looked at each other, the atmosphere a bit awkward. Wang Yang continued, he did my tattoo. Look at that one. Shen Juan couldn't take it anymore and kicked him, saying, shut up. After a tiring day of studying, school was finally out. Lin Yuliang thought, I have to thank him. She looked at him for a few seconds, then said cautiously, ahem, I handed in the application form this morning. Yeah, she felt very awkward as she spoke. Damn it, I just want to say thank you, but I can't get the words out. She said softly, give me your hand. Shen Juan obediently extended his hand to her. Lin Yuliang awkwardly averted her gaze, not daring to look at him, and simply placed a piece of candy in Shen Juan's hand. Shen Juan accepted the gift, bewildered. He looked at the lollipop with great tenderness and warmth. Bro, Are you staring at it like that just because it's a lollipop from your crush, bro? After school, Lin Yuliang returned home and saw Fu Mingxiu looking furious the moment he got back. Looking at him, she remembered their conversation from the previous night. He had said he didn't like her, so she started to go upstairs, but Fu Mingxiu called out to her, "Ahem, it just so happens I have to go back to school, so I'll give you a ride." Huh? Fu Mingxiu said, "I have something to say to you too. Don't think that I—" She cut him off, lowering her head and saying, "Okay, thank you, big brother. Thanks for the trouble. I'm going upstairs, big brother." Fu Mingxiu was too angry to speak. TCH. Lin Yuliang went upstairs, closed the door, and sighed. Just then, her phone rang. It was the first time since her mother's divorce that she called. "Hello, Xiaoyu. The money I gave you is yours. You can't give a single cent to your dad." "Yes." Before Xiaoyu could finish, her mother interrupted. "It's not that I didn't want to take you with me. It's just that." Many chaotic thoughts appeared in her mind again. "It's not that mom doesn't need you, so what is it? It's just that there are too many things in mom's heart that come before you. It's just that you're not important. It's just that mom doesn't love you." The words "it's just that" explained everything. The next morning, Lin Yuliang got dressed and went for a walk. As she was walking, Shen Juan's little brother, Wang Yang, called out to her, "Sister Jing, what a coincidence. Are you here to get another tattoo?" He songed and laughed. "It's you. Are you Master Wan's girlfriend?" Only then did Lin Yuliang realize she had walked here unconsciously. Wang Yang said, "What bad luck. The tattoo parlor is closed today. We were planning to have hot pot. Why don't you guys join us? Does little sister have a date? Why don't we go for hot pot together? At your age, you should enjoy this kind of free time. So, come on. Brothers, come out and greet the guest." Jiang Han said, "What's all the noise?" "Oh, little fairy." Lin Yuliang waved and said hello. Jiang Han shouted, "Brother Wan, come out and greet the guest. Tada, look who's here." Shen Juan was the same as ever, still so expressionless, cold, extremely lazy, and extremely handsome. The two met, their eyes locking. It was truly fate. A moment later, the table was filled with delicious food. One look at the hot pot, and you knew it was going to be a good meal. Everyone was eating hot pot outdoors. Jiang Han said, "Little fairy, want a bottle? I'm not much of a beer drinker, but I can have a glass." Except for Shen Juan, she didn't know anyone well, so having a little should be fine, right? As she was thinking this and about to drink, Shen Juan took her glass, not letting her drink. He opened a bottle of Coca-Cola and handed it to her. "You can't drink alcohol. Drink Coke." Damn, this troublemaker is such a flirt. He songed and laughed. "What's wrong? Is your deskmate okay?" The moment he finished speaking, he was frightened by Shen Juan's icy glare. "Oh, I get it. If you can't drink, you can't drink. Little sister, want some soda? Come on, bro's almost out of booze. Let's go buy some more together." Wang Yang also fell helpless at how annoying Brother Nan was. Jiang Han asked in confusion, "Huh? What's going on?" After everyone else left, only the two of them remained at the table. Lin Yuliang said, "Is this tattoo parlor yours?" "You could say that. You or your place." She asked, "This tattoo parlor must make good money, right?" "It's all right, enough to get by." "You want a tattoo?" She said, "It looks a bit painful." Shen Juan chuckled lightly. "Just get one in a place that doesn't hurt much first." "Huh? What?" Lin Yuliang said, "Classmate Shen, what you're saying doesn't make sense." "All right then. Are you usually here?" "Yeah, this is my home." She looked at his lonely back and thought, could it be that the cold and ruthless school bully is actually a pitiful person who relies on tattooing to make a living and support himself? Gosh, the more she thought about it, the sleepier she got. She yawned. The two sat for a while. She sneezed, feeling a bit cold sitting outside. Shen Juan said, "Do you have a curfew? If you're in a hurry, I can take you back first." She said, "Let's wait for them to come back and say hi. It's only 8:30. I can get home by myself." Shen Juan stood up and said, "Come inside and wait." After going in, Shen Juan handed her a blanket, which confused her. "Is this the school bully's blanket? He's actually giving it to me? Whatever, I'll just wrap myself in it to get warm first." Later, as she was lost in thought, she suddenly noticed the painting on the ceiling. Huh, there's a painting on the ceiling? Who painted this? Speaking of which, where did Shen Juan go? A few minutes later, Shen Juan brought her a glass of warm water, only to find that she had already fallen asleep on the sofa. He sat down, stared at her blankly, and smiled unconsciously, his expression gentle. This couple is so cute. Then he covered her properly with the blanket. Just then, his underlings returned. The moment they came back, they saw a scene they shouldn't have, which made Shen Juan panic and throw the blanket directly onto her. "Whoa, what are you two doing? Why are you covering the little queen with a blanket? What new trick is this?" "Shut up. Get lost." "Okay, all right, Everyone was gone. He gently placed the blanket over her again, his movements extremely careful, as if afraid she would wake up. Looking at her like this, it seemed she hadn't had a good sleep in a long time. After covering her with the blanket, he walked out. The moment he stepped out, he was questioned. Brother Juan, if you really like the little fairy, we brothers definitely won't compete with you. You have to be brave. Leaving her to sleep inside alone. If you like her, you should stay by her side. Shen Juan, while lighting a cigarette, said, how did you come to that conclusion? The underling said, if you don't like her, why didn't you let her drink? Shen Juan said, she's still a girl, and she doesn't know us well. It's not appropriate for her to drink beer with a group of guys. He saw and laughed, not familiar now, but you'll be familiar later. Will it be appropriate then? Shen Juan said, not appropriate. Get lost. Don't overthink it. Lin Yuliang had a good sleep. She opened her eyes and looked around groggily. Where am I? Before she could figure out the situation, Shen Juan whispered in her ear, you're awake. Whoa, what the hell? You scared me to death. She flailed her arms wildly, hitting Shen Juan in the face. He quickly grabbed the remote and turned on the lights. It was only then that she realized she had just hit her deskmate. And it wasn't a light hit either. It left a mark on his face. What did I just do? Shen Juan's face darkened. This girl wants to knock me out the moment she wakes up. Lin Yuliang looked at him for a few seconds, then pursed her lips and burst out laughing. It wasn't on purpose, I'm sorry. You were too close just now. I didn't have time to react. Shen Juan looked at her helplessly, holding his forehead. Fine, very good, you're laughing. She tried hard to hold back her laughter. No, it's not funny. I'm sorry, I really didn't mean to. Don't be mad, okay? I know, I'm not mad. She continued, the look in your eyes today was so scary, I thought I was going to get beaten up. Is the last person who slapped you no longer in this world? He said, the last person to slap me hasn't been born yet. You're the first. Oh my God, why do you talk like that? Do you know that a handsome guy just needs to smile a little to make people swoon? Lin Yuliang was indeed flustered by his look and turned her face away to avoid his eyes. He said, it's getting late. I'll take you home. Oh, is it 8:30 already? I only took a 2-hour nap. You don't have to take me home. My house isn't far from here. Nearby. Yeah, right next door. Classmate. See you on Monday then. Yeah, see you on Monday. Monday morning was the first day of the week, and everyone went to school as usual. Then it was lunchtime in the cafeteria. Lin Yuliang thought, the time isn't right yet. I was just about to treat him to lunch as an apology. What should we have for lunch? For some reason, Su Ruo ran too fast and bumped into her. She took one look and saw that Su Ruo was injured. Lin Yuliang said, how did you end up like this? Was it those people from last time? Su Ruo said, they're waiting for you downstairs. Don't go. This is my problem. Don't go, they've brought people. Lin Yuliang said, wait for me. Perfect. Saves me the trouble of looking for them. Although I don't know your name, I like you a lot, and no one is allowed to bully the people I care about. After speaking, Lin Yuliang went downstairs to find the group waiting for her. As soon as she got downstairs, she recognized the muscular guy who had been beaten so badly by Shen Juan last time that even his stomach was greeted. Li Shigui said arrogantly, I brought my big brother to say hi to you. If you don't want my brother to make a move, you'd better kneel and apologize to me, and let me slap you just like last time. Lin Yuliang looked at them with disgust, not even bothering to show any expression. She said, how about this? I don't think this is a big deal. I have a few solutions. See if you like them. Either I beat you up, you call me daddy, and then apologize to my friend. Or I don't beat you up, you obediently call me daddy, and then apologize to my friend. Li Shigui said angrily, you bitch, do you have a fetish for getting beaten? Lin Yuliang smiled. My hobby is having others call me daddy. Li Shigui said, bro, she wants to hit me, get her. Lin Yuliang continued, let's be clear, we're here to solve the problem today. Whatever the outcome, it doesn't count as revenge. After saying that, she rushed forward, grabbed the guy's shirt, and with one kick, probably shattered his little brother. Not only that, she continued to throw him around, slamming him onto the ground with a thud. Just as the fight ended, a motorcycle pulled up. It turned out our rebellious male god had arrived, ready to be the hero, saving the damsel in distress. He took off his helmet and ran a hand through his hair. Sorry, let's rewind 20 minutes. While I was showering at home, my underling called. Hey bro, stop sleeping, hurry to school. Li Shigui brought people to corner your deskmate in an alley near the school. He songed and said, hurry up, Shen Juan. I called you as soon as I knew your deskmate was cornered. But that old guy was taken down instantly. So clean, so cool. If she had stayed at number 8 middle school, that glorious top student title wouldn't be hard for you to get. Shen Juan lowered his eyes, annoyed at his current state. He song man. Notice your hair isn't dry and your shorts are on backward. It usually takes you 40 minutes to get to school, but you made it in 20. This is the first time I've seen you in such a hurry. Are you tired? Shen Juan sped off on his motorcycle, hiding his embarrassment. I'm going to be late. Daddy is going to school. Wait for me, bro. At school, Lin Yuliang saw Shen Juan and said, Shen Juan, I thought you weren't coming today. I was considering it. She noticed her buddy was in a good mood today, probably because he got enough sleep. Suddenly, Teacher Wang roared, You two dare to be late for my class? And skipping class after it started? Are you two a little couple? Might as well just go home. Tell me, why were you late? What's the reason? Why did you skip class? If you can't explain it clearly, you'll copy the interaction law 500 times for me. Lin Yuliang looked at Shen Juan, laughing inwardly and silently apologizing to her buddy. She said, Teacher Wang, he wanted to skip class. As his desk mate, it's my responsibility to drag him back. But I did break the rules and was late. Teacher Wang, please don't be angry. After I finish copying, all right, then you don't have to copy it. Shen Juan, you copy it 1,000 times. Then he said to the students below, What are you looking at me for? Are there words on my face? Look at your books. Lin Yuliang returned to her seat, still thinking about what just happened. You don't even care about copying it 1,000 times, she thought, then handed him a lollipop. Not bad, landing a handsome guy with just one lollipop. In the future, gosh, this is such a good deal for you. Shen Juan happily took the lollipop, then unwrapped it and ate it. I took on 500 copies for you, and all I get is one lollipop? Are you trying to dismiss a beggar? Bro, you talk tough, but why are you eating it so happily? Hee. Lin Yuliang said, 3 breakfasts. Shen Juan still didn't speak, just looked at her, making her say with a guilty conscience, 5 breakfasts then. Shen Juan didn't say anything, just buried his head on the desk, which counted as an agreement. Lin Yuliang was speechless. The rebellious male god had fallen asleep again. The teacher angrily threw a piece of chalk at Shen Juan's head. Shen Juan, did your desk mate sing you a lullaby? You're sleeping like you're in your own bed at home. Shen Juan, same as always, casually said, yeah. The teacher got even angrier. Yeah, what, yeah? You copied the interaction law 1,000 times and you still don't remember it? Speak. Lin Yuliang secretly passed him a document, pointing it out to him, but Shen Juan was still slow, calmly reciting a number that left the teacher and the whole class speechless. The teacher yelled, Shen Juan, copy it another 1,000 times for me. Finally, class was dismissed amidst the teacher's fury. You have an exam coming up, and this is your attitude towards studying. Lin Yuliang asked, You copied the interaction law 1,000 times, and you still don't remember it? The exam is only a week away. Can you handle it? Shen Juan yawned and said, I didn't hear what the teacher said. Besides, my physics is okay. Lin Yuliang was speechless. You said the same thing about your English. Give me your phone number, or add me on a chat app or something. Shen Juan looked at her for a few seconds, then quickly handed her his phone, letting her add him as she pleased. That night, at Shen Juan's house, he was lying on the sofa with his eyes closed when his phone buzzed. It was a message from his desk mate. Weekend midnight. Loneliness is hard to bear. Little Lin will take you to learn physics. Then she sent 2 files, which were summarized key points to help him review. Shen Juan quickly opened the files to see how his desk mate had organized the materials for him. It turned out she had prepared the lesson with great enthusiasm, summarizing many key points in a very easy-to-understand way. After reading it, he thought, did she stay up all night to find this stuff for me? Suddenly, the rebellious male god leaned back in his chair, then sat there absently thinking about his desk mate again. He didn't know what kind of missing it was, but he just sat there grinning foolishly. This the feeling of someone who has just fallen in love? Good thing I'm sitting here alone. If my gang of underlings saw me grinning like this, they would definitely make fun of me. On Lin Yuliang's side, she also stretched and loosened her muscles. The summary files have been sent to him. I analyzed the type of messages that bad boys like to read. I don't believe he won't take the bait. Shen Juan, my precious review materials, you better study them well. Just then, her stomach rumbled. Time to go out and buy something to eat since I'm hungry. A while later, she came upstairs, carrying a bag of food that clinked and clanked. Going upstairs, she ran into Fu Mingxiu. Oh, you know what time it is? Can you be quieter? It's so late, and you're being so noisy. I find it very annoying. Lin Yuliang thought, your house has such good soundproofing. If I closed my bedroom door and called you an idiot, you wouldn't even hear it. What's the problem? Fu Mingxiu said. Lin Yuliang, I don't care if you used to come home the middle of the night or not at all. Now that you're in my house, you're my sister, and you need to act properly. I won't spoil you. She said, I was hungry, so I went out to buy some snacks. Isn't there food in the fridge? Don't I eat or drink? There's a lot, but I don't know whose stuff it is. I don't want to be gossiped about behind my back, with people saying the next day that Miss Lin is so thoughtless, sneaking food in the middle of the night, or being dragged out in front of everyone and asked why I didn't say anything before eating their food. Big brother, maybe you don't understand, but I'm really sensitive about freeloading. I'm going back to my room now. Good night. The next morning, Lin Yuliang walked out of the house yawning, ready to go to school. Fu Siming drove over and said, "I'll take you to school today." "Oh, you don't have to trouble yourself. Big brother, I can go by myself." "What is he up to now?" Fu Siming said, "Are you throwing a tantrum at me? Get in the car." "I'm really not." In the end, she had no choice but to get in the car and let Fu Siming take her to school. I'm heading back to school today anyway, so it's on the way to give you a ride. "Right, big brother, thank you very much." Fu Siming was truly speechless with this sister of his. Ahem, all the food in the fridge is fine to eat. You don't have to be so reserved. Lin Yuliang was stunned that I thought he completely hated me, but it seems he's not quite what I imagined. As soon as she got to class, she saw several boys gathered around her seat playing a game. "Classmate Lin, I'll move after I finish this round." She asked, "What game are you guys playing?" Song Jimin said, "Oh, it's a new sniper game. Want to try?" "I've never played." "It's okay, I'll teach you." A moment later, Shen Juan arrived at the classroom. He froze the moment he entered, his eyes fixed straight ahead. It turned out his desk mate was learning to play a game with another boy. He stared for a few seconds, then walked over and tapped on the desk. With just that one tap on the desk, the atmosphere became suffocatingly tense, making Song Jimin shrink back nervously. Break it up, break it up." Lin Yuliang said, "Good morning, desk mate. Have you had breakfast?" Shen Juan said, "You like playing games a lot, huh?" "No, I don't know how." Then don't play. With your skills, the game developers would go bankrupt if you played a few more rounds." She said, "Even a genius like me, Lin Yuliang, can't be perfect at everything." He's in a bad mood. He's so mean. Could it be that my physics problem set finally drove him crazy? "All right, did you study physics this weekend?" I edited and revised it until almost dawn. He said, "No. Didn't I tell you that we liberal arts students never study?" She snapped, "Why are you taking it out on me if you're in a bad mood?" Who knows if you told me or not? I never remember boring things like that. Shen Juan sighed, looking at her angry little cat-like appearance, then said, "About those practice materials my desk mates sent me. I've been looking at them seriously all week. The summary is very thorough, detailed, and super easy to understand." Those words were definitely like coaxing a little cat. "Hee hee." She said, "Was it the anonymous little Lin sending warmth?" He said, "Because of this anonymous little Lin, they even sent me a VIP message." For a moment, I thought it was some kind of junk notification. That could be ignored. She said, "Oh, stop playing dumb, classmate Shen. If it wasn't like a VIP ad, would you have looked at it?" "Thank me, classmate Shen Juan." "Thank your deskmate, because I stayed up all night, racking my brains, just so your physics score could get one step closer to 30. Shen Juan let out a soft laugh. "Thank you, anonymous little Lin who sends warmth." Lin Yuliang flinched. "Oops, I said too much. He found me out. Classmate Shen, you're making me very embarrassed. I never leave my name when I do good deeds." Shen Juan burst out laughing, covering his mouth. He ruffled her hair, then said with a smile, "Thank you, teacher little Lin. You've worked hard." In the classroom, Li Lin said, "Lin Yuliang is too bad at games. With just a few of us playing with you, it's like a 4-person team with 3 people. We can just pull a random person then. Then I'm definitely not playing. I'm super bad. It's not good to curse at a random person at a critical moment." Shen Juan asked, "What game?" It's a shooting game." Seeing Li Lin tremble as he spoke, Shen Juan asked, "What are you shaking for?" "Oh, nothing, just feeling a bit cold." "My God, he's totally scared of you. Are you the big shot from number 8 middle school who almost beat his deskmate to death?" Suddenly, Lin Yuliang covered her mouth and burst out laughing. Shen Juan said, "Deskmate, your expression is a bit over the top." She said, "It is a bit scary." He said, "Did I scare him that much? How come you're not afraid of me?" "I am, but being afraid is useless. They say someone has to step up and make a sacrifice. I can't just let others go to hell and die. I guess I'm just a lucky one with a bitter fate." He said, "Wait, when did I ever abuse you? Have I ever been bad to you?" "No." "All right then, you're as warm as a spring breeze to me. No one has ever been better to me than you." Shen Juan was completely hooked again. This girl just loves to make people swoon with that innocent face of hers. Li Lin shrank back, seeing his expression. Oh no, the big shot is angry. Shen Juan sighed, then said, "How many people are you short?" I'll join. Huh? Shen Juan continued. This game, I'll download it. Li Lin was speechless. This notorious bully just sighed and didn't even get angry. After some preparation, they were finally ready. She looked on helplessly as Shen Juan registered an account with a nickname, an unremarkable sharpshooter. This guy is so cringy. 10 minutes into the game, their team won a glorious victory. Wow, so strong. Who would have thought these two big shots had just downloaded the game 10 minutes ago, and 10 minutes later, they led us to a glorious victory. Lin Yuliang was confused that am I really that good at this? What just happened? She was fuming. Anyone could see she was not happy. Shen Juan asked, what's wrong? She said, admit it, this is definitely not your first time playing this. He said, guns are not unfamiliar to me. I get it now. Wait. He propped up his chin and asked with a smile, you like playing this, huh? Then maybe I'll take you to play with real ones someday. Lin Yuliang gulped. Seriously, his words are so confusing. She said, our worlds seem a bit different. A few days later, Lin Yuliang moved her things into the dormitory. Fu Siming hadn't been back for 2 weeks, probably wanting to disappear from her sight to avoid trouble. Meng Weigua hadn't contacted her or come back AS for me living in the dorm. I really hope he doesn't find out, or it'll be another bloodbath. Then came the National Day holiday, and after the holiday was the monthly exam. Basically, everyone is in the third-to-last exam hall. It seems our class isn't very keen on studying. I want to be roommates with Shen Juan. What's with that look? Ahem, classmate Shun. Actually, the exam is not that big of a deal. You just need to perform at your true level, so you can discover your weak areas. Don't you agree? With Teacher Lin's help, I bet you can even score 40 on the physics exam. You can do it. Shen Juan looked at her cute and sincere appearance, and his heart fluttered again, all sorts of emotions rushing up in a jumble once more. Hee hee. Finally, the National Day holiday. Were we all going to have fun? Oh wait, that's still 2 months away. Whoever studies is a dog. Lin Yuliang sighed as soon as she got to class. Shen Juan asked, what's wrong? She said, I don't want a holiday. I just want to go to school forever. Studying is so interesting. Why do there have to be holidays? He said, do you want to go to school, or do you just not want to go home? She said, I don't want to go home. Oh crap, how did I just blurt that out to him? Because there's a ghost in my house, I'll be scared if I go home. Shen Juan looked at her for a few seconds, then flicked her on the head that I'm leaving, deskmate. Oh, I'll be working part-time this holiday. Huh, not going out to have fun? Why is he telling me this? He said, I don't have anywhere to go. If you're bored, you can come hang out at my place. I'm always there. Does he mean I can go over any time? I always thought he was a hothead, but he's actually gentler than anyone. Is this gentleness something he's had since he was a child, or is it because he grew up in a happy family? He must have grown up in a very happy family, always surrounded by gentle people to guide him. That's so nice, I want that too. As soon as she got home, she saw Fu Mingxiu. He's actually home. He doesn't seem to care about me at all. Sigh. I'd better just go back to my room. But just then, Fu Mingxiu said, didn't you see me? I saw you. Then why didn't you say hi? Good afternoon, my dearest big brother. I'm guessing you have nothing else to say to me? Then I'll go upstairs first. Wait, what does he want now? Fu Mingxiu said, don't think you can do whatever you want just because I tolerate you, and don't think about having any other intentions towards me, understand? Other intentions? Fu Mingxiu continued, the Fu Corporation, don't even think about it. Lin Yuliang let out a cold laugh. Ha, what would I want that company for? You're busy from morning till night, tired as a dog. You're in charge of making money, and I'm in charge of spending it. Siblings should share, right? Hearing her say that, Fu Mingxiu could only fume in silence. Finally, it was the day of the exam. In the exam hall, everyone was chatting. Where are you guys planning to go for the holiday? Messing around. TCH, as if anyone is actually studying hard. Who'd believe that? After Lin Yuliang sat down in her assigned seat, Shen Juan also walked over. He was the same as always, still so handsome, quiet and gentle like a spring breeze, but no one could beat him in a fight. The moment he walked in, the entire classroom fell silent. Seeing him, Lin Yuliang immediately handed him a carton of walnut milk, saying it was good for the brain. He smiled, took the milk, twisted open the cap, and just when she thought he was about to drink it, he handed it back to her, then calmly walked back to his seat, leaving everyone confused. Lin Yuliang subconsciously took the milk and started drinking it, and only then did she react. Wait, I bought this milk for you. He said, leave it there. I'll drink it later. People started whispering what's going on. Oh my god, are they showing off their affection? Is the school bully in love? Lin Yuliang just kept drinking the milk. After she finished it, Shen Juan said, "You drank it all? Didn't you say you'd save some for me?" She said, "I've already drunk from it. You still want it?" A male classmate who witnessed this immediately posted about it online. Oh my god, I think I accidentally stumbled upon the big boss's secret romance. I've taken tests from elementary to high school for so many years, and I've never seen such a blatant public display of affection. Our legendary top student, Shen Juan, who once beat his deskmate into a vegetative state and made someone drop out of school, he actually opened a carton of walnut milk for a girl. I swear it's true, and the big boss was super calm and said, "Just leave it there, I'll drink it later." What kind of reaction is that? Isn't that terrifying? Shen Juan actually has a girlfriend. What's wrong with that? He's so handsome, and he told her to leave it for him to drink later. Isn't that an indirect kiss? A moment later, the teacher walked in. Time to prepare for the exam. Everyone hand in your bags and phones and focus on the exam. During the test, everyone was incredibly focused. Lin Yuliang thought to herself, the difficulty of the bin zone placement test is a bit lower than in my previous school, so it's not too hard. Then she secretly glanced at Shen Juan. That tough guy's handwriting is so good. I thought he'd be too lazy to write so much. Finally, everyone finished the exam. As the students were noisily discussing their scores, she turned around to find Shen Juan already gone. It turned out he had gone to get her bag for her. He said, "Let's go get something to eat." She said, "Did you forget to bring money?" He said, "I brought it. What do you want to eat?" "My treat." She said, "No, no, no. Let me treat you instead. You can have whatever you want. The beef noodle shop next door isn't very clean. Hot pot is too heavy, and the smell will linger on our clothes. We don't have time for that. How about stir fry? Up to you, I'm fine with anything." "Okay, let's have stir fry then." As the two were talking and laughing, she suddenly froze on the spot, startled by her father's sudden appearance. Why is he here? She stopped in her tracks, realizing she had to stand still. Her desk mate is Lin Yuliang. After returning to school, she hid from her dad, then checked her phone for missed calls. Afterwards, she answered a call. "Did you block my number?" "No, I had my monthly exam today. My phone was off the whole time." "So how was the exam?" "It was okay. Nothing too difficult. Come out. I'm standing at your school gate right now." "I didn't say you couldn't board at school, but if you were me, you'd understand." "No, I don't want to understand. All my classmates are boarders. Come out now. I just finished my exam, and I'm helping the head teacher sort the papers. I'll have Lowly pick you up tonight, and then you'll explain to me clearly why you want to board at school. Do you understand me? Your brother was also at Lijiang during high school. He didn't board, and it didn't affect his studies. What if something happens to you at school? I will go ask your teacher myself." She said, "Your brother already agreed." "He agreed to let you board?" "Which brother?" She said, "Do you have any other brothers?" Meng Weiguo said, "Regardless, you're still coming home with me today. Even if your surname isn't Meng, you're still my daughter, so you have to listen to me." Then Yuliang hung up the phone, her mind in turmoil, feeling utterly exhausted, weary to her soul. In a super delicious noodle shop, Shen Juan had already ordered a plate of fried noodles and was about to eat. So strange. Girls clearly like to hang out in groups. So why is Lin Yuliang always alone? She's always sitting alone in a corner, like an abandoned stray kitten. I can't stand watching her eat alone. Lin Yuliang gets startled whenever she sees something or suddenly remembers something. That's why she was too embarrassed to stand with me. Her face clearly said, "I don't want to touch you." As I was thinking, I remember how she turned around and pulled down my shirt before, begging me with a pitiful expression, "Classmate Shun, I'm begging you." Wait, why is my little brother suddenly getting shy and blushing? What are you thinking about? Spit it out. After eating, he returned to school, and Lin Yuliang also returned to the classroom. Shen Juan is back. I left without saying goodbye at noon. I need to think of the right words to apologize now. This big boss doesn't seem to be in a good mood. She looked at him, then said hesitantly, "I was really out of line today. I'll treat you to a meal next time." He said, "Did you have lunch today? You didn't eat, did you?" "Oh, I forgot. I was probably too eager to study." Hearing her say this, he lowered his eyelids and turned his face away, leaving her completely confused. As she took out her math book to look at problems, Shen Juan stood up, confusing her. She watched him walk out of the classroom blankly. What's wrong with him? Everyone in class whispered, "The exam is about to start. Why did the big boss leave? Is he going to fight or something?" Maybe the big boss got a message. Probably someone was bullying his underling. The big boss rushed out after getting the message. Such loyalty to his brothers. Isn't it a bit late to be saying this now? While they were gossiping, Shen Juan came back carrying a bag of snacks. He said nothing, just put it on Lin Yuliang's desk. He took out drinks and snacks and put them on the desk, leaving her very confused. Is he performing a magic trick? Shen Juan said while twisting open a water bottle cap. Lin Yuliang, in the future, if there's something you don't want to tell me, just say so directly. I won't ask again, but don't keep making up stories to lie to me. Even the slowest person would know that's a lie. Lin Yuliang looked at the pile of snacks in front of her, confused and feeling a bit wronged. Finally, the exam was over. Shen Juan walked straight out of the classroom without a word. Lin Yuliang thought, he's probably furious. But what are the spicy peanuts? Does he want me to eat and drink? As soon as Lin Yuliang got home, her dad interrogated her. Oh, you know how to come back. Who signed the school boarding consent form for you? Your brother. He signed it for you again, because he doesn't want me at home. We don't get along and argue a lot, so I suggested to him that I board at school, and he agreed. The moment she finished speaking, her dad angrily slapped her across the face. Look, signed for you. I've already asked him. He said he knows nothing about it. Lin Yuliang, I've spoiled you too much. You're getting more and more out of control, aren't you? Daring to lie to your own father. How ridiculous. A man who has never fulfilled his duties as a father. All he wants is power and fame. A moment later, Fu Mingxiu spoke to Lin Yuliang. What happened between you and Dad? Does he hit you often? No, this is the first time. You never cared about me before. Fu Mingxiu said, I'm not helping you. I just couldn't stand to watch. I finally see this brother's true colors. Pure tsundere. She said, thank you, big brother. Where are you taking me? Where am I taking you? I have things to do. Go wherever you want. Just get out of my sight. You make me sick. She said, not eating rice cakes anymore. He said, rice cakes my ass. Then why did you drag me out? I didn't ask you to come out. What if he hits you again? She watched Fu Mingxiu drive away, thinking, go wherever I want, but I have nowhere to go. She went back to the convenience store and sat down. Blankly, I'm like a pitiful migrant worker from the countryside who got fired, had their wages docked, couldn't pay rent, and was kicked out. So I'm wandering the streets with nowhere to go, just dragging my things, a bag of spicy peanuts, and sitting pitifully in a convenience store. Eating a box meal, I was slurping my noodles when Shen Juan walked in. She saw him the moment he entered. Our eyes met. What are you doing here? I asked. She said, I came to have dinner. I stood him up at noon and haven't apologized yet. Will he be angry? I asked, what happened to your face? She said, it's a bit complicated. I can't explain it right now. I moved closer to get a better look at her injury. Damn it. You know your handsome face is lethal to girls, right? Who hit you? Seeing she wouldn't speak, I said helplessly, all right. Then I turned and left the convenience store. She was stunned again. I should be relieved, but why do I feel so empty inside? Sigh, I should just finish this bowl of noodles first. But as I ate, I still snuck glances at my handsome deskmate. Just then, he was smoking, his eyes on me, making me feel guilty. I turned my head away. Sigh, this is so annoying. Getting hit at home, getting the cold shoulder outside. What's wrong with him? Why is he so cold to me? It's not like I want him to leave. I didn't think that at all. I hope Meng Wei-Wen never comes back. Who did I offend in my past life? Or did I rob and murder someone? Why do I have parents like that? Why am I so unlucky? She said, you're unhappy, and I'm unhappy too. We're both miserable, but it's okay. Let's solve the problem. Let's have a fight. I'm really angry right now. My whole body is filled with anger. I'm so angry I want to jump into a river. Do you still want to fight? If you don't, I'll find someone else. I sighed and gently wiped away her tears. However you want to fight, I'll do it with you. Don't cry. Lin Yuliang wrapped her arms around my neck, making me think she wanted to hug me. You said you wanted to fight. Why are you hugging me? Hug you my ass. I'm kicking you in the head. Does it hurt? A hooligan like you is so careless when you fight. How did you become the school bully? A moment later, I ordered a boxed meal, then carefully drizzled sauce on it and handed it to her. Eat. She said, why didn't you dodge just now? I said I couldn't. I finally know how she defeated Jiang Sui. With her speed, if someone attacked her, she could slap them 3 times in a second. She asked, does it hurt? I said, luckily, I can't feel anything. She asked again, you can't feel anything else, but your face is swollen. I think this might affect your good looks. Let me put a Band-Aid on for you. Okay, if you stick 3 side by side, it should cover this area. She said, then I'll buy you a few rolls of tape and wrap it up. You'll become a walking mummy. Maybe you'll look even fiercer than it. I said, I'm fine. Hurry up and eat. We'll go out and have some fun after you finish. As she ate, she wondered, where would a bad boy go? An internet cafe, an arcade, or a beer house? But after she finished eating, I I took her to a club with shooting and darts. Seeing her look around, I asked, "You don't like it here?" Lin Yuliang was confused. When did I ever say I like playing this? I even find shooting games annoying. The owner saw a regular customer and said with a smile, "Oh, you brought a girl today. What happened to your face?" Lin Yuliang guiltily avoided my gaze. "The decor here is really stylish," I said with a smile, "scratched by a cat." The owner didn't believe it. Impossible. No cat would scratch like that. I said, "It's a breed you haven't seen." The owner said, "All right, you two have fun." A moment later, the two went up to the third floor. There were very few people on the third floor. Let's stay here. She looked around with interest. It's time to play for real. Seeing me hand her a bow, an arrow, she asked, "Not a gun?" I saw someone teaching them how to use guns. I said, "They have a coach." "Of course, you have one too. Let's play archery first." She said, "Why not use a gun?" I thought for a few seconds and then said, "Because you're a minor." As I spoke, I carefully prepared the archery glove for her. "I'm still a minor." She said, "Can't minors play this?" I said, "In principle, no." After preparing the glove and everything for her, I began to instruct her. "Here, hold it. This is a recurve bow. No stabilizer, no sight, and no wrist sling." She said, "Wait, I get that you won't let me play with a gun, but why give me a bare bow?" I said, "No need. You don't need a wrist sling without a stabilizer, and aiming is based on the draw length." She said, "Can you put it in simpler terms?" I said, "Because you're a noob." She thought helplessly. I really shouldn't have asked. Weren't the words "no need" clear enough? He saw her annoyed expression, found it cute, and smiled. Then he beckoned with his finger and said, "Come here." She replied, "How do I use this? Do I hold it here?" He began to stand behind her, holding her hands and enthusiastically instructing her. "Straighten your arm, legs apart. Don't move your body. Turn your head this way." Oh my God. This close proximity made Lin Yuliang's heart race and her cheeks turn red. He said, "Don't tremble. Don't lower your elbow. Aim for the bullseye." At this moment, Lin Yuliang wasn't concentrating on archery at all. She was completely flustered, trembling all over, her heart pounding because he was too close, way too close. The moment she released the bowstring and shot the arrow, it hit the bullseye dead on. Well, but not the one on the target. She said, "You told me to aim for the bullseye. How awesome is my bullseye?" He clapped and cheered, awesome, because she wasn't used to it. She had to use all her strength to draw the bow. Just one shot made her arm sore. He took her bow, an arrow, then held it and aimed at the target with extreme professionalism. With just one shot, he hit the bullseye, scoring a perfect 10. Damn, so cool. Flirting like this would make girls go crazy. Then Yuliang's eyes lit up, looking at him as if he were a god. Shen Juan also felt incredibly proud of himself. She thought to herself, annoying. Isn't he just giving me a backhanded compliment? Annoyed, she snatched the bow and arrow back. I can do it too. Somehow, after practicing for a while, half an hour had passed. Lin Yuliang was also quite talented at this game, so she was already playing quite well. Her future boyfriend was also very good at praising and encouraging her. She said, "All right, you can't rush this. One step at a time." Shen Juan said, "Let's go now. Where should I drop you off?" She said, "I don't want to go home, but if I go back to school." A moment later, they were standing at the school dormitory entrance. Lin Yuliang then asked, "Top student, do you know how to climb over the wall?" "I bet you do." "I've never climbed it." "You've never climbed over the wall? What kind of top student are you? What kind of tough guy are you? If you've never climbed a wall, how can you call yourself a rebellious youth?" He said, "Why do rebellious youths have to climb over walls everywhere?" After looking around for a while, they found a high spot to climb. "Climb from here." She said, "But this is too high. How am I supposed to get up?" Shen Juan held up his hands and said, "Here." He said, "I'll give you a boost." This tough guy really knows how to flirt. Finally, Lin Yuliang stepped on his hands and climbed up. "Can you go a little higher?" "Oops, 5 centimeters to the left." He said, "Do 5 centimeters really affect your performance?" "Not really. It's just that I can't quite exert my strength at this height." He said, "Then what should we do? Would it be high enough if you sat on my shoulders?" She said, "That would definitely be enough." "You really want to sit on my shoulders, huh?" Shen Juan said with a dark expression. Lin Yuliang thought, well, who's to blame for him falling for me? If he wants to woo me, he has to willingly indulge me. Finally, she successfully climbed onto the wall. "How about that? Your brother Liang is still capable." He sighed, impressive. "Can you get down from the other side then?" She said, "I can. This side is a bit higher than that side. See you tomorrow, deskmate." This tough guy was once again mesmerized by her smile. and flustered. After seeing her jump down safely, he finally breathed a sigh of relief and turned to go home, a warm smile still on his lips. Indeed, first love is truly wonderful. He was about to change his clothes after getting back when his phone rang. It was a message from Lin Yuliang. Oh, you need some Yunnan Baiyao for your forehead? He stood in front of the mirror, patted his hair, and looked at his forehead. Tiske, she really didn't hold back. Then he just turned on the tap and splashed water on his face. As he washed his face, he recalled the slightly wronged expression on his crush's face earlier. The more he thought about it, the more his heart ached for his future girlfriend. The next day in the classroom, Lin Yuliang said, "It looks a little green. I didn't even use much force, did I?" He said, "How much more force did you want to use?" She said, "I thought you could dodge. Didn't we agree to have a fight? Who knew you'd just stand there and let me hit you, then charge over? I thought it was some new fighting move you tough guys have." He thought helplessly, "I thought you were going to hug me. Who knew you'd come up and punch me?" Suddenly, she brushed his hair aside, confusing him. "What are you doing?" "I'm just brushing your hair over. There, it's covered now. Otherwise, it completely ruins your image as a majestic school bully." Oh my God, what guy wouldn't fall for a girl who smiles as brightly as a spring breeze? "My deskmate, she's really something." She said, "Really something what? Do you have a problem with your deskmate?" The two boys behind them, witnessing this public display of affection, were speechless. It's been a few months since school started, and my perception of the school bully is constantly being refreshed. The stirrings of youth really come when you least expect it. As they were chatting happily, the teacher threw a piece of chalk at Shen Juan's head. "Shen Juan, can you stop talking to your deskmate? It's rare for you to be on time and not dozing off for a day. Turns out you came to chat. Stand up and listen to the lecture." A short while later, the bell for the end of class finally rang. Breaking news. The approval for the 10th school joint exam came through. But it seems someone cheated in the final exam room with an extremely high score, and even the two questions they got wrong were identical. Haha, who's so clueless? It's not someone from our class, is it? I remember Lin Yuliang and Shen Juan from our class were in the final exam room. Everyone immediately knew who copied and who was copied from. Lin Yuliang said, "Classmate Shen, my bad. I didn't do it on purpose." Classmates Lin Yuliang and Shen Juan. Lao Lu wants you both to go to the academic affairs office to see him. Lin Yuliang secretly wondered, could it be that I was caught on camera climbing the wall yesterday? A moment later, the two arrived at the academic affairs office, but the teacher was smiling as brightly as a flower. "Good kids, I know you're both very concerned about the results of this monthly exam. After all, at your level, a difference of 1 or 2 points is a big deal." Lin Yuliang was confused that is he mocking me, or did I fill in my answer sheet wrong? Are Shen Juan and I on the same level? The teacher continued, "But the report cards won't be out until tomorrow. Normally I wouldn't let you peek, but I just can't help myself. Keep it quiet, okay? I'll give you a sneak peek." It turned out Shen Juan was ranked first with 703 points, and Lin Yuliang was second with 701. Shen Juan even got a perfect score in physics. Lin Yuliang was thunderstruck. Shen Juan fights, skips class, sleeps in class, doesn't do his homework, and spouts nonsense about the laws of thermodynamics. Yet he still scored 2 points higher than me. Is there anything more humiliating than this? I even stayed up all night to organize physics review materials for him and fed him so much encouragement like he was a top student. Could it be that Shen Juan has been pretending all along, secretly going home to study? Before she could snap out of it, another student came to see the teacher. After the teacher left, she said, 703 points, not bad. He said, "You did well too." To her, his words sounded like sarcasm. "You only scored this much, huh?" She said, "You sleep in class. How could you possibly score so high?" He said, "For some reason, I took a break from school for a while, so I've already learned some of the 11th grade content. Listening in class is a waste of time. I'd rather sleep." She said, "How long did you study before you took a break?" He said, "A little over a week." Lin Yuliang was so angry, she had to press a hand to her chest to contain her fury. "Classmate Shen, I hope you won't be so smug anymore. I don't want academic performance to ruin the deskmate friendship we've worked so hard to build." A week later, Lin Yuliang was reading news online. What kind of world is this? Do school bullies now pick people based on looks and grades? Shen Juan is actually first in the grade. The name of the second place student is Lin Yuliang, a female classmate. Why is this girl's name so hard to pronounce? I know I have freedom of speech. I took the monthly exam with Lord Juan. I heard Lord Juan call her name, and he even bought her food, a whole bunch of delicious things, the kind of boyfriend buys for a girlfriend. He even pinned her against the desk. They sat together in the final exam room. Watching their interaction, I even thought these two were dating. Class 1 the senior year, unafraid of death, secretly adds, "These two are super sweet in class every day." The big boss is very patient and doting. Anyway, the big boss has a good temper, and besides loving to sleep, he has no other faults. Our whole class is starting to doubt the authenticity of the legends about the big boss. Stop guessing. Even if they showed signs of being a couple before, they might be on the verge of breaking up now. After the monthly exam, they've been in a cold war for almost a week. Lin Yuliang's gloomy mood was written all over her face. Actually, it's not that I can't accept Shen Juan scoring better than me. And, thinking about it now, he never actually told me his grades were bad. But I feel like I was deceived by Shen Juan. The physics materials I stayed up all night to prepare, I was worried he wouldn't understand. So, I even separated them into two types and wrote special advertisements to attract the interest of a slacker. In the end, he got a perfect score in physics. He was the first person I came into contact with after coming to this city, and the only one who could be considered a friend. I might have to say goodbye to him soon. Suddenly, it was very noisy outside. That must be her, the second in the grade. That's right, the one who was being all flirty with the school bully in the exam room. Shen Juan got first place. He's not just a school bully, he's a top student. As they were discussing, they were frightened by Lin Yuliang's icy glare. Then Shen Juan walked in coldly and said, "Move." Seeing him, everyone trembled and made way for him. He was the same as always, exuding a low-pressure aura. "Thanks," he said. Shen Juan walked into the classroom and looked at Lin Yuliang. Their eyes met, but she avoided his gaze and turned her face away. He said, "What on earth are you unhappy about?" She said, "How do you know I'm unhappy?" He said, "Did I do something to offend you?" She continued, "No." He said, "Is it because it's been a week since the monthly exam and you still haven't gotten over it? You're not angry. Why should you be angry? You should be happy." Teacher Lin's professional skills are just that strong, able to teach any student to a perfect score in physics, even 2 points higher than Teacher Lin herself. He said, "What's 2 points? It's just one multiple choice question. If there's anything you don't understand in the future, just ask me directly. I'll explain it to you." Lin Yuliang grew even more annoyed listening to him. "Are you mocking me now?" The atmosphere between the two of them was so tense that anyone entering the space could feel the low pressure. The vice class president for sports said, "You two big bosses, the sports meet is coming up. Do you want to join?" She said, "What's there to join?" The sports committee member said, "Thank you, my heroine, for your mercy. Our class has too few girls and no one has signed up. There's relay, high jump, and discus. Then discus it is." The ignored Shen Juan could only sigh helplessly. Soon it was time for outdoor PE class. The teacher heard that this year's top scorer and runner-up are both in our class. "Where are these two genius students? Stand up and let me see. Don't be shy. I just want to see what geniuses look like. I'm so old, and I've never scored over 300 on an exam. You two are both good-looking and study well. But do you two have some kind of deep-seated hatred for each other? Why are you standing so far apart?" Shen Juan looked at her, but she didn't even give him a glance. Shen Juan had no choice but to move closer to her. The teacher said, "Come on, what's there to be shy about? It's not a blind date. All right, you two go to the equipment room and get the mats. This young man is quite handsome. Okay, we need to warm up before exercising." Lin Yuliang was still angry, avoiding him and walking ahead on her own. As soon as they got to the equipment room, he said, "You wait here, I'll go get them." She didn't say a word and struggled with all her might to get the mats out herself. Seeing the two of them bickering was hilarious. Lin Yuliang's attitude was, "Leave me alone. I'll do it myself. I don't need you." He stepped forward, held her hand, and said, "Lin Yuliang, what's wrong with you?" He said, "I'm sorry." Hearing him say those 3 words, Lin Yuliang stared at him blankly. The big boss had finally bowed his head. "Hee hee." She said, "Why are you suddenly apologizing to me?" He held her hand and said, "I don't even know why you're unhappy." She angrily threw the mat on the ground. "If you don't even know, what are you apologizing for?" The atmosphere between them grew tense again. He let go of her hand. "But aren't you just unhappy? Seriously, what should I do?" Looking at his pitiful, puppy-like expression, she herself didn't know what she was throwing a tantrum about. Shen Juan didn't intentionally lie to her, nor did he deliberately hide anything. To be fair, Shen Juan was quite innocent. She said, "Do you know why you scored 2 points higher than me?" "Why?" "Because you're more two than me." The female lead made a pun, because two sounds similar to fool in Chinese. Then she happily turned and said, "Remember to bring the mats." Shen Juan thought helplessly, "Is that all it took to appease me?" A moment later, the two of them brought the mats out. The teacher said, "Today, the boys will do push-ups, and the girls can do sit-ups if they're up for it. Come on, top scorer. I heard you two are desk mates. You can help your buddy out." "Help with what?" The teacher said, count 30 for him. Not a single one can be substandard. If it's not up to standard, knock him on the head. Shen Juan was speechless listening to them. Both the teacher and the student were unusually excited that I'm entrusting him to you. No going easy on him. Don't worry, teacher, Shen Juan thought. I heard all of that. Lin Yuliang rolled up her sleeves and sat in front of Shen Juan. Facing his confusion, she smiled and said, Student Shen Juan, let's begin. In the teacher's office, Teacher Lu heard, you have 2 students who scored 700 in your class? That's impressive. It's their own hard work. Teacher Lu, are those 2 top scorers in your class deskmates? Yes, it's fate. They chose their own seats at the beginning of the year. They have a good relationship and study hard together. Teacher Lu, have you seen our school's forum? These 2 students are really popular. There's even fanfiction about them. What's fanfiction? You know, if you go take a look. With kids these days, you have to be careful. When boys and girls sit together, problems can easily arise. The teacher hurriedly picked up his phone to look at these 2 students in my class. They have nothing but studying in their eyes. How could they be in a puppy-love relationship? But as soon as he went online, he saw a pile of posts and comments about their romance. That there's PE class today. Did you guys know? The big boss is in class today, too, right? Quick, tell us. Class is starting soon. Does the big boss do push-ups in PE class, too? I don't know if this girl is the Miss Lin you guys always talk about. I've never seen her. This girl is watching the big boss do push-ups and keeps hitting him, knocking him on the head. She's hitting him pretty hard. I was so scared. I thought the big boss would flip out at any moment, but he didn't at all. The big boss even had a blissful expression on his face while being hit. Post the clip. I'm shipping this. The teacher confusedly clicked on the clip of Lin Yuliang hitting Shen Juan. After watching it carefully, the teacher also felt that something was definitely going on with these 2 students that I need to have a talk with them. Girls are more thin-skinned, so I'll talk to Shen Juan first. After class, Shen Juan was washing his face when he song and came looking for him. Thought, I came to see what the blissful expression on Wan Yi's face that the forum is talking about looks like. But how come I don't see any bliss on your face? Shen Juan looked at his mocking friend and could only say helplessly, you're really something else. Afterwards, the 2 went to the school's convenience store. Oh, you know your deskmate is super popular now? Do you know why? I don't. Because of you. You're a master of unintentional flirting. What did you do in the exam hall? You 2 are deskmates, right? Aren't you afraid the teacher will separate you? Then you'll only be able to sit on opposite corners, gazing at each other from afar. You'll be crying then. Shen Juan remained calm and composed, grabbing a bottle of soda and saying, I didn't flirt. You didn't flirt? Do you think everyone else in the exam hall was blind? Just because they don't like to study doesn't mean they're stupid. Drink less cola. You'll catch a cold easily if you drink too much. For the sake of Miss Lin's happiness, you should pay a little attention. Shen Juan couldn't take it anymore, kicked his friend, and said, shut up. Just then, a male student ran over. Student Shen Juan, I just went to the classroom and heard teacher Jiang say that something's not right between you and Lin Yuliang. You might be separated. Thanks. No problem. I'm just a righteous friend who loves to help others. Got it. He songed and thought, I didn't expect it to be this fast. Young Master Shun, even though you just kicked me, I still choose to take one for the team for my brother. Then, he grabbed Shen Juan's hand. He made them face each other. Unexpectedly, this beautiful scene of 2 handsome boys gazing deeply into each other's eyes caused a commotion throughout the school, with everyone taking out their phones to take pictures. The study god really likes to cabinet people. But why is he cabineting a guy this time? He songed and said, Bro, this is all I can do to help you. Don't thank me. I'm off. Shen Juan was so angry his face turned purple. You just wait. In class 11, 10, Lin Yuliang thought, was I a bit too harsh on Shen Juan? If someone squatted next to me and knocked on my head, I might have knocked them back too. As she was thinking, Shen Juan entered the classroom and dragged his chair back to his seat. She glanced at him and then said, Did I hit you very hard? Let me say first, I didn't do it on purpose, and I wasn't angry at all. The PE teacher made me do it. Hearing her say this, Shen Juan couldn't help but let out a laugh. What are you laughing at? I'm telling the truth. He said, it didn't hurt. I didn't feel anything. Soon, photos of Shen Juan and he songed in as a CP spread all over the internet. The big boss broke up. This is confirmed news, comrades. So this is the big boss's true love. The teacher looked on, scratching his head in confusion that what's with kids these days. As he was looking, Shen Juan appeared. Teacher, you were looking for me? You scared me to death. Ha. Oh, right. I was looking for you. It's nothing major. I just wanted to ask you, Shen Juan, do you want to be in a relationship with a female classmate? I don't mean anything by it. I just want to understand the thoughts of people your age. I'm not just asking you. I just had a chat with classmate Lin as well. Shen Juan thought Seongnan's move was too unexpected. I didn't even have time to react. He smiled and said, Teacher Liu, puppy love will affect my studies. What does he mean by that? Does he not want to be in a relationship, or does he not want to be in a relationship with a female classmate? Oh, you could go back to the classroom first. As soon as she got back to the classroom, the sports committee member came to beg Lin Yuliang. Besides shot put, please sign up for discus and javelin too. Wow, none of the girls in our class are good at them. Lin Yuliang pretended to be weak and said, do I look like someone who can throw a discus? Oh, I saw you signed up for shot put. That's why I asked you to add more. She said, I'm slow at sprinting and I'm not good at long distance running either. I figured shot put was the least strenuous, so I signed up. Shen Juan's heart ached hearing this. Slow at sprinting? Who are you kidding? Weren't you pretty fast when you were hitting me? In that case, javelin is fine, but discus is really not possible. Thank you, Heroine Lin, for saving the day. Only then did she notice Shen Juan had returned. He's back. The sports committee member said, Heroine Lin, this humble one will take his leave. Lin Yuliang sighed and said, I really don't get what the sports committee member is thinking, asking me to throw a discus. What does a discus even look like? He asked, how much do you weigh? She said, don't you know it's taboo to ask a girl her weight? He was just curious about my small frame. She pouted, what small frame? He asked, is it you pushing the shot put or the shot put pushing you? She sat up straight confidently and said, this small frame of mine can push him. Tons. He laughed. Sounds like you've built a lot of muscle. The moment he said it, he received a dark glare from Lin Yuliang. Oops, I let it slip. Lin Yuliang didn't know I saw him peeking at me. She thought I didn't know. She said, I saw you. I saw. What did you see? I saw you beat that guy to pulp. She sighed. You saw it again. He's completely shattered my innocent image. Shen Juan saw she was unhappy. Is she going to kill me to silence me? He said, to be honest, whether I see it or not, it seems you can't maintain your image in front of me anymore. She thought, even if he exposes me, I've already hit Shen Juan twice. My image as a quiet, ethereal fairy has long been shattered to pieces. Whatever. Li Lin looked at them in disbelief. The big boss and my deskmate are getting closer by the day. I have to figure out what's going on between them. To the teacher. Last class, the teacher instructed Li Lin, I'm very supportive of students' free development, but I'm still a little worried. Help me see if those two are in a relationship. During the break, some kids gather to play a game. Oh, amazing. The heroine's reflexes are so fast. Li Lin, while playing the game, was still trying to find a chance to probe their relationship. How can I make this seem natural? Oh, I heard a girl and a boy from the class next door, A9, were caught in a puppy love relationship. Their parents were even called in. Lin Yuliang heard it, but was unfazed, not seeming to care much. Li Lin continued, I heard that boy is very handsome, the most handsome boy in the whole class, and very gentle. If you saw him, you'd definitely fall for him. Are you saying he's more handsome than my deskmate? Shen Juan, although he was sleeping with his head on the desk, he still heard their conversation and even heard her praise him. Li Lin said, of course not. The big boss's looks are second to none. She said, then it's even more impossible for me to fall for him. Even with my deskmate being this handsome, I haven't fallen for him. She said this while playing, finally won. Won again. This is boring. But she didn't know that her words had already caused a stir in her male deskmate's heart. Li Lin thought, maybe Teacher Liu can rest assured now. Why do I suddenly feel cold? After school, she returned home. Guan Xiangmei had called her to come home. It had been 2 weeks, and dragging it out wasn't a solution. As soon as she entered the house, she saw Fu Mingxiu with a gloomy face. Why is he here too? I'd better not provoke him. Fu Mingxiu said, hey, and then tossed her an orange. She caught it swiftly. She held the orange, then looked at her second brother's Sundara attitude and smiled, understanding. Sundara, huh? That night at the dinner table, Guan Xiaomei said, I heard Xiao Jing got second place in the exam this time. That should be first in her class, right? And he wanted to transfer you to a better class, but your dad wouldn't allow it. If Xiao Jing transferred to class 1, all the good students are there. Studying with them, her grades would be even better. You men don't understand. Lin Yuliang said, I'm also second in my class. What? She continued, the first place student is also in our class. You don't need to worry. The students in class 1 didn't score as high as me. I probably wouldn't learn much from them. Oh, really? Meng Weiguo looked at his daughter, then slammed his chopsticks down and said, what kind of attitude is that? Annie Guan is doing this for your own good, even offering to find you a good class. Why are you unhappy? We've really invited a high-maintenance goddess into the house. Lin Yuliang said, it's not my fault the students in class 1 didn't score as high as us. I didn't expect the quality of students in that class to be that high. Meng Weiguo was angry and about to continue, but Fu Mingxiu stood up. I'm done eating. Lin Yuliang also stood up. I'm done eating too. Meng Weiguo said, come to my room tonight. I have something to say to you. Lin Yuliang returned to her room and wearily closed the door. She really didn't want to be here. Just then, she received a text message. She opened it and saw it was from the sports committee member in the Class 10 family group chat. Everyone, the sports meet is next week. Don't forget to bring snacks. I should go out and buy some snacks. How did buying snacks unconsciously lead me to the handsome gangster's house? You're such a pervert. Only reincarnation can fix you. She took out her phone and texted Shen Juan. Hey, student Shen, I'm not sure what time your studio closes. Is it closed now? It's not. She was happy to see the message. Hee hee. Then he replied, come in. She opened the main door and walked in, suddenly feeling a strong urge to vent. She knocked on the door. Knock, knock. As soon as she knocked, the gangster opened the door. He said, wait a minute, I still have something to finish. She said, am I disturbing you? He picked up his things and said to her, wait for me for a bit. I'll be quick. You can go in and have a look first. Can I have a look? Sure. As soon as the customer saw her, he waved. She politely waved back. Shen Juan, wearing a mask and gloves, said, don't move, then picked up his tool and started tattooing. Super professional. For some reason, Lin Yuliang found herself mesmerized watching him tattoo. She even gulped. Girl, you're so shallow. But if it were me, I'd be the same. Hee hee. Just as he looked up at her, she was extremely embarrassed and quickly looked away. I just gulped. Forget it. Don't think about it. Men are not as good as fried chicken. Shen Juan finally finished tattooing the customer. The man asked, girlfriend? No. The man smiled, oh, girlfriend, huh? Then he walked out. Lin Yuliang immediately praised. So cool, bro. She was talking about the tattoo. The man laughed. Thanks, sis. You're pretty too. As soon as he said that, Shen Juan came out with a displeased look on his face. Hey, I'm leaving now. Shen Juan couldn't care less about him. After the man left, he looked down at the table and found she had already drunk a bunch of beers that you've drunk quite a bit. And you called him bro so smoothly. Haha, the big boss is jealous. Hee hee. Having drunk so much, Lin Yuliang was already feeling limp, her cheeks flushed from the alcohol. I didn't know what else to call him. Should I have called him handsome appa? Isn't that a bit too casual? Shen Juan frowned and said, and calling him bro isn't casual. No, it shows I'm a polite and good girl. He said, then why aren't you polite to me? Lin Yuliang ignored him, opened another can of beer, and handed it to him. Want some, bro? My God, what man could resist a girl like this? The gangster was drooling just looking at her. You two look-obsessed people should just get together. She said, you're not drinking, bro? Shen Juan watched her reach for the beer. Just as she was taking it, their fingers accidentally touched. Her hand is so cold, he thought. Then he turned and walked away. Lin Yuliang was puzzled. Why'd he leave? If you're not drinking, fine. I'll drink it myself. But before she could open the new can, Shen Juan handed her a glass of warm water. Drink this. She looked at him blankly, confused. Then she smiled and said, your voice is hoarse. It wasn't like this just now. What were you secretly up to? Hearing her call him bro, Big Boss Shen Juan's heart pounded once again. His heart was beating so fast. He had to sit down and pretend to be calm. Lin Yuliang put it down. She obediently put it down. Shen Juan poured out all her beer, then poured her a glass of warm water and handed it to her. Drink. She said, do you think I'm a fool? He asked, not drunk yet. She said, Lin Yuliang, can hold 1,000 cups. I came to drink with you. How can I pass out before you? He said, you came to drink with me? Yeah. Don't you know you shouldn't drink alone with a guy? Am I a guy? Oh, right, you count as one. I even bought you a lot of snacks to go with the drinks. Do you want some chips? The crunchy kind. Oh, you don't like this. You like this. She took out another bag of spicy peanuts, leaving Shen Juan speechless. Damn, I've used up a lifetime of patience on you. He opened the bag of peanuts and said, eat. I'll eat with you. Just eat. No drinking. Drink water. Then she ate while looking at him, and then said, hey bro. Shen Juan was about to light a cigarette, but stopped again because of her. She said, has anyone ever told you that you're especially handsome when you're tattooing? My God, she's seriously flirting. What man could resist this? Although Shen Juan was shy, he calmly said, has anyone ever told you not to act cute when you're not drunk? His gaze was fixed deeply on the innocent girl before him, and he helplessly covered his head. She smiled and said, go get the alcohol. I can probably drink 2 or 3 more cans, no more than that. He said, I don't think you're sober right now. Do you know why? Why? Because I need to wash my face to sober up. What? Wash my face? Shen Juan's head was about to explode. So forward. After washing her face, she turned around, slowly walked towards the sofa, and said, "Student Shun, let's sleep. This big brother has been holding back for a long time, and this little sister is still tempting him. Let's just go with it, but keep it pure. Don't get any funny ideas, brothers." After Lin Yuliang spoke, she ignored his panic, just smiled, and climbed onto the sofa, sleeping as if she were in her own home. Get a good night's sleep. Tomorrow is a new beginning. Everything will pass. Shen Juan stood up angrily, but the little sister was already snoring in dreamland. Shen Juan continued to kick the table angrily, gritting his teeth and calling out, "Lin Yuliang." She said, "Are you trying to kick me out?" "No, there's a bedroom inside. Go sleep on the bed. I just changed the sheets today. If you're still awake, there are disposable toiletries in the bathroom." She said, "Aren't you a guy?" "What do I feel like?" She said, "This is a guy's place. Can I just sleep on a male classmate's bed? I'm not a casual person." He said, "Does sleeping on a man's bed affect the speed at which you draw your sword?" She said, "If I sleep on your bed, does that mean I have to be responsible for you?" Shen Juan was stunned and said confusedly, "What are you talking about?" She said, "I'll have to wash your bed sheets for you." Before she knew it, Lin Yuliang was already taking a shower in the bathroom. "Looks like I'm being a bit shameless, using the alcohol as an excuse. I don't want to go home." Shen Juan didn't say anything and just let me stay here. I was talking nonsense, and he didn't get angry at all. It's as if I can do anything when I'm with him. Thinking this, she unconsciously wrote the 2 characters for Shen Juan on the mirror. So embarrassing. The little sister blushed in shame, wiped it off, and then ran out of the bathroom in a panic. Coming out of the shower, she was startled by Shen Juan. He was studying with a book. She said, "Why aren't you asleep yet? Are you doing homework?" He tapped her on the head. "Little girl, I'm not a god who can get good grades without studying." She said, "I'm only 1 year younger than you." "I'm not a little girl." He said, 2 years. "You started school when you were 6, right? So I'm 2 years older than you. Go to sleep, little girl. Don't drink like that just because you can hold your liquor." As he spoke, he ruffled her messy hair. "You were even babbling nonsense when you were drunk just now." A moment later, Shen Juan was already sleeping obediently on the sofa. Shen Juan saw she was asleep, dimmed the night light to be softer, to let me sleep better. Then he went to the bathroom to take a shower. While showering, he saw the footprints she had left on the floor. Oh my God, what am I thinking? A rich imagination is beneficial for the development of the male hypothalamus. Shen Juan didn't dare to think anymore, and could only blush, hold his head, and curse. Damn it. Lin Yuliang remembered her childhood. "Actually, I'm not a good girl. The first time I drank was when I secretly drank at home. I clearly remember that day. Mom, I got first place in the grade. The principal praised me in front of the whole school. Her mother angrily threw things. Stop being noisy. What's the use of getting first place? Get out. Don't bother me." Lin Yuliang felt hurt and sad for not receiving her mother's love and praise, and for having to endure this chaotic scene. The alcohol was in the cabinet. I just grabbed it. That was the first bottle of alcohol I drank at Lu Jiayan's house. She put the bottle on the table and said, "Drink with me." Luckily, I had 2 friends, Lu Jiayan and Cheng Jiao. Later, I found out that day was Lin Jihe and Meng Weigua's wedding anniversary. She said, "Lu Jiayan, I don't want to be Lin Yuliang anymore." Lu Jiayan said, "No one can decide for you. You can be whoever you want to be." Since then, I've always felt that I could hold my liquor well. Today, I only had a few cans of beer, not enough to make me lose my senses. As she thought about it, she fell asleep. Since when did it start? The next morning, sunlight streamed into the room, and she woke up. It's only 5:30. Shen Juan should still be asleep. Let's go buy some breakfast for classmate Shun. After buying breakfast, the room was still quiet. Is he not awake yet? She folded the blanket, then wrote something on a piece of paper. After she finished writing, she smiled and left. On the table was the breakfast and a line of words. Classmate Shun, remember to eat breakfast. Then she tiptoed back home. Meng Weigua and Guan Xiaomei were probably not awake yet. I had to move my luggage out quickly. Just as she was being sneaky, she was caught red-handed by Fu Mingxiu. Fu Mingxiu said, "What are you doing?" She pretended to have just woken up. "Big brother, good morning. The air outside is so fresh. Do you often go for morning runs?" He said, "Pack your things. I'll give you a ride later. I'm going back to school anyway, so it's on the way. Don't overthink it." She said, "Thank you, big brother." "Big brother, thanks for the trouble." So disingenuous. I get it. Guan Xiaomei and her husband saw how close the 2 were. He He took a look. Their relationship was really good. After a while, she finally arrived at school. As soon as she got to school, she received a message from Cheng Zhaoyang. Hey little beauty, when is your school sports meet? Which days? Your brother Zhao is planning to skip class to come hang out with you, got it? She replied, Thursday and Friday, 2 days I guess. Then it's a 2-day weekend break. Cheng Jiao sent a message saying, awesome, I can hang out with you for 4 days. And I can see if our class's little beauty has gotten even prettier after a few months. Just as Shen Juan arrived at class 2, he saw her typing on her phone, smiling like an idiot. Who is she messaging that's making her so happy? She was about to make that tough guy senior jealous and unhappy again. He knocked on her desk to get her attention. She looked up at him, their eyes met, and then she stood up to let him in. Move the chair yourself. Shen Juan's mood worsened. He had even bought her breakfast this morning, and now she was chatting so happily with someone else. God, her smile was so brilliant, it was blinding. That smile added a bit more sourness to a certain someone's heart. She said, Shen Juan, let me ask you something. Can students from other schools attend our sports meet? Probably. They're not strict during the sports meet. As long as you wear a school uniform, you can get in. In that case, classmate Shen, can I borrow your school uniform to wear? Just for a little while. He asked warily, what for? She suddenly felt a little guilty. Oh, I have a friend coming over, so I wanted to borrow your clothes for them to wear. They'll return it as soon as they get into the school. He asked the guy. She said, yeah, who else? If it were a girl, who would I borrow from? He said, you're letting another guy wear my clothes? His face might as well have had the word jealous written on it. She looked at him blankly. He thought to himself, you traitor, I work so hard to earn money every day, and you use the money I work hard for to support another man. Let's break up. God, what am I even thinking? Cheng Jiao wants to come see the sports meet. It's perfectly normal for me to lend him Shen Juan's uniform. As she was spacing out, he moved closer to her and said, so that's how it is. At that moment, she couldn't focus on anything. All she could smell was the scent of the shampoo and body wash he used yesterday, mixed with a faint smell of tobacco. They weren't that close, but the way he looked at her made her feel a little guilty, even a little flustered. Ahem, forget it. If you won't lend it, you won't. Stingy. She wanted to ask Li Lin for help, but he angrily held her head down. Huh? What are you doing? I didn't say I wouldn't lend it. Why are you asking someone else? I thought you didn't want to. I really don't. But if you beg me and say something nice, I'll lend it to you. God, look at him flirting so intensely. Just because of that look, Lin Yuliang froze, her heart raced, and her cheeks flushed. This strange feeling started last night. I realized Shen Juan is very charming. Actually, he's super charming. Lin Yuliang, where did your immunity to handsome guys go? It's pathetic, like an ignorant young girl being played by a playboy. Shen Juan asked in confusion, what's wrong? Do you still want to borrow it? The next day at school, Shen Juan had already placed the tracksuit on her desk. Just then, she received a message from Cheng Jiao. My little princess, your daddy, and your precious Lu Jiayin are coming together. She texted back, get lost. Number 8 middle school usually issues 2 sets of uniforms. Shen Juan had taken a year off, so he should be wearing a senior year uniform, but he received 2 sets of sophomore uniforms instead. So Shen Juan had 2 extra sets of uniforms. Even in his sleep, Shen Juan could feel Lin Yuliang's gaze on him, which meant she wanted to ask him for another favor. She said, can I borrow a senior year uniform from you too? She was provoking that tough guy senior's jealousy again. Girl, you've really got some nerve. He slammed his book shut with a bang, then rested his chin on his hand and said, how many friends do you have? Just 2. The moment she finished speaking, she felt his face darken, becoming as cold as ice. She thought to herself, crap. Then she said with a smile, and now there's you. After she said that, the atmosphere became even quieter. Why does he look unhappy? I think of you as a brother. It took me, Lin Yuliang, 2 years of hanging out with Cheng Jiao and Lu Jiayin to become real friends. But I've only known you for 2 months, and we're already this close. If this keeps up, will we be renting an apartment together near the school after we graduate high school? Stop. Calm down. Stop drooling over classmate Shen Juan's good looks. She said with a smile, classmate Shen, is that okay? He was the same as always, not speaking, just looking at her. Just as she was about to lose hope, he agreed, which confused her. Huh, what's with this guy? He sewed Sundara. A few days later, the 20th sports meet of number 8 middle school was held, and Lin Yuliang also came to join the fun. Just then, Song Jimin waved at her, showing off a cheering banner. The slogan on it was incredibly corny. Li Lin said, what's so cool about that? Our class has a slogan too. Year 10, Class 1, valiant and heroic, second to none. How about it? Doesn't it sound so youthful? Huh? Why are you leaving? Lin Yuliang said to the teacher, "You asked me to carry the class sign to represent our class. I've thought about it, and I can go all out for the class." "Good, you're such a good kid." Then she started to change into her uniform, ready to cheer. At least carrying the sign meant she wouldn't have to chant those idiotic slogans. Luckily, Teacher Liu had come to me before, but I had said I wouldn't carry the sign for the class. However, compared to holding a banner and chanting those slogans, carrying the class sign felt much better. I just don't know why it's a bit cold. She received a displeased look from the arts committee member, Wen Zihui. Huh? Who's this? Why is she so hostile towards me? Song Jimin, are you okay? I'm fine. Who is he? Why did he glare at me like that? Because you're carrying the class sign, sis. Wen Zihui used to be the class beauty, and she was the one who carried the sign at last year's sports meet. Now that you're here and have stolen her spotlight, do you think she wouldn't hate you? She said, "There's no need for that. Let's just see what tricks these people at number 8 middle school can pull." After a short while, the opening ceremony was about to begin and everyone gathered to line up. On this crisp autumn day, welcome to our school's annual sports meet. First, on behalf of all the teachers and students, I would like to express our heartfelt thanks to all the staff of this sports meet. Shen Juan slowly made his way to find his class, but when he saw Lin Yuliang standing at the very front of the class holding the class sign, he stopped in his tracks, stunned. Stunned, right? Isn't she beautiful? Get a grip, bro. Classmate Shen Juan, you're already late and you're still dawdling. Hurry up and get in line. Shen Juan quickly walked into the class line, taking the opportunity to get a good look at his cute deskmate. Just then, he noticed her legs were trembling from the cold. He stood at the back of the line, but his eyes kept following her, worried about her. Because of the cold wind, she was shivering even more. It's so cold. I should go back and put on Shen Juan's uniform jacket first. As she went downstairs to get the jacket, when Zihui saw her, she deliberately walked over and bumped into Lin Yuliang, causing her to slip. Unfortunately, a can of water fell, tripping Lin Yuliang, who then fell down the stairs, landing heavily on the ground. Everyone was stunned. She had fallen from a height, and even one side of her skirt was torn out. Ah, what happened? Why did she suddenly fall? She's bleeding. Quick, go get a teacher. Hey, are you okay? Someone come help cover her skirt. She's about to be exposed. Lin Yuliang felt dizzy. It's so noisy. I'm in so much pain. I'm about to lose consciousness, but I have to hold on. I must have twisted my ankle. I can't stand up. Just then, Shen Juan pushed through the crowd and ran towards her. He gently sat down, draped his own jacket over her to cover her, and then told her not to let her mind wander. Just like how her future boyfriend always shows up at the critical moment. She leaned against him and thought, he must have snuck off for a smoke just now. Teacher, what happened? Why are you all gathered here? Shen Juan, why are you sitting there? Where's your uniform jacket? Lin Yuliang fell. Oh, what did she fall? Is she okay? Someone take her to the infirmary to see how she is. How can she walk by herself after a fall like that? Where's Teacher Wang? Teacher Wang isn't here right now. He couldn't possibly leave Lin Yuliang behind. That I'm fine. I can walk by myself. Teacher, classmate Shen Juan, you carry Yuliang to the infirmary on your back. Yes. He obediently turned around. Lin Yuliang thought to herself, all the students around are watching. She said, no need. Let me walk by myself. I can get to the infirmary on my own. He said, can you even stand up? I can. Just help me up. He helped her stand, looking at her scraped up legs. She was still trembling as she walked. The teacher said worriedly, this won't do. You need to get to the infirmary quickly to get it bandaged. As they were walking, he suddenly stopped and helped her pull her jacket tighter. There are so many stairs here. Are you planning to hop all the way to the infirmary on one foot? She said, as long as you support me. I can walk by myself. He said, no need. I can be your personal wheelchair and take you straight down. It just depends on whether you're willing. He supported her for a short walk, then suddenly stopped, confusing her. Without a word, he scooped her up into his arms, making her cry out in surprise. This is the wheelchair you were talking about? I don't think this is right. Then what is? She said, feeling wronged. A princess carry. Looking at her cute appearance, he felt his heart skip a beat for her again. My heart skipped a beat for you again. He held her and said, all right, a princess carry it is. A short while later, in the infirmary, Lin Yuliang was sitting curled up and then said, do we have to wait for a bit? The school nurse isn't here. He said, no need. As he spoke, he prepared all the tools like a professional who knew how to treat wounds. Then he looked down at her bleeding leg, his heart aching even more. It was Isongnan who had quickly told him the news just now, which was why he was able to arrive in time. He sat down next to her, then bent down and slowly took off her shoe, startling her. Then he slowly took off her sock, preparing to bandage her wound. She said, I feel a little pain. He said, don't move. His hand touched the skin on her foot, making her cheeks flush. My ears are burning, and my hand still hurts. Shen Juan watched her tremble, but had to continue bandaging the wound. The moment the antiseptic touched the wound, she buried her face in the bed in pain. He asked worriedly, does it hurt a lot? She forced herself to say, it doesn't hurt, not at all. His technique for treating the wound was very professional. She said that, but whenever he applied medicine to any part of the wound, she would flinch in pain. He looked at her and said, little liar. She said, it's not lying, it's being brave. During the anti-Japanese war, I would have to be a brave heroine who wasn't afraid of hardship. He said, right, the women during the anti-Japanese war were all like you, not afraid of anything. But none of them would fall over on flat ground. The moment I look away, you get into trouble, and you're out there flirting with other guys. So annoying. She avoided his gaze, coughed twice, and said, deskmate, we only met when school started. Why do you make it sound like I've always been in your sight? We clearly didn't know each other for the past 16 years. The moment she finished speaking, Shen Juan suddenly froze. He said, you know now, from now on, remember my name well. Because of his words, she was once again struck with a powerful jolt, her heart racing with excitement. No, I need to calm down. Hello, classmate, may I ask your name? Shen Juan looked at her, then said, oh, you don't remember me? Who saved you during the opening ceremony, and then asked me to be your dad? Hearing this, Lin Yuliang could only shut her mouth in defeat, as she had no rebuttal. At 10 in the morning, on the sports field, Lin Yuliang felt much better after having her wounds bandaged and taking a short nap. After resting in the dorm for a while, her ankle was no longer sprained, and it didn't hurt as much to walk. Song Jimin said, are you okay? I'm fine, just a minor sprain. It just looks a bit scary. It's good that you're okay. She thought to herself, Shen Juan isn't here, and Wen Zihui isn't here either. Song Jimin said quietly, do you know what happened just now? Shen Juan called Wen Zihui away. Wen Zihui recalled that when she first entered the school, she did dislike Lin Yuliang a little. When she first entered the class, the students below were all praising how pretty she was and how long her legs were. But for her to dare to be Shen Juan's deskmate, that earned her some admiration. And a little bit of jealousy, jealous that she could get familiar with the class's outstanding top students so quickly. What a poser. I'm the arts committee member of the class. I performed a solo dance at the Christmas party last year. The one who attracts the most attention is always me. The one who carried the sign at the sports meet in previous years was always me. But this year, it was Lin Yuliang, and she had been secretly certain that she would be the one carrying the sign. What was even more infuriating was that Lin Yuliang had initially refused, but then changed her mind for some reason. The more she looked at her, the more she disliked her, and she just wanted to teach her a lesson. She really didn't mean it, I just gave her a push. There was no water bottle next to her. I didn't expect her to fall. Classmate Shen, I'm sorry. Seeing her cry, Shen Juan felt helpless, and his head ached. I'm just rumored by those people to be violent, but I'm actually very reasonable. Girls are so much trouble. I didn't want to get involved in this, but when I think of my future girlfriend's pained expression, I can't help but step in. Thinking this, he said, then why did you push her? I was jealous that she's pretty and stands out in class. I thought I would definitely be the one carrying the sign, but it was changed to her. I don't want to interfere with the conflicts between you girls, just because of this. But I can't watch my friend be wronged, and I can't watch her get hurt. So, you go apologize to her and see how she wants to resolve it. As for me, the matter is settled. Do you think that's okay? Okay, classmate Shen. Sob, and then she ran away crying. Lin Yuliang was looking for Shen Juan because she was afraid he would cause trouble again. 10 minutes ago, Song Jimin had said, judging by the look on the big boss's face, I'm afraid classmate Wen is in big trouble this time. It's very likely she'll become the second stepping stone to be embedded in the wall and covered with an oil painting by the big boss. Just as she was about to go find him, Wen Zihui happened to run past her, crying. I never thought Shen Juan would get involved in such a small matter with a girl for my sake. She pushed open the door and saw him standing inside with a cigarette between his lips, but the sight made one stop and stare because he was so handsome. Beauty is truly a fatal distraction. He stubbed out the cigarette, then waved his hand and asked her, does your foot still hurt? She said, much better. I just came over and saw Wen Zihui run out crying. Why were you bullying another girl? Oh, I've never bullied any young lady. She looked him up and down, trying to judge if he was telling the truth. Then she sighed, what else can I say? That's just who you are. Let's go home. Okay. Lin Yuliang grabbed her bag and sat down in a corner. It seemed Cheng Jiao and the others were about to arrive. She wanted to see if they had messaged her, but she couldn't find her phone anywhere. She searched left and right, but her hand ached from her injury. Shen Juan watched her from afar, then said to Li Lin, "Bro, switch seats." Sure, be my guest." Shen Juan finally managed to sit behind her. Then he leaned close to her ear, startling her. "Need something? I can help. This guy is trying to scare me to death." I turned around to scold him, but seeing his handsome face so close, I was mesmerized again. "I told you, once you start fawning over looks, no one can save you." She said she was looking for her phone. He picked up her bag, then took out her phone and handed it to her. She said, "I'm asking my friend when they'll arrive." Hearing this, he angrily snatched the phone back. "You care about your friend that much? What's wrong with him? Who pissed him off again?" Although Shen Juan was annoyed, he still threw the phone back to her. She caught it and said with a smile, "Thanks a lot, classmate Shen." Just then, everyone in the school started to marvel. "Look, is that a drone? Our school is so rich. They're even using this to film the sports meet." A bunch of drones were flying in the sky, and there were even banners with slogans. Lin Yuliang read the tacky cheering slogans and covered her face. "Damn, this school really knows how to play, but this doesn't feel like a sports meet for you. Crazy for you, mad for you, banging my head against the wall for you." Confessing publicly at a sports meet takes courage. Not just courage, it's downright shameless. Everyone was discussing it. "So wild, this must have cost 20,000, right? Is that for real? The person who did this is so bold." All the girls were envious of the person being confessed to. "Bro, I want that too." Lin Yuliang thought, "Whatever, this has nothing to do with me." She sat quietly in the corner, but being stared at by everyone, she felt confused. "What are you looking at? Why are you looking at me?" Then she looked up and saw a huge banner that read, "To Lin Yuliang." Holy crap. This time, not only was she surprised, but her future boyfriend sitting behind her was also filled with jealousy and rage. "Before coming to City A, Cheng Jiao and Lu Jiayin were my two best friends. Legend has it that at dusk, demons will disguise themselves as humans and appear. If someone calls your name at dusk, you must never answer because you don't know if the people on the street are human or demon. If you answer, they will take your soul. So what should you do? You have to ask them who they are." Luo Qian interrupted. "Are they calling for Cheng Jiao? Lin Yuliang is also called Cheng Jiao, huh?" Then they both burst out laughing, confusing Cheng Jiao, who was stuck in the middle, that, "What's with these two?" Lu Jian said, "With your level, you shouldn't be on the streets at this hour, or your soul will be snatched 8 times over." "Hey, are you dissing me?" Lu Jian, "How can you diss me? Hey, let go of me." Later, when I left, I didn't tell them, but they found out soon enough and called to chew me out. "Sister Jing, is anyone bullying you over there? You have to tell Brother Zhao and Brother Yan. We're not to be messed with." She smiled, very touched. "Who's your sister Jing?" Get lost. Back to the present, she picked up her phone to call Cheng Jiao. She sighed, then said angrily, "Cheng Jiao, did you get your head kicked by a donkey?" And on top of that, her future boyfriend is also a grumpy old stick in the mud. Cheng Jiao said, "You saw it, right? Lin Yuliang, isn't it romantic?" She rubbed her temples. "Romantic, so romantic. Did I take your brain with me when I left? How are you so brainless now? You don't like it? I prepared it especially for you." She yelled, "Take down those stupid banners." "Yes, ma'am." Everyone was confused. What happened? Did the confession fail? But I want to keep watching. Lin Yuliang said, "Where you guys?" Cheng Jiao said, "Lu Jiayin went to find a restaurant first. Let's go. Let's eat together. Wait for me at the gate." Okay. See you in a bit." As soon as she hung up, she suddenly felt a chill down her spine and turned around to be startled by Shen Juan's gloomy face. "Oh my God, look at the big boss's damn possessiveness." Lin Yuliang shrank back, feeling inexplicably guilty. "But I didn't do anything. Why should I feel guilty? Be strong." Thinking this, she said, "Classmate Shun, want to grab a meal together?" His face was dark. "With that little boyfriend of yours?" She felt guilty again, and "Oh no, I don't have a boyfriend." "Oh, a suitor then." She thought of Cheng Jiao's punchable face and forced a smile. "You little rascal, just you wait, I'm going to beat you up." She handed him the phone and said, "Here, are you eating or not?" He stared at her for a few seconds, then stood up and grabbed her backpack. "Eating? Let's go eat." He couldn't hide his jealous expression at all. The two of them walked toward the meeting point together. As they were walking, Cheng Jiao waved. "Lin Yuliang, my girl, not bad. The number 8 middle school uniform on you really makes you stand out in a crowd. The guys at your school are pretty handsome." "Who are you talking about?" The one behind you. The moment he finished speaking, he saw the gloomy, murderous aura emanating from Shen Juan and froze in fear. Lin Yuliang said, "This is Shen Juan, my deskmate. He's eating with us." Cheng Jiao was shocked. Lin Yuliang actually has a friend, and they're eating together after only 2 months. This guy is something else. Cheng Jiao quickly pushed his girlfriend aside and went to talk to Shen Juan. "Yo, bro, I'm Cheng Jiao, Lin Yuliang's childhood friend. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. We're all friends from now on." He tried to be very friendly, but Shen Juan was as cold as ice, turned his head, and only said, "Shen Juan. Huh, why'd I suddenly feel like he has a grudge against me? Luckily it's me. If it were Lu Jiayan, he would have walked in to find Lu Jiayan already sitting there ordering food. This guy's competitive streak is even stronger than Cheng Jiao's before. The atmosphere was a bit awkward, surprisingly quiet. Lin Yuliang said, "Their auras are clashing. Get ready for a fight." Cheng Jiao said, "Is this the epic showdown between the big bosses of the North and South campuses?" Lu Jiayan said, "Sit down. What are you standing for?" After sitting down and ordering, the waiter asked if they had any dietary restrictions. Shen Juan said, "Are there any non-spicy dishes?" Cheng Jiao said, "Brother Juan, you can't handle spicy food?" Lin Yuliang was speechless, thinking, "Brother Juan, are you serious?" Shen Juan said, "My deskmate can't eat it." Cheng Jiao said, "She can eat it. She used to be a spicy food fiend. We always used to eat spicy food together." Lin Yuliang suddenly felt the tension in the atmosphere. Shen Juan said, "She doesn't eat it now." She took a sip of water, thinking, why does it feel like he's showing off? She spoke up, "I'm not eating spicy food today. I accidentally fell down the stairs this morning." After the meal, everyone headed back to school together. Your school uniforms are pretty useful. The security guard let us in easily. "Oh, isn't your deskmate coming back with you?" "He's not coming this afternoon." She said, "I don't know. Maybe he's not coming." Cheng Jiao said, "Does your deskmate not like us very much? Or do I look like his ex-girlfriend's new flame? Is he jealous or something? This guy is so dense, thinking you're trying to steal his girlfriend." Lu Jian, sitting next to him, burst out laughing. "Can you explain to me how a face like yours could make anyone jealous?" Cheng Jiao said, "On account of my charm and IQ, you get it?" The two friends beside them could only laugh until they cried. "Well, it's good for young people to be confident." Cheng Jiao felt like he'd been inexplicably mocked. A shy girl ran over and handed Luo Jiayan a letter. It seemed this was a common occurrence. So Lin Yuliang continued chatting with Cheng Jiao. "Is my deskmate handsome?" "He's ridiculously handsome." "Of course he's handsome." She asked, "Then who's more handsome, my deskmate or Luo Jiayan?" Cheng Jiao began to ponder. This was a tricky question. Lin Yuliang thought for a few seconds, then said, "I think Shen Juan is more handsome than Luo Jiayan." "I think you're right." She said, "Then why don't any girls give my deskmate love letters? What is he lacking?" Cheng Jiao was very confused. "Nothing. Do no girls chase him?" She said, "It's been 2 months, no way." Judging from the atmosphere at lunch, Shen Juan and Lin Yuliang's relationship is also too suspicious. I thought they had some kind of secret relationship, but what kind of girl would be angry that her handsome boyfriend isn't receiving love letters? Or has Lin Yuliang not realized it herself yet? She was still racking her brains, trying to figure out why her handsome deskmate wasn't getting any love letters. Cheng Jiao thought, "Let me test the waters. You and Shen Juan are pretty close, huh?" "Of course." Cheng Jiao said, "I think he's your best friend here." She said, "He's not the only person I'm close to here." Cheng Jiao said, "Are you sure Shen Juan doesn't have a girlfriend?" She thought for a moment and said, "Probably not. I've never seen one." Cheng Jiao smiled. "Have you asked him? For example, what if the only friend you know suddenly gets a girlfriend? If Shen Juan got a girlfriend, you wouldn't be able to be so close to him anymore. You'd have to keep your distance. You couldn't even go to and from school together, and on weekends you'd have to endure seeing them show off their relationship on your social media feed." She said, "Stop. Do you think he's the type to post updates?" Cheng Jiao said, "I'm just saying if Shen Juan got a girlfriend, the only friend you know here would have to keep his distance from you. If that happened, would you be sad, Lin Yuliang?" She said impatiently, "Why would I be sad? I'd be overjoyed, so happy I'd jump for joy and buy 2 more strings of 500-shot firecrackers to celebrate for him." Hearing her say that, Cheng Jiao laughed. Suddenly, she was startled because she felt a murderous aura. She turned around and saw Shen Juan sitting right behind her. There was no telling when he had arrived, and his face was terrifyingly dark. How long had he been back? 2 hours earlier, third floor of the high school building. He conged and yelled, "Shen Juan, you son of a bitch. What kind of friend are you? I protect you so you can peacefully chase girls, and now what? There's always a crowd of people blocking my classroom door. They're all here to see me, and I've been blocking them for you, and now you won't even eat with me. How many days has it been since you came to see me?" Shen Juan said impatiently, "I still have to eat with you 20 days a month." He conged and said, "Not that many. You only go to school for 20 days a month." Shen Juan's underling said, "Yo, why don't you date your childhood sweetheart?" "I'm asking because I don't have a childhood sweetheart." Shen Juan said, "Imagine you have one, all right." He conged and said, "What does she look like?" Shen Juan said, "She looks okay." He conged and said, "Then I'd definitely date her." The moment the words left his mouth, he caught Shen Juan's dark gaze. He conged and quickly changed his tune. "High school students should be proper. What's there to talk about dating?" "No dating. No one is dating." Hearing this answer, Shen Juan got even more annoyed, glared at him, and left He conged and looking helpless. "Bro, what answer do you want to hear? Teach me. I'll say it just how you want to hear it." Shen Juan angrily grabbed his phone and left. "I don't know the answer either," Shen Juan thought as he walked, "but I know where this annoyance is coming from. From Lin Yuliang borrowing my school uniform, to the drone with the confession banner, to them all going out to play together, it's like a constant reminder that they are the childhood friends who are super close to Lin Yuliang, while I'm just her deskmate. Ever since then, I've been dying to know, what are you supposed to do when your deskmate has two super handsome childhood friends? Who's more handsome, me or Lu Jian? Also, will my deskmate date her childhood friend?" His mind was racing as he walked to where Chang Jiao and Lin Yuliang were chatting, but unfortunately, he missed the part where his deskmate praised him for being handsome, and only heard the part about would Lin Yuliang be sad if Shen Juan got a girlfriend. Seriously, Lin Yuliang actually said, "Why would I be sad? I'd be happy. So happy I'd jump for joy and buy some more fireworks to celebrate." After unintentionally overhearing this, I had to pretend to be calm, pretend I heard nothing, and just focus on scrolling through my phone. Lin Yuliang also noticed Shen Juan, who had sat down behind her at some point. Shen Juan pretended to be busy playing on his phone, but when he opened his phone, the wallpaper was a picture of a girl. "When did I change my phone wallpaper?" Then he remembered that when he rushed out of Ikangnan's classroom, he had accidentally taken the wrong phone. "Whatever, it's a mess, I'll just pretend to be really busy." Just then, the sports committee member came over. "Lin Yuliang, it's time to check in for the afternoon competition. What about the events you signed up for?" Looking at her injury, the sports committee member said helplessly, "Forget it, don't go. Your health is more important." "All right, I'll tell the teacher you're withdrawing from the competition." Just then, when Zihui said, "Wait, are you just giving up the competition like that? I'll compete for Lin Yuliang." What events did she sign up for?" "Ah, shot put and javelin." "What the hell?" The sports committee member said, "If you can't do it, who says I can't? How can I not? It's just shot put. You just have to push it a few times, right?" "Yes, that's the spirit." "Wen Zihui, you're the best." "Sniffles, please come to the registration desk to check in first." At the registration desk, Lin Yuliang handed Wen Zihui the sportswear with her name on it. "Here. If there's nothing else, I'll be going." Wen Zihui said softly and embarrassedly, "Lin Yuliang, I'm sorry." "What did she say?" When Zihui grabbed her hand, "I didn't mean to do it this morning. I'm sorry. I was really wrong. Shen Juan came to see me earlier and told me to apologize to you." "Actually, even if he hadn't come, I would have apologized to you because I didn't mean to make you fall, so I hope you're not angry." Lin Yuliang said, "I was pretty angry at the time, but it was just a fall. I only got a little scrape." "You said you didn't mean it, and I believe you. Just don't do it again." "If I get that angry over such a small thing, I'd probably die of anger once I enter the real world." Yeah, if it were the old me, I definitely wouldn't have let it go so easily. But now, I really don't want to get revenge on anyone anymore. Maybe it's because of Shen Juan. A few hours ago, Li Lin called me back and told me he saw Shen Juan talking to Wen Zihui in private. I heard the whole thing from start to finish. He said he didn't want his deskmate to be wronged. At that moment, I immediately thought, phew, if that were me, I would have been scared shitless. He said Wen Zihui had to apologize so you would feel better. When I heard Shen Juan say that, I was honestly a little flustered. It's not like no one has stood up for me before, but this feels different. In the past, when I was bullied, Chang Jiao and Lu Jian would take me to beat those people up. The two of them and I are friends. We advance and retreat together. We shoulder things together. But Shen Juan is protecting me from behind. This stuffy, soft feeling in my heart. If Shen Juan got a girlfriend, you'd have to keep your distance from him. Would you be sad? I immediately denied the question at the time, but I still haven't asked Shen Juan if he has a girlfriend. I've been to his tattoo shop, and I've run into his friends at school. But besides that, what else is there? We haven't met that many times. I don't know why he's alone at the tattoo shop. I don't know about his family situation. I don't know if he has other social circles. And I don't know what happened with him almost beating a classmate to death. I know too little about him. As she thought, she picked up her phone, wanted to message her brothers. What should I do? Asking this question is really awkward. It's a private matter after all. But if I consider them friends, it's normal to ask if they have a girlfriend. Thinking this, she still mustered up the courage and sent a message. Classmate Shun, do you have a girlfriend? Although she was very embarrassed, she still hit send. This is how two little lovebirds meet. Shen Juan was currently in the ultra-quiet senior high building. Because he was holding He Kongnan's phone, he didn't receive any messages. I have to hurry and swap phones back with He Kongnan after he gets out of school. Lin Yuliang, before I had to repeat a grade, there were female classmates who pursued me, but I never felt anything other than annoyance. But Lin Yuliang is different. Seeing her with her childhood friends makes me uncontrollably annoyed. Sometimes when she calls me big bro, my heart suddenly starts pounding like crazy. I seem to be paying too much care and attention to Lin Yuliang. But when she said she'd be happy if I got a girlfriend, the more I thought about it, the more I got stuck in my head, grabbing in my own ears. It feels awful. She only sees me as a friend. Lin Yuliang was holding her phone, waiting for a message. Why hasn't Shen Juan replied to my message yet? He was clearly looking at his phone when I left. She asked, where's my desk mate? He left right after you did. I thought he wanted to find you. Oh, could Shen Juan be angry? Was I too direct? Does Shen Juan think I'm too forward? Has our relationship not reached the point where we can ask private questions? I knew I shouldn't have asked. Finally, the long day was over. Cheng Jiao and Luo Jian had to go back too. Before leaving, Cheng Jiao said tearfully, my dear Jingjing, I'll miss you so much, Lu Jian said, if anyone bullies you, tell your dad, I'll protect you. She walked, thinking about Shen Juan, and unconsciously found herself at the entrance of his tattoo shop. She peeked inside. Was he in the shop? Or did he go out to buy cigarettes? Or to get some moonlight takeout? A chance encounter. But she looked all around and didn't see Shen Juan anywhere. Forget it. I'll just go back. I don't know how, but I've been circling this area, walking back and forth for a long time, and I'm still not home. It seems the little sister is lovesick. It was already dark. She sighed, feeling like she was about to go crazy from hunger. I haven't had dinner yet. I'm starving. Just then, she saw the figure of Shen Juan walk into a convenience store. The moment she saw him, she secretly peeked inside. But it was just a similar back because the real Shen Juan was sitting in a taxi. Driver, stop here. After getting out, he lit a cigarette. He stood there, looking at Lin Yuliang's silhouette. She's so energetic, looks like her leg doesn't hurt anymore. Then he stubbed out his cigarette and walked towards her. He also secretly leaned over to see what she was looking at. What was she looking at? It turned out she was staring at a man's back. She had been quite happy, but suddenly became annoyed again, staring so intently at a man's back. When a man turned around, she realized it wasn't Shen Juan, just someone with a similar build. She sighed sadly. Then she turned around and was startled because Shen Juan was right behind her. How long had he been standing there? He said angrily, is that guy your ideal type? She said, confused, huh? No, I didn't even see his face clearly. Oh, so you wanted to get closer to see clearly? That's not necessary. Actually, I wanted to see if he bought a Waitsu yogurt drink. Then she noticed his expression was terrible. Was he still angry about that message? She saw him walk into the store and grab a bottle of Waitsu yogurt drink. Is he buying that for me? Forget it. It's probably not for me. I'll just grab one myself. She took a bottle of Waitsu yogurt drink and said, hey, Shen Juan, have you had dinner? I have. She said, I haven't either. I have to endure it and make up for it. Have to endure it. Why is he smiling? Too busy looking at handsome guys to remember to eat. She got unhappy. I've already tried to appease him like this. Isn't my apology obvious enough? She said angrily, yeah, if you hadn't suddenly appeared and scared me, I was about to go ask for his phone number. Then they looked at each other, the atmosphere super tense. After paying, she turned and walked away. I spent hours wandering around outside just to see him, and I finally found him. And in return for my enthusiastic greeting, I get this cold attitude. It's so infuriating. He can't even speak properly. I want to curse him out and then beat him up. Seeing how angry she was, he walked over and reached out to grab her. He lowered his eyes and said, where do you think you're going? You have to keep a clear head, even when you're drooling over handsome guys. She shook off his hand and said impatiently, what's it to you? He said, didn't you say you haven't had dinner? What's it to you whether I've eaten or not? He gently tugged her sleeve. Lin Yuliang Don't always be mad at me. She shook his hand off again. Are you threatening me? I'm so scared. Shen Juan was a little sad, his eyes drooping. Then he turned away. I'm begging you. The big bro finally had to lower himself. Lin Yuliang looked at him, her heart beating a little faster. Shen Juan handed her a food container and said, eat. What's wrong with you? She hesitated and said, did you get the message I sent you earlier? I got it. Then do you understand what I mean? Shen Juan looked blank, huh? What do you mean? Look at that blank expression on his face, ha. She said, what I mean is, I see you as a friend now. So if you have a girlfriend, I should avoid getting too close. He said, I don't. Am I unhappy or? He said impatiently, I don't have a girlfriend. Oh, okay. Hearing the satisfactory answer, she started eating happily. For some reason, her mood improved. After eating for a while, they walked home together. Sigh, I'm so full. Are you going back to the shop today? He hesitated and said, Seeing his hesitation, she asked, what's wrong? He must have seen someone up ahead because he suddenly got angry, brushed past her, and bumped into her. Then he reached out and grabbed another guy's shirt. Before Lin Yuliang could process what was happening, he landed a heavy punch on the man's face. Thud, thud. Shen Juan said, I told you, you son of a bitch, don't let me see you again. Lin Yuliang was stunned. Shen Juan, what's wrong with him? Even when we used to argue and fight, he was never like this. He usually couldn't even be bothered to argue with me. The look in that guy's eyes made her feel uneasy. What should I do? Should I call the police? Is he asking me for help? But Shen Juan almost beat his classmate to death. Do I really know nothing about him? Shen Juan glanced at Lin Yuliang and saw her panicked expression. Did I scare her? He dragged the man further away. Lin Yuliang panicked even more. What should I do? Should I go over or wait here? After thinking for a second, she followed, standing at the entrance of the alley to watch them. Of course, she had to see how things would unfold. Shen Juan sensed her following and turned around. Seeing him walk towards her, Lin Yuliang instinctively took a step back, trembling all over. He looked at her gently and said, go. She said, does he still have his senses? He said, I'm not a violent person. I didn't hit him. Lin Yuliang was speechless. You didn't hit him? Be honest with yourself. You almost slammed him into a wall just now. Although she thought this, she still had to force a smile and say, of course you're not a violent person. I believe you. It's just, should we call an ambulance for him? Don't overthink it. I didn't mean anything by it, haha. No need, I didn't touch him. She thought to herself, Shen Juan is in a bad mood. She tugged his sleeve and said, hey, want to go out and have some fun? I'll take you out. Sure, take me out. She said, I'll take you somewhere fun. Is there an amusement park open at night? He said helplessly, forget it, come with me. I'll take you to an amusement park that's open at night. Oh, looks like we have to rely on a gangster big bro. A while later, they arrived at the amusement park, and she was super excited. Wow, classmate Shun, I'll buy you this. No, look, everyone else is wearing one. You have to wear one too. I don't want to. Why don't you want to wear it? Bad boys like us don't wear this kind of thing. Fine, I'll wear it myself. Just then, the shopkeeper said, little lady, your boyfriend is no good. Look at my boyfriend. He wears whatever I tell him to. Hearing this, Shen Juan got fired up, threw the money on the table. I'll buy two. Oh, thank you for your purchase. After getting the headbands, he gently tapped her on the forehead, then said, let's go. She looked at him, thinking, it feels a bit childish, but it's also fun and exciting. Then she picked up a headband and put it on. Classmate Shun, do you think I'm cute like this? His cheeks were flushed as he spoke. Cute. Then do you want to be as cute as me? He lowered his head slightly. Shen Juan must be possessed. He's listening to whatever she says. She placed the headband on his head, feeling his soft hair. It seems a little crooked here. While adjusting the headband, she accidentally touched his reddened ear. He reacted immediately, grabbing her hand, which made her feel embarrassed and ashamed. She quickly pulled her hand back, took a step back, and said, little devil. Me? Then do you know what I like? What? He smiled and said, a maiden's sacrifice. Gosh, the atmosphere between these two is so sweet. At this moment, her heart was pounding. He leaned close to her ear and said, are you willing to offer your soul and body to me? Just that one sentence made her heart beat so fast it felt like it would jump out her chest. Just as the atmosphere was getting more romantic, the sound of shooting game gun suddenly went off, startling her. She took a confused step back and said, classmate Shun, you get into character so fast. They're selling shooting game guns over there. Let's go check it out. Shen Juan watched her with a gentle smile. A while later, They arrived at the game stall. Wow, these prizes are so cute. Shen Juan said, the competition in this business is fierce. If it's not pretty, no one will play. The staff said, 10 yuan for 20 shots. She pointed at a giant teddy bear. How many shots to get that bear? That one's hard. You have to hit a whole row to win. She tied up her hair, radiating firm determination. Give me 10 yuan worth to start. Then she picked up the gun, ready to shoot. If I can figure out the trick, I can definitely do it. Okay, I'll hit this blue one first. This gun has a problem. It's not calibrated, so it probably veers to the lower left. I just need to aim a little to the upper right. Bang, bang. Huh, how did I miss? I should have hit it. She said, I want that bear. He said, you have to hit this whole row. It's too hard. He picked up the gun and said, hey, boss, just throw them up. Just toss them randomly in the air, or if we hit 20, we want that bear. What are you doing, kid? If you do that, the balls will move all over the place. He just nodded and made him move aside. It's my time to shine. The owner said, you're just throwing them randomly, you know? If you hit them all, I won't charge you, and I'll give you a special prize. Shen Juan nodded confidently, then aimed straight. Bang, bang. Wow, I hit on the first shot. The owner said, you got lucky. Another one. But Shen Juan kept hitting them, every single one he threw. Holy shit, that's so awesome. This delinquent upperclassman successfully charmed his classmate, making hearts flutter high. Hi. After a round of shooting, the owner said, you win. Seriously, what do you do for a living? Shen Juan said, I'm just a regular high school student. The owner said, you can pick a keychain. Do you want that rabbit? After happily getting the bear and the keychain, she said, how did you do that? Your guns all have problems. The bullets fly everywhere. He said, it's not actually the gun's problem. It's the balls. For games where you have to hit a whole row to win, they're definitely not going to let you hit a whole row. They'll mix in some weighted balls, and those can't be knocked down. It must be like that. She said, I thought you were just trying to show off. What did you say? Oh, I said you're very cool. Our delinquent big bro is super cool. Shen Juan was secretly pleased by this compliment. He saw her hugging the bear tightly, and for some reason, he snatched it away. Hey, what are you doing? He said, is this mine? Didn't you say this was for me? When did I say that? Besides, what are you to me? Lin Yuliang looked sad and didn't speak. Shen Juan looked at her, seeing she wasn't talking. Crap, I have to appease her. She took out the rabbit keychain. You can have this. Trade this for your bear if you don't want it. He took the keychain, then said with satisfaction, I want it, I like this. Just then, he conged in, saw them that, Brother Juan and the love angel fairy, you are here. What a coincidence. You're in a good mood. Yo, Brother Juan. Oh, where'd you get this keychain? It looks like the one on the work ID keychain. You didn't steal it from Wang Yang, did you? What's wrong with him? Has he lost his mind? Now he's so obsessed with a rabbit like a girl. Haha, that's hilarious. Shen Juan said angrily, give it back. If you get it dirty, I'll make you crawl home today. He conned and paid no mind and continued playing with the rabbit. Its ears are so soft. As he played with it, Shen Juan snatched it back, his face darkening as he said grimly, this is mine. He songed and said frantically, this is mine. Sorry, Kuang Jiao, my bad. Here. Shen Juan said irritably, get lost. All right, I'm leaving. That night, in Lin Yuliang's dream, Shen Juan transformed into a demon under the moonlight. Lin Yuliang, I want you. What a crazy dream. Let's keep dreaming. He leaned in and whispered in her ear, can you devote yourself entirely to me? Then came Shen Juan's cold face. I'm telling you, don't let me see you again. She snapped her eyes open, startled from her dream. So it was a dream. Do all girls with crushes dream so much? The next morning, as she was moving her things back to the dorm, Shen Juan was already standing behind her, helping her carry a bag. Oh my God, this youthful, romantic scene made the audience's hearts flutter again. She said, I didn't know you liked preserved eggs. Aren't these salted duck eggs? He said that I don't eat salted duck eggs. Here, why don't you eat the salted egg yolk? Then do you add salted egg yolks when you eat zongzi? I can't believe there are people in this world who don't eat salted egg yolks. Then if you have zongzi this morning, I'll eat the salted egg yolk for you. He said, I eat meat zongzi, but not the kind with salted egg yolks. She said, when will a salted egg yolk meat zongzi have 3 yolks? He said, you want to eat a meat zongzi with 3 salted egg yolks? She said, can I just eat the yolks and not the meat? Shen Juan smiled. Jiang Xiao, is that okay? You can eat whatever you want. In the classroom, everyone was exchanging homework and copying from each other. Lin Yuliang felt very cold and slumped on her desk. Shen Juan worriedly asked her what was wrong. He He touched her forehead and found it was burning up. Lin Yuliang, wake up. She murmured, who's calling me? My eyelids feel so heavy. He said, your forehead is a little hot. I'll take you to the infirmary. Okay. She said, I'm not hot. I feel cold. He said patiently and gently, I know, but your forehead is very hot. You probably have a fever. She said, it's nothing. I'll be fine after a nap. Shen Juan draped his own jacket over her, and she smelled the clean scent on it. He said gently, go to sleep. It'll be lunchtime soon. Then, Yuliang groggily opened her eyes and woke up. He said, you're awake? Come here, let me check. As he spoke, he reached out and touched her cheek to check her temperature. The moment he touched her, Lin Yuliang blushed in embarrassment. She dodged his hand and said, I sweated a lot. He said, you should have said your hair is dirty. He clicked his tongue, then reached out and pulled her into his arms. Enough with the nonsense. Wow, to be held so close all of a sudden. Their figures swayed like a gentle spring breeze. So bold and at school. They gazed at each other, affection clear in their eyes. Lin Yuliang looked at him and even swallowed. She realized she was too mesmerized by his handsome face. She tried to pull back, but somehow lost her balance and fell into his arms. This was truly a godsend. He said, what's wrong? Throwing yourself into my arms while you're sick. At this moment, their heartbeats intertwined. Our hearts were probably both pounding loudly, but I couldn't tell whose was whose. She said, Shen Juan, you can't take advantage of my situation to get handsy. Don't think you can bully me just because I'm sick and can't fight you. He said, you're really talking nonsense from the fever. Is that how you use the idiom, taking advantage of someone's misfortune? Lin Yuliang, she said it is. Classmate Shun, you should read an idiom dictionary when you have time. There are many ways to use it. Stop thinking about adult things all the time. He laughed, fine. You're sick, so you're right about everything. I've already gotten you leave for this afternoon. We'll go eat. Then you can go back to your room and sleep. And remember to take the medicine when you get home. Why is he so good to me? Could it be, if you have a question, you have to ask it. You can't keep it bottled up. She said, Shen Juan, what's wrong? Shen Juan, I want to ask you, do you like me? Oh my God, this girl asks so bluntly, so directly. Roses. It turns out this was just her imagination. She said, why are you so good to me? Don't be so good to me, or I'll fall in love with you. He said, you asked that, but you don't know why I'm so good to you? It's because I love you, because I'm smitten with you, my sweet girl. Holy crap, what am I imagining? She snapped out of her daydream, clutching her aching head. What on earth was I thinking? So embarrassing. He said, what is it you wanted to ask? Finally, she said, classmate Shun, are you? Shen Juan also awaited the question, his heart pounding. But she came to her senses and said, try to get me to go easy on you in this month's exam so you can get first in our grade? I'm speechless. The romance doesn't last more than 3 minutes. That night, Lin Yuliang lay in bed, unable to sleep, staring at the ceiling. What does it feel like to be liked by someone? It's not like boys haven't pursued me before, but back then, it seemed to be just the vague awareness of a budding adolescent, without knowing what it truly meant to like someone. On top of that, Lindsay and Meng Weigua also taught me a lesson about love. Even if I had once loved them, it would eventually turn into mutual hatred. They made me realize that love is worthless. If affection between adults is so fragile, what more for Shen Juan and me now? I seem to be getting too dependent on Shen Juan. I shouldn't be like this. I should keep my distance from him. Stop thinking about Shen Juan. I must study. I love studying. Studying makes me happy. The best word in my life is study. The next morning, she muttered to herself as she walked to school, study, I must study. She had made up her mind when she saw the handsome upperclassman standing ahead with his phone. Wow, Shen Juan, what's he doing? So annoying. I just resolved to focus on studying, and here I am, distracted by a boy again. What is wrong with you, girl? Just then, he looked over at her and said, have you eaten breakfast? She froze. Am I hallucinating? You shouldn't be up this early, let alone be standing here. Seeing her frozen and silent, he said, why aren't you talking? Did the fever fry your brain or something? She hurriedly backed away, keeping her distance. He handed her breakfast and said, they're out of triple yolk macarons for now, but I got you a super big triple yolk multi-grain rice ball. Lin Yuliang was touched. I only mentioned it casually, but he actually remembered. I feel like everything in this new city is unfamiliar. The new environment, new family, new school. It all makes me feel insecure. But then a person appeared, someone I can rely on, who can keep me company, who can tolerate my negativity. It's as if he can see right through me without me having to say a word, making me feel at ease and making me want to depend on him. But she took the bag of food and said, thank you. he said. No need to be so polite. Let's go. The two of them walked to school together. A while later, in the classroom, everyone was busy with their own things when the teacher suddenly arrived. Lin Yuliang, Shen Juan, come with me. The two looked at each other, confused. What's going on? She thought. Why do I have a bad feeling about this? He also thought, I couldn't be bothered to go, but if I retreat without a fight, will she get so angry and annoyed that she'll throw a fit on the spot? After seeing the teacher, he said, just kidding. I've already figured out how to write that 8-character application letter. Lin Yuliang lowered her head. Hold it in, hold it in. Then she smiled brightly. All right, we can also compete fairly. How do you want to compete? He said, compete fairly? She said, mainly because you're very outstanding yourself. He said, thanks. It took you 2 months to finally realize that. Pretty quick on the uptake. I'm gratified. She frowned. Classmate Shun, don't be so shameless. He smiled. So you admit I'm talented? Just say a few nice things to praise me, and I'll give up. She said decisively. Shen Juan is invincible. Shen Juan is my daddy. Shen Juan was speechless. Did you take the wrong medicine? She said, but you told me to say it, so you're not applying, right? He said, I am. I've never won a scholarship before. Might as well get one for fun. You're going back on your word, aren't you? I already admitted you're talented. He patted her head. Who told you to be so obedient? What kind of reward do you want? She irritably slapped his hand away. Classmate Shun, be a decent person. You're taking advantage of me and refusing to admit it, right? How is your behavior any different from scumbags? The two of them were arguing so loudly, the atmosphere so tense, that they didn't realize the rest of the class had heard everything. The whole class burst out laughing. Lin Yuliang was bewildered. What? They heard everything? You said? He grabbed her hand and left the classroom. Little girl, how can you say just anything? So annoying. We're at school. The two of them stood on the balcony outside. One can only sigh. She said, I didn't notice the classroom door was open. Besides, I didn't mean anything else by it. You were taking advantage of me. Also, don't call me little girl. He looked at her and smiled, then said, from now on, only say these things to me in private. I'll take responsibility. This guy's too good at flirting. Suddenly, a certain feeling that had been building up with Shen Juan was instantly extinguished by that flippant remark. True love is so fragile. The day of the midterm exams finally arrived. This last question is so hard. I keep feeling like I did something wrong. She looked over at Shen Juan, who was spinning his pen. He's already done? I need to calm down. This is a midterm exam that concerns my dignity. I must defeat Shen Juan and win the scholarship. After the exam, she started wondering again when the results would be out. She had never been so anxious waiting for exam results. He said, Lin Yuliang, are you nervous? Why would I be nervous? Do I look like someone who gets nervous? He smiled. I'm guessing it's because you didn't do well in physics. She said awkwardly, in all my life, I, Lin Yuliang, have never known how to write the word nervous. He saw her ears turn red, smiled, and then reached out to touch her ear. So you don't know that your ears turn bright red when you're nervous and shy. The crime of adultery is punishable by being drowned in a pig cage. But if it's mutual, it's called a clandestine affair. Lin Yuliang's face turned even redder after hearing that. I have to remind myself to stay rational and calm. Then she cursed in the middle of the classroom. Holy crap. The teacher said, ahem, students, please pay attention. Don't do your own things. Lin Yuliang forced herself to calm down. Damn it, it's all Shen Juan's fault. 3 days later, the midterm results were finally posted that I end this exam. 2 students from our class made it into the top 10. They are role models for our class. Lin Yuliang thought, role models? Is he talking about Shen Juan? The teacher said, classmate Shen Juan scored 694, first in the entire grade. Applause. And classmate Lin Yuliang, with a score of 692, is second in the entire grade, only 2 points behind first place. Applause. At this moment, the words 2 points behind echoed in Lin Yuliang's mind, making her unwilling to accept this fact. Shen Juan looked at his unhappy deskmate and sighed helplessly. After class, he stood up and poked her arm. Lin Yuliang, come out with me for a second. She looked at him without a word. Why aren't you talking? Are you stunned? You're the one who's stunned, she said. He said, let's go out and talk. She said, classmate Shun, haven't you noticed that I don't want to say a single word to you right now? I never knew what it felt like to hate someone's guts, but now you've shown me. Thank you. If there's nothing else, please stay away from me and don't bother me. He leaned closer to her, making her very confused. What does he want? A fight? He said, if you don't come out, I don't mind being a hooligan. I'll carry you out. He was just saying it. but she was too scared and had to go out with him. Once outside, he began to speak. I know you care a lot about exam scores and rankings, but, she said, you don't care. He said, you're talking about grades. It doesn't matter. She said, did you deliberately get 2 questions wrong on this midterm? No, he said. She frowned. Look at you. You're too embarrassed to say you don't care about grades. You racked your brains to beat me. Shen Juan, I'm a little sad. You beat me by 2 points and got the scholarship this time. I'll let you have it. I want to talk to you about something. HM, what does she want? Go ahead. You go first, she said. Actually, I'm from the countryside. My real name is Lin Yuliang. My family isn't well off, and I feel very lucky to be able to attend university in the big city. I've never received such a large scholarship. So when you get the certificate and the scholarship money, can I touch it? You're saying just to touch it? Yes. I've been so direct, and you still have the nerve to compete with me for the scholarship? You said okay. You let me touch it then. I really sympathize with your situation, and you look a bit familiar. How many years did you spend in Lotus Village? What is he trying to do? You said, next to Lotus Village is Hay Village. That's my village. We don't have money either. We not only have to raise pigs, but also farm. All right, my name is Shintai, the Tai from Iron. It's not easy for a country boy to study in the city. You know, I live alone in the lab now and have to earn my own living expenses every day. She thought, this guy is pretty good at playing along with me. Hearing this, she paused. Could it be that he wasn't entirely bluffing? He did say last time that he lived alone in the lab. Does Shen Juan really need this money? Maybe I shouldn't fight with him over the scholarship anymore. She walked away and said, forget it. Lin Yuliang can't just give in because she likes someone. She continued, you win this time. A week later, the first basketball game began. Our class is against Class 7. Class 7 is super strong. Don't tell me our class is going to be eliminated in the preliminaries. We have to pull ourselves together, restore honor for Class 10, and crush Class 7. Lin said during the relay race on the last day of the sports meet. Class 7 didn't get first place and claimed our class hit their baton. Then they declared war on our class. If we lose this basketball game, our class has to give them our first place certificate. Lin Yuliang said, so that's why you're so down? You 2 sports committee members, Wang Yang and that tall guy from our class, can't beat 5 people. Song Jimin said, do you know who our point guard is? It's Li Lin. How are we supposed to beat 5 people? Li Lin is 1.7 meters tall, obsessed with wellness, drinks chrysanthemum tea, and is physically weak. Lin Yuliang said, why don't you guys try asking Shen Juan? We don't dare. We just don't dare. Lin Yuliang said, leave it to me. Classmate 1, do you play basketball? She asked, deliberately using a non-standard A-city accent. He said coldly, I don't. Seeing her stunned, he continued, I don't. Such a blunt refusal. Just then, when Zihui came over, classmate Lin, we female students also need to contribute to the collective. Do you want to join the cheerleading squad? No. When Zihui continued, classmate Lin, this competition is about the collective honor of our entire class. Other classes have cheerleading squads. We can't not have one. We have 4 people now, and the uniforms are ready. As long as you nod, we can start practicing right away. Lin Yuliang thought, how did I not realize she was so long-winded before? Maybe I should scare her a bit. Classmate Wen, I haven't forgiven you for what happened last time, so stop bothering me. Be careful, or I'll settle the score with you. When Zihui said, I'm sorry, classmate Lin, I was really possessed at that time. I'm truly sorry. Lin Yuliang said, all right, what do you need me to do for the cheerleading squad? When Zihui said, you really agree? Just cheer for us. Let me get you the uniform. You guys don't look. Lin Yuliang took the uniform and looked at it. Shen Juan said, you want to join the cheerleading squad? She turned to look at him and seeing he was unhappy, said, she came to me to participate. I have to support it. It's all for the honor of our class. Are you saying that joining the cheerleading squad is the only way to bring honor to the class? Are you implying I lack a sense of collectivism? She thought, does that even need to be asked? You said they're missing a point guard. I usually play SG, shooting guard. Lin Yuliang said, I think our class's shooting guard is Song Jimin. You can switch with him. But I understand you, classmate Shun. You definitely wouldn't admit you're not up to it. She continued, alternatively, if you want to show your sense of collectivism so badly, why not join the cheerleading squad with me? You frowned and said, Lin Yuliang, you're getting really bold now. You know I won't do anything to you. So you're pushing your luck, aren't you? She smiled. You were just scowling, but your eyes were glued to the cheerleading uniform. I thought you liked it. You leaned closer to her and said, what I like very much. What are you planning to wear for me to see? Look at that butt. Shen Juan, do you know your thinking is very backward? Just because a girlfriend wears a short skirt to go out, the boyfriend gets upset that other guys will look at her. Wait, what did I just say? She hurriedly explained, No, I mean if I were your girlfriend. I was just giving an example. So I didn't mean it like that. You said, so according to you, I wouldn't be unhappy about what my girlfriend wears today. I'm unhappy because no matter what my girlfriend wears, she has to go cheer for other guys while I have to stand on the sidelines and watch. Ugh, what is he even talking about? I can't talk to him anymore. I'm going to practice with one Zihui. 3 days later, on the basketball court, Lin Yuliang, in her cheerleading uniform, was particularly eye-catching. The moment everyone saw her, they shouted, all right, goddesses, basketball babes. Basketball babes. Lin Yuliang looked around for Shen Juan. Isn't he in the stands? Lin suddenly appeared, and now I'll introduce our ace player, Shen Juan. Boss Shen, our class is saved. Then, Yuliang looked at him. Hasn't he figured it out yet? Then suddenly, he prepared to pull up his clothes to take them off. Haha, is he going to change here? I've never seen someone so casual. Oh, he's just taking off his jacket. He's still wearing a shirt underneath. You guys are too impatient. Shen Juan said, Lin Yuliang, why don't you ask me why I came to play? She held his shirt for him and asked why. Because I want to see if I have a girlfriend cheering for me. The upperclassman is flirting so hard. I'm used to it. Look how smitten the junior is. They said she wasn't smitten. She's still being coy. Li Lin said, Master Juan is entering the court. He turned his face away, but still glanced at her before leaving, making her feel a cold wind blow down my back. She only looked at him after he turned away. Shen Juan was also wearing a number 4 jersey, as if they were secretly wearing a couple's outfit, in front of everyone. A moment later, Class A7 scored the first basket. Class A7 was very excited, beat Class A10, tear up their certificate, and feed it to the dogs. People below were discussing. I thought Shen Juan was so good, but it seems he's just so. If he were really good, he would have been on the school's basketball team long ago. The game is now super intense. Zhu Feng said, Daddy's got the ball. The opponent is tripping people. What the hell is with Daddy? Shen Juan snatched the ball with extreme fluidity before Lin Yuliang could even blink. Is she swooning again? So handsome. Hey, Shen Juan scored with ease. The crowd went wild, and his teammates' morale soared. Lin Yuliang smiled at him from afar. Their eyes met, radiating a pure high school vibe. She couldn't stop smiling, proud of her deskmate. The game continued. Shen Juan basically gave everyone a whole new understanding of basketball. As long as the ball was in Shen Juan's hands, no matter the angle or distance, he could sink a three-pointer. The scene became more and more frenzied. It was time for the halftime break, and both teams returned to their respective areas to rest. Class A7 was under a lot of pressure. Shen Juan had already scored 5 times. This couldn't go on. Shen Juan walked by, flipping his hair like a boss. Who could resist this young, energetic, and cool school heartthrob? No wonder his deskmate was completely captivated. Was he doing it on purpose? Just then, a girl handed Shen Juan a bottle of water. Shen Juan, you've worked hard. Drink this, I just bought it. Lin Yuliang, standing behind, had also just bought a bottle and was about to hand it to him, but she saw this scene. Shen Juan said thanks. He took it and said thank you. The girl then asked for his WeChat, wanting to add him as a friend. After getting his WeChat, the girls left happily. Lin Yuliang angrily crushed the water bottle in her hand and turned to leave. Before the game, it was all girlfriend this and girlfriend that, and after just half a game, he's already hitting on other girls. Man. Zhu Feng seemed to notice her anger and handed the water to Wang Yang, saying, go give that girl the money for that bottle of water. Roger. Zhu family. Li Lin said, Boss Shen, a bottle of water is only 2 yuan. Why are you paying her back? Shen Juan got up without a word. Li Lin continued to ask why. When Zihui said, bro, shut up and stop asking, you don't know shit. Li Lin said, Shen Juan, there are 10 minutes until the game starts. Remember to come back quickly. Shen Juan muttered irritably, what is all this? It's not like this in dramas and novels. The male lead is supposed to refuse water from other girls and only accept mine. But the real-life male lead doesn't refuse any pretty girl's advances, which makes her very angry. So she threw the water bottle into the trash can, and then the wind picked up, making her feel cold. Echo, it's so cold outside. As she was shivering, a jacket landed on her. Wait, this scent is familiar. It's Shen Juan's jacket. Shen Juan draped the jacket over her and gave his adorable, her a charming smile. a lovely friend, but she snorted coldly. I don't want a jacket from a gross boy like you. Shen Juan let out a snort, trying to hold back his laughter. Lin Yuliang's brow furrowed even tighter. He still dared to laugh. Was it that funny? He insisted on giving her the jacket. Hey, are you cold? I'm not. She said she wasn't cold, but her body was shivering and she was still angry. He smiled. Your voice is trembling. She retorted, none of your business. He thought she was really cute, trying hard to suppress his laughter. Puffed. You're still laughing? Shen Juan, isn't that case of water under your seat enough for you to drink? Are you happy that so many girls are giving you water? Didn't you want a girlfriend to cheer you on? Well, now you have a whole bunch of girlfriends. Shen Juan draped the jacket over her, smiling gently as he looked at her. She suddenly realized, wait, what did I just say? The word girlfriend just slipped out without thinking. Can you just focus on finishing the game and not get distracted? You're still paying attention to these extra things. Be careful it doesn't affect your performance later. He pulled her a little closer. There are some things I'm sure of, and some I'm not. So I have to confirm, am I overthinking things? Can I take another step forward? She took a step back and said so, but done confirming. I think so. So, I'm preparing to pursue you. After their conversation, the two returned to the basketball court. Juan, you two are finally back. It's time to get on the court. When Zihue teased, and coming back all lovey-dovey together. After getting on the court, they discovered that Class 7 had subbed in Ning Yuan. Juan, we need to be careful. The second half of the game began, and it was quite tense. Shen Juan also realized they were targeting him, preventing him from dribbling. He wanted to pass to Song Jimin, but the opponent deliberately passed by and slammed into Shen Juan hard, injuring him. The audience below was stunned. Lin Yuliang also realized something was wrong. It was a dirty move. Wang Yang cursed angrily, trash. You dare to play dirty? You're messing with me. Shen Juan said, Wang Yang, don't be impulsive. At this moment, the game became more tense than ever. Lin Yuliang was also very worried. This was the first time she had seen Wang Yang ignore her. Shen Juan had a bad feeling. The people from Class 7 continued to play dirty, causing Wang Yang to lose his footing. Class 7 took the opportunity to score. The referee blind? Why isn't he blowing the whistle? Timeout, call a timeout. I've played against Ning Yuan before. He plays really rough. Wang Yang definitely can't continue. Shen Juan, are you okay? Do you need a sub? No need, I'm fine. Ning Yuan, it seems you're not just targeting me. But how do you know Luo Qinghe? Wang Yang said, I can still play. Play my ass. I told you to be careful of Ning Yuan, and you still went for it. Bro, the whole class is counting on you. Li Lin said nervously, don't worry. Leave it to me. Somehow, Lin Yuliang walked up to them, skillfully tied up her hair, and said, I'll go. Huh, Sister Jing, you know how to play basketball. Are you really going to play? But you're a girl. She said, there's no rule in this game that only boys can play. Why can't girls participate? Besides, do you have any other choice? No, she said impatiently. Can't you tell I'm in a really bad mood right now? I have a bad temper to begin with. Hearing her words, Shen Juan smiled. He found her extremely cute. Wang Yang handed over a glove and said, Sister Lin. Shen Juan took it, pulled her to change clothes, and prepared to get on the court. After the game resumed, everyone was buzzing when they saw Lin Yuliang on the court. What's going on? How come Class 10 sent a girl to play? Have they really run out of people? They might as well just admit defeat. I give up. How can a girl play basketball? When Zihue retorted unhappily, so boys can just run their mouths? Girls can't play basketball. Ignoring the chatter from the crowd, the basketball game continued. Class 7 was gloating at this moment, even mocking the pretty girl on the court. But before their laughter died down, Lin Yuliang had already passed them like a gust of wind and snatched the ball. Holy crap, when did Lin Yuliang become so energetic? I grew up with boys and was never interested in the things girls like. On the contrary, I've played all the games boys play, like basketball. I wasn't good at it at first. Girls are smaller and weaker, so I could barely get the ball. Playing ball was like getting into a fight. After being crushed by others many times, I figured out my own method of attack. The game requires skill and speed. The opponent looked at her, confused. Which side was she going to attack from? The left? Or was it just a feint? Holy crap, it really was a feint. Was she planning to use the old trick, pass the ball to Shen Juan, and let him score another three-pointer? She was indeed preparing to pass to Shen Juan, but a boy from Class 7 blocked her, determined not to let her succeed. Lin Yuliang naturally had her own set of defensive experiences. I've always felt that basketball has nothing to do with gender. There's no rule saying girls can't play. It's just that no girl has ever played with boys before. She broke through the encirclement and shot the ball herself. Success! The ball went in. Holy shit, it really went in. Sister Jing is awesome. Go, Class 1. Sister Lin, our queen. Lin Yuliang turned to look at Shen Juan. At this moment, they truly wanted to cherish it forever. This was that indomitable spirit of youth, something everyone only gets once. Every time you look back on it, your heart warms. After playing for a while, Class 1 score was far higher than Class 7's. Ning Yuan said, "Time out. We can't keep playing like this." Lin Yuliang said, "How about a bet?" "What's the bet?" She said, "If you win, we'll be at your mercy. But if you lose, you'll run 10 laps around the basketball court with your pants down, and then slap your own butts twice for everyone to see. Oh, and one more condition. You have to call our class's crippled forward dad. Are you nuts? We a bunch of guys from Class 10 are standing here, and you want us to make a bet with a girl?" Shen Juan looked at him, then took a step forward to stand by Lin Yuliang's side. "The girls run the show in our class. We listen to our queen." Then the two teams rested to recover their strength. Lin Yuliang said, "They'll definitely send someone to mark me." Shen Juan, dealing with one person shouldn't be hard for you, right? That's not certain. It depends on who it is. She asked who. "Is there anyone who can stop you?" Shen Juan looked at her and said gently, "You can stop me just by standing there. I'm staking my claim now, so I can openly hit on you." The two young men behind them were eavesdropping and whispering 2 hours ago. Master One wasn't this smug. Something must have happened during the break. He chased after her. "Didn't you see?" Lin Yuliang said seriously, "Ahem. We're about to go on. Stop talking." He said, "The stakes are so high. How can we lose? Are you going to cheat? What if this little girl cheats? In this kind of game that's somewhere between basketball and a brawl, what's the use of being reasonable?" He sighed and smiled. "Whatever. The way you cheat is like you're acting cute in front of me. It's alluring." Her face turned bright red. "Classmate Shun, we are still in a pure deskmate relationship, okay? Watch your words. What's wrong with you?" He rubbed her head dotingly and said, "Don't worry. Your deskmate will carry you to an easy win." Wow, Juan is so amazing. Juan can do anything. This guy just confessed to me. It's like he's subtly acknowledging my status, flirting with me without any restraint. He raised his hand to his forehead and said confidently, "Of course. I, Shen Juan, am omnipotent. Another handsome guy who makes girls' hearts flutter. How can you say he's not cool?" After a while, the game continued tensely. This time, Lin Yuliang was closely followed by the people from Class 7, but she professionally dodged them. Shen Juan and she quickly coordinated to score. After many perfect assists and scores, the game finally ended. Naturally, Class 1 won gloriously. We won. Glory belongs to Class 1. Everyone was discussing. Juan is amazing. He's so handsome when he plays basketball. Thanks to Sister Lin for helping out at a critical moment. What a heroine. She looked at him and found that he didn't look very happy. Shen Juan walked towards Ning Yuan. "You know me?" Ning Yuan asked, "You're famous. Who doesn't know you?" Shen Juan said, "What's your relationship with Luo Qinghe?" Ning Yuan smiled. "You still remember his name?" "That's not easy," Shen Juan said in a warning tone, exuding a murderous aura. "I don't care who you are, who you know, or what you know. You have two choices right now. Either apologize to Wang Yang, or I'll make you end up like Wang Yang." Ning Yuan wasn't scared at all. "Shen Juan, are you threatening me? Aren't you afraid of seeing Luo Qinghe in your dreams at night?" At the mention of Luo Qinghe, Shen Juan couldn't stay calm, grabbing Ning Yuan's collar and saying, just then, Lin Yuliang shouted loudly, "Mr. Liu, classmate Ning Yuan said he wants to apologize to us. He said he feels very guilty for bumping into Wang Yang and Shen Juan and wants to bow and apologize to us." Because the shout was so loud, everyone noticed. Shen Juan looked at her dotingly again. He loved whatever his little highness did. Class 7's homeroom teacher, Mr. Jiang, asked what's going on. Lin Yuliang put on a pitiful and wronged expression and said, "Classmate Ning Yuan feels extremely guilty. He said he not only wants to bow and apologize, but also voluntarily offered to take off his pants for everyone to see and run 10 laps on the field as punishment." Mr. Liu panicked. "Take off his pants for everyone to see?" "Yes, that's right." Ning Yuan denied, awkwardly, "No, you." Su Ji rushed over and said, "What's wrong? Ning Yuan, are they bullying you?" Lin Yuliang smiled. "Since you've walked right into the trap, no one gets to run." "Exactly. Classmate Su Ji, you're in cahoots with Ning Yuan, right?" "Of course." Lin Yuliang said, "Teacher, you see, they admitted it. They ganged up to systematically bully my classmate." Whoa. "Teacher, you have to stand up for us. Classmate Wang Yang's knee is ruined. He can't even walk." Classmate Shen Juan too. Shen Juan quickly played along, clutching his stomach. That my stomach is also uncomfortable. I was going to endure it until the end of the game, but now it's getting worse. Mr. Liu said, "This matter is extremely serious. Harming classmates by any means necessary to win. This is a matter of moral character. Mr. Jiang, how do you think we should resolve this?" Mr. Jiang asked Su Ji and Ning Yuan sternly, "Is this true? Tell me the truth." "Teacher, I really didn't hit anyone. I was just standing by and watching." Lin Yuliang sneered inwardly, then put on a wronged look. Mr. Jiang, it was really Ning Yuan who did it. He already admitted it to us just now, saying it was a moment of impulse, and he regrets it now. He even wants to formally apologize to my classmate in front of everyone and ask for our forgiveness. Teacher, Shen Juan even put on a good show of his stomach hurting. Mr. Jiang said angrily, "You two, go and bow an apology to Class 10 right now, and then run 10 laps on the field for me." After successfully getting those two punished, Lin Yuliang was satisfied. Afterwards, they said their goodbyes and went home. "Brothers, go home and get some good rest. We're leaving." Lin Yuliang and Shen Juan walked together. "Then aren't you going home today?" "I'll walk you back before I go home." She said, "It's just a short walk. The dorm is right ahead." He said, "I want to spend a little more time with you." Her girlish heart was fluttering again. Really, are all top students this domineering? This afternoon, he said he was going to pursue me. Does that count as a confession? But he said pursue, not like. Suddenly, Shen Juan stopped and looked at her. "Lin Yuliang, let me ask you, what did you hear when Ning Yuan and I were talking just now?" She avoided his gaze. "Actually, I heard everything. This afternoon, I was standing nearby and saw Shen Juan about to pin Ning Yuan against the wall. That's when I interrupted him. I only heard a little bit. Ha. What were you two talking about anyway?" I didn't understand a single word. Shen Juan's expression darkened as he looked at her. She secretly glanced at him. "Why aren't you talking? You're not thinking of silencing me, are you?" He looked at her, then sighed. The person mentioned, Song Nan, you've met him. The one you thought I was about to beat to death. "Oh, that guy, the deskmate who was rumored to have been beaten into a vegetative state." Shen Juan said, "He was my little uncle's apprentice." Lin Yuliang thought, so that's the connection. I remember Shen Juan saying that the tattoo shop belonged to his little uncle. Then where's his little uncle now? Logically, they should have been acquaintances before, but now they're enemies. Could it be because of Shen Juan's little uncle? No. Wouldn't that make Shen Juan the villain? But his expression was clearly so sad. So it's absolutely impossible that Shen Juan did anything heinous. My deskmate doesn't forget to do his homework, even when he's going to a fight. He'll buy me a new rice ball if mine falls. Shen Juan is clearly so gentle and kind. He wouldn't even hurt a fly. Really, I don't believe it. Ahem. So, is this considered a top student's secret? The top student's unspeakable secret? He smiled and said, "I guess so." She said, "Then I won't ask." Usually in dramas, people who know the big boss's secrets don't live past 3 episodes. He said, "How about we make a deal? You can use something as collateral to exchange for my secret." The two were now standing very close, attracting the attention of other girls. Who are those two? Look how intimate they are. Lin Yuliang panicked. This was too bold. Their classmates would see. Do we have to move? She pulled his sleeve and stood behind a corner of the wall. "No one should be able to see us now, right?" He looked at her and smiled. Why was she being so secretive? She said, "I didn't expect the people in this backwater town to be so complicated. You're really a deep person with a story. Although I sincerely want to give you something as collateral, I really don't have any secrets." He moved closer to her and said, "I don't want a secret." "Then what do you want?" She quickly took a step back. He said, "If you use something else as collateral." "Where are you running?" She said, "A top student's secret is worth a fortune. I'm afraid other things might not be appropriate." He said, "I think it's very appropriate. For example, holding hands once in exchange for one secret, a hug for another. Or how about a kiss? I'll tell you everything." At this level of flirting, Lin Yuliang was about to completely fall for it. She tried to calm herself down. "This is so embarrassing. I can't handle it when he flirts just a little. I need to take the initiative." She said, "One kiss and you'll tell me everything? But if I want to use something as collateral, what would you do?" He looked at her, then lifted her chin, his gaze deep as he looked at her lips. "If you're that curious, why don't you try?" She slapped his hand away. "Shen Juan, can you be a decent human being?" Seeing her angry and annoyed like a little cat, he buried his head in her shoulder, stifling his laughter. He's laughing? He's definitely doing this on purpose. She was both embarrassed and angry. "Stop laughing. Teasing an innocent young girl is beastly behavior, a hooligan's tactic. I really want to punch him." "I'll do as I think." She swung her hand to hit him, but this time he caught her hand, dodging the attack. Just like that, she kicked him hard again, but this guy was a master at fighting, and he quickly blocked it. "Whoa, shorty, There are some places you shouldn't kick, you know. Lin Yuliang's anger level was about to max out. Hey, are you really angry? She moved closer to him and bit him on the face. This was a bite even a tough guy had to take. This guy's evasion skills were simply god tier. Only then did Lin Yuliang realize, wait, what on earth am I doing? She pushed him away in a fluster and said, sorry, you were the one who acted like a hooligan first. After being bitten, this guy was grinning like an idiot. That bite of yours was way more hooligan-like than me. She became more and more embarrassed. The dorm is about to close. I'm leaving first. After saying that, she rushed inside. He waved goodbye. Good night, deskmate. Successfully flirted with a girl today. Happy. That night, Lin Yuliang tossed and turned, unable to sleep. I bit him on impulse. It shouldn't be too serious, right? Oh my God, I've never been so embarrassed in my life. Just as she was dying of embarrassment, the phone rang. It was her mother. Did your midterm exam results come out? MHM. The last time she called was a month ago, and the first thing she asked about was her grades. Her mother continued, your dad and I are divorced. You're in a new place, a new environment, but I don't want this to affect your grades. Bajong isn't a top school to begin with, and now you can't even get first place. You have to be number one wherever you go. She said Bajong is pretty good. Her mother said, Xiaojing, I'm coming to your city on a business trip next month. Do you want to have a meal with me? She was stunned. Her mother had never asked for her opinion before. She said, since you're asking me like that, can I refuse? Her mother said, but I hope you won't. She said, all right, I'll contact you then. After hanging up, she fell asleep exhausted. Too much had happened today. Shen Juan. Has he gotten home yet? The next morning, Shen Juan was carrying a bag of breakfast, still yawning. Ouch! His wound was still faintly aching. Damn it, that little girl's bite was really vicious. Song Jimin and Li Lin walked over. Morning, oh, Shun. Yo, morning. As soon as Shen Juan turned his head, the two were dumbfounded to see the clear teeth marks on his face. Oh, hey, morning, Master Juan. I thought you didn't live on campus. You're here so early. MHM, it was too late yesterday, so I didn't go back. Hearing this, the brothers were thunderstruck. Too late yesterday? It couldn't be what we're thinking, right? We must have seen it wrong, heard it wrong. It turned out the tough guy was too lazy to go home last night and slept at Songnan's place, even borrowing his clothes. He was in a pretty good mood this morning. Shen Juan walked straight into the classroom and placed the breakfast bag on his deskmate's desk. She squinted at him. That mark is a bit obvious. Aren't you going to put a Band-Aid on it? He said, I don't have one. So she started rummaging through her bag and then handed him one. Here, put on. He felt the urge to tease her. I can't see. I can't put on. Shouldn't the perpetrator be responsible for the cleanup? She blushed. If it were half a month ago, I would have definitely helped you, but now, she said with so many people around, how am I supposed to do it? He took off his school jacket, draped it over his head, and then said, come in. It's really speechless. Are high school couples these days so bold with their public displays of affection? Oh my God, she said, classmate Shun, have you given up on being a human? He said, but weren't you afraid of people seeing? If you come in and put on, they won't see. She said, you're a real genius. Then she threw a bunch of colorful Band-Aids at him. Put on yourself. If you don't know where the wound is, just cover your whole face. He said, do I need to remind you who made these teeth marks? There was no denying it. Now she had no choice but to duck under his school jacket to put the Band-Aid on for him. A satisfied smile appeared on the tough guy's face. I thought he only knew how to fight, but I didn't expect him to be so good at flirting. He said, can you see clearly? Do you need me to? No need. Can you just shut up? Seeing her applying it a bit forcefully, he said gently. After putting on a Band-Aid, she even patted his head and was about to run. Just then, she was startled because Mr. Liu was already standing there, who knows for how long. What are you two doing? Shen Juan said, Before he could make up a lie, Lin Yuliang quickly pretended her phone had dropped. Mr. Liu saw the phone on the ground and bent down to pick it up. She said, my mistake, teacher. I'm sorry. We shouldn't have been secretly playing games during morning study. Mr. Liu was speechless. So they were hiding under a school jacket to play games? How much pressure must these two kids be under to do something like this? One is first in the grade, the other is second. Being so outstanding, they must feel a great sense of responsibility. Model students should set an example for other students. And these two can't even play games openly like Li Lin. He patted her shoulder comfortingly. I understand. At your age, the academic pressure is high. You should also have entertainment and relaxation. It's understandable to take a break occasionally. After he turned and left, the two were left with bewildered faces. What was that all about? After the teacher left, she turned to look at Shen Juan. The moment she saw the Band-Aid on his face was stuck right over his mouth, she couldn't help but burst out laughing. I can't miss such a good moment. I have to take a picture. Shen Juan looks so cute like this. As expected, a handsome guy looks good no matter how you take his picture. She looked at the photo on her phone, overjoyed. Shen Juan, this Band-Aid really suits you. Seeing her laugh so happily, his heart felt as warm as a spring breeze. After school, just as Lin Yuliang walked out of the girls' restroom, Ning Yuan blocked her path. She said, "Classmate, I think you're looking for the wrong person. This is the girls' restroom. Shen Juan isn't in here. I'm not looking for him. I like you a lot and want to talk to you." She thought, "What should I do? I don't really want to talk to you. This feels wrong. I need to get away from him quickly. You hit her classmate, and I made you run 10 laps and apologize. Let's call it even. Goodbye, classmate Ning Yuan." Ning Yuan said, "I want to talk about Shen Juan." She stopped, then said, "Do you have a grudge against Shen Juan?" Ning Yuan said, "Maybe, maybe not. Let's just say no." She said, "Either you do or you don't. If you don't, why you keep looking for trouble with Shen Juan? Are you made of glue, following him around like a hound? Besides, what does this have to do with me?" Ning Yuan said, "Girls shouldn't get so worked up. Aren't you curious? He seems to like you a lot, and you probably like him too. Are you two dating?" Lin Yuliang said angrily, "Are you sick?" Ning Yuan said, "I happen to know some things about his past, so I'm kindly reminding you. The person he used to like, because of him, that person is still in the hospital now and will never wake up." As soon as he finished speaking, Shen Juan appeared and kicked Ning Yuan in the face, knocking him to the ground. Then he grabbed Ning Yuan's collar and glared at him. "Are you tired of living?" Lin Yuliang shouted for Shen Juan, but he didn't hear her at all. Continued to punch and kick Ning Yuan. She went forward and grabbed his arm. "Shen Juan, stop it. There are surveillance cameras in the school. Do you want to be suspended for another year?" Hearing her words, Shen Juan calmed down and let him go. She held Shen Juan's hand tightly, turned around and left. "Let's go." The bruised and swollen Ning Yuan could only sit there helplessly, watching them leave. Afterwards, Ning Yuan noticed that her hand was trembling slightly. "Lin Yuliang, it seems you're not completely unaffected either. When I was little, my parents always said they gave me the wrong name. Yuan, as in UND taboo, staying in place. I couldn't get excited about anything. I felt everything was meaningless. My parents thought I would die alone without any friends, but I just thought my classmates were too childish. The only thing I liked back then was my slingshot and then Luo Qinghe. My little uncle came back. My mom had mentioned him before because the family didn't support him. He went to Hong Kong by himself for 10 years. I always thought he was just a rebellious youth, but it turned out that Luo Qinghe was Shen Juan's little uncle. Luo Qinghe opened a tattoo shop. I didn't understand my uncle back then, but I was still attracted to the things around him. My parents were very busy at that time, so I stayed at Luo Qinghe's place. He fed me, took me to school, taught me how to draw, and told me stories about the outside world. I spent more time with Luo Qinghe than with my parents. I thought life would go on like this forever, until my little uncle brought a little boy home. This is Inai Qinghe. Look how much fate you two have. Even your names are so similar. Back to the present. Lin Yuliang held his hand, thinking what's really going on with Shen Juan. Judging by his reaction, what Ning Yuan said might be true. The person he used to like and will never wake up. What does that mean? She stopped and said, impatiently, "Wasn't being suspended for a year enough for you? Now you want to buy one get one free deal? Waiting to be my junior next year?" Shen Juan said blankly, "Ah, I'm sorry." Seeing his extremely dispirited state, her anger also subsided. Ning Yuan said those things to him. Is he okay? Should I not have asked? If I let him bring up the past himself, would it be better not to ask? He said, "Is there anything you want to ask?" Just then, she received a call from Fumingshi. She answered the phone, and a voice came from the other end. "Lin Yuliang, is school over? I'm at your school gate. I expect you here in 5 minutes." Before I could finish, Fumingshi had already hung up. Does this guy have any manners? Shen Juan didn't hear the content of the call, but he must have heard a male voice. Normally, he would definitely ask me whose call it was. But now, she said, "I have to go. Are you going straight home now?" He said obediently, "MHM." She tugged on his sleeve and said, "You're not going to look for Ning Yuan again, are you?" "Will I?" He lowered his eyes and said, "I'll listen to you." Seeing him so fragile and helpless, Lin Yuliang was extremely worried. After promising, she got into Fumingshi's car. "My time is limited. If you were 1 minute late, I would have driven off." But she didn't say anything today. "The little one is so quiet today. Seriously, are you heartbroken?" "Huh? What? Haha. You really are heartbroken? The boy you like has someone he likes?" She frowned and said, First, wipe that gloating look off your face. Second, I'm not heartbroken. I don't even have a boyfriend yet. As for being in a relationship, I'm considering it, but I haven't really thought it through. Afterwards, she asked Fu Mingxi, bro, I want to ask you something for you guys. Is a white moonlight a kind of unforgettable love that you can never forget? Fu Mingxi said, it depends on the situation and why the white moonlight became a white moonlight. Don't call me that. It gives me goosebumps. She said, what if this white moonlight ended up in the hospital because of him and can never wake up? If that's the case, I suggest you give up because he will never forget her for the rest of his life. Sunday at 8 p.m. in Guanshan Yu's villa, Lin Yuliang sat at her desk, flustered. Crap, I haven't written a single word. I can't focus on anything. The person Shen Juan used to like, Shen Juan already has a white moonlight, the kind he can never forget. The more I think about it, the more my head hurts. No, how can I take Ning Yuan's words seriously? There are also rumors that Shen Juan once beat his deskmate Banning half to death, and even started a fight when he ran into him on the street. No, I can't believe rumors. I can't wait until tomorrow. I have to see him right away. So, late at night, she stood at the door of her socially anxious senior's tattoo shop without calling or texting him. The impulse passed, I don't know if he's home. If he is, he must be at home. She was about to knock when the door opened on its own. Huh, it's not locked. She was about to call him, but was choked by the thick smell of smoke and started coughing. Cough, cough. How many packs of cigarettes did he smoke? Then she glanced at the table and saw a mountain of cigarette butts and beer. Well, the standard life of a dejected youth in a TV drama. Only then did Shen Juan notice her. She looked at him and said, Shen Juan, what are you being so dispirited about? He stubbed out another cigarette and said, what are you doing here? She handed him a bottle of water and asked, are you still sober? Sober. She glanced at the beer cans all over the floor and continued, not bad, classmate Shen. You can hold your liquor well. He sighed, then forced himself to cheer up and said, so what did you come to find me for? Well, there's something I want to ask you. So I came over. But if you don't want to talk, he moved closer to her and said, I want to talk. I'll tell you whatever you want to know. Before she could speak, he had already pulled her into his arms for a hug. Oh my God, help. This public display of affection is just a hug. But why does it feel more intoxicating than a kiss? I guess this is what young love is like. Hey. Lin Yuliang's face is now as red as a tomato. She trembled and tried to push him away, but he held her even tighter. Can you let me hug you for a while? Just for a little while. Lin Yuliang was stunned. Is he nuzzling me? So this is what it feels like to hug someone of the opposite sex for the first time? Why is his body so hot? Why is my heart beating so fast? I think my leg is cramping and my back hurts and this guy won't let me move. Shen Juan, have you hugged enough? He said, I thought you weren't going to ask. If I didn't ask, were you planning to hold me forever? You only get one chance. She held her sore waist and said, that position of yours was quite creative. My leg is numb. I'll rub it for you. Never mind. I'll do it myself. Oh, he stood up and said, I'm going to take a shower. Wait for me. I reek of smoke. Lin Yuliang's mind was racing. Wow, what kind of wild words are these? No, Lin Yuliang, what on earth are you thinking? Aren't you just classmates? In her imagination, he was already wearing only a towel, showing off his six-pack abs. Enough. Stop thinking about it. Then she noticed a photo under the beer cans and curiously picked it up to look. It's a group photo. Is this Shen Juan as a child? So cool even from a young age, but so cute. Is the person next to him his teacher? On the back, it says Alwan, first grade. Based on the date on the photo, Shen Juan should be 2 grades above me, but he was suspended for a year, so now he's in my class. Where did that year go? Shen Juan came out of the shower and saw her sitting there in a daze. What's wrong? What are you thinking about? She frowned and said, classmate Shen is truly a mysterious classmate. She looked at him and noticed he seemed to be back to his usual self without that lost, hug-seeking feeling from before. So, can I ask about his white moonlight now? I want to ask you something. Be brave. Lin Yuliang, just ask what you want to ask. She said, I want to ask what you had for dinner. Seriously, I can't bring myself to ask. I'm really not good at digging into people's privacy. Sob sob. He said he had already eaten. Hearing this, she said, I want to turn off the lights. It's more private when it's dark. He said while drying his hair, why turn off the lights? I'm not drunk, and I'm not that kind of person. But before he could finish, she interrupted him irritably. I didn't mean it like that. Shen Juan, for the 10,000th time, be a decent person. I just want to create a storytelling atmosphere. Oh, he obediently turned off the lights, and the room was plunged into darkness. While Lin Yuliang was still in a daze, Shen Juan had already approached her, pinning her in the chair. What tricks is this delinquent senior trying to pull now? Lin Yuliang felt he was too close, so close she could smell the shower gel on him. But he didn't do anything, just lightly brushed past her ear, making her push him away. What was that about? Why didn't you say so earlier? This is so embarrassing, haha. He said with a smile, I wanted to get the remote. Why are my ears red again? All right, what do you want to hear? She said, I don't know where to start. I feel like no matter how I ask, it will be too sensitive and direct. Forget it, whatever. I'll just ask directly. She said, Shen Juan, who is your white moonlight? Shen Juan, is the white moonlight in your heart a man or a woman? He said, it's a man, but not in the way you're thinking. She said, you know what I'm thinking? He said, it's my uncle. When I was little, my parents were busy with work, so I was raised by my uncle. Do you remember the first time you came? The drawing you picked up? That was the first drawing I made when my uncle was teaching me to draw. When I was a child. She said, actually, what you drew looks a bit like Doraemon. He said, it's Hello Kitty. Oh, right. I remember now. He said, back then, there was a kid in our neighborhood who was beaten by his dad every day. My cousin couldn't stand it, so he took the kid in as his apprentice, brought him home to teach him, and sponsored his schooling. I started to dislike him after that, but I was too young to understand why. I just felt uncomfortable. My cousin wanted to pass the art studio on to me, but I preferred shooting and had some talent for it. When the provincial shooting team was selecting people, I asked to leave him and live at the sports school. He probably wasn't happy, but he still let me do what I liked. So I went. She thought, is this the beginning of all the tragedies? I'm really scared to hear anymore. He continued, I lived at the sports school for a year, during which only my cousin and I Chingha were together every day. But sometimes when I came home, I found my cousin was starting to become anxious and hated life. He refused to see a doctor. Before I stayed, I could only coax him to see a doctor and coax him to continue practicing. Until the provincial team coach came to me, the tempting offer was hard to refuse. Later he found out and thought I had betrayed him. The night before I went to the provincial team, he came to me, wanting me to stay, but I didn't agree. That night, he committed suicide. What? He committed suicide? I couldn't go anywhere. I could only stay here for the rest of my life. Lin Yuliang gently held his hand to comfort him. Shen Juan also held her hand back. In the end, he didn't die, but he never woke up again. I went back to continue my studies, and only later did I find out that everything behind the scenes was caused by Enai Chingha. Enai Chingha was crazy. He had been abused by his father since he was a child. His psychology was already twisted. He wasn't normal, so he wanted to drag others down with him to suffer like him. My cousin had a history of depression, and Enai Chingha made his condition worse. After discovering the truth, Shen Juan had a huge fight with Enai Chingha. Enai Chingha said, because I was jealous. You had already left, but Luo Chingha only wanted to hand over the tattoo shop to you. Luo Chingha betrayed me first. I was so good to him, but he only thought of you. So he also had to taste the feeling of being betrayed by the person he loved most. It doesn't matter if he doesn't wake up. I will take care of him for the rest of his life, and in the end he won't need you, haha. Shen Juan, do you regret it? At this moment, Shen Juan was no longer calm, swinging his fists until he beat Enai Chingha's face beyond recognition. He ended up in a vegetative state in the hospital. After hearing this story, Lin Yuliang was so scared she felt cold all over. Shen Juan really went through something like that. He hugged her and said, don't be afraid, don't be afraid, I'll protect you. Lin Yuliang felt a little like crying. I'm not afraid. Besides, aren't you saying it backwards? I should be the one protecting you. He gently ruffled her hair and said, okay. She said, Shen Juan, I want to tell you it's not your fault. This outcome wasn't caused by you. You don't need to sacrifice anything for it. Can you understand what I mean? He let go of her hand, turned his face away, and said, I understand. I don't think it's my fault. I just feel I have a responsibility. If I had noticed earlier, if I had paid more attention to his condition and thoughts, if I had taken him for treatment earlier, if I hadn't joined the provincial team, hadn't left him alone with Enai Chingha, would these things not have happened? Back then he asked if I wanted the art studio, and I agreed, so he thought I liked it too. She asked him, so do you like it? He said blankly, I don't know, maybe it's not about liking or disliking. I'm just used to being here. But I did promise him that day that I would inherit this place. No one in the family supported him opening a tattoo shop. He felt that only I was by his side, Only I understood him. Only I could inherit his passion. But I wanted to leave him, so I have a responsibility. She thought, that's not right. Shen Juan is completely innocent. He was only 14 or 15 at the time, still a child. Although I know Luo Qinghe is also a victim, I can't help but blame him. Shen Juan must have been so proud when he was selected for the provincial team, but now he has given up everything, only able to stay here, doing something he neither likes nor dislikes. He held her hand and said, Lin Yuliang, these things are all in the past, no matter where I am, no matter what I do. I can do it well. Going to the provincial team is fine. Going back to school is also fine. It doesn't affect me. She said, he's lying. Seeing her tremble, he gently tapped her forehead. Forget it. Here, nothing is impossible. She looked at him in a daze. After he said that, she suddenly had a very, very strong urge to hug him tightly. She said, got it, forgetting things is so childish. You've said so much, have some water. He said, it's almost 10. Are we still leaving today? Lin Yuliang choked on her drink. Huh? Cough, cough, cough. Are you taking advantage of my trust in you to do something? He said, are you leaving or not? You come here to drink in the middle of the night every day. You trust me that much? She was very confused. Why did the topic suddenly become so ambiguous? But there are some things I must make clear with Shen Juan. There's no time like the present. Shen Juan, I'm asking you, do you want to be my boyfriend? Shen Juan was stunned. His brain hadn't loaded yet. What? Seeing him sitting there like a wooden post without saying a word, she said, then forget it. He grabbed her hand back, both happy and anxious, and said with a red face, I want to continue. She said, so you're my boyfriend now. What are you planning to do? Shen Juan was stunned. If she's my girlfriend, can I hug her? Then next. Oh my God, what are you thinking? Why is your face so red? Seeing his expression, she said with a smile, friendly reminder, I'm only 16. What can you do at 16? You. Shen Juan knew he had been tricked, and his face darkened. Lin Yuliang, don't you touch another drop of alcohol in the future. Lin Yuliang lay on the sofa laughing so hard that tears came out. Haha, that expression just now. He said, are you making fun of me? She said, but I wasn't joking, I was serious. I want to know what you're thinking. I was just thinking, what if you don't like me anymore in the future? He moved closer and said, I won't. She said, then what if I don't like you anymore? I'm only 16. How long can this kind of last? He looked at her, lowered his eyes, thinking about something. Then she sat up and said, it's getting late. I have to go home. I'll walk you. No need. My home is super close. I'll text you when I get home. Then send a voice message. Okay. Dress warmly. It's cold outside. Okay. She hesitated and said, Shen Juan, you're still in a daze. Then she moved closer to him and whispered in his ear, good night, boyfriend. The word boyfriend made this senior so happy he was about to float to cloud 9. Look at that expression. After Lin Yuliang said it, she ran away quickly, not daring to look back at Shen Juan's reaction. He actually didn't chase after me, as expected of the male lead. Actually, I don't really want to be in a relationship. Feelings are fickle. No one can guarantee anything. You get tired of clothes after wearing them a few times. Star chasers can change their husbands every few days, even in marriage. With so many years of affection and even children, they still end up hating each other, parting ways, and never speaking again. But this person is Shen Juan. I want to give it a try. I don't like being in a relationship, but I like you. This brave girl is amazing, truly amazing, daring to face young love. After calming down, she tiptoed into the house. Strange, why is the light still on? Is someone in the living room? As she was walking stealthily, Fu Ming, she said, you're back. Oh, brother Fu, why aren't you asleep yet? Fu Ming, she said, why do you always call me by my full name? Do I need to remind you that the balconies of my room and your room both face the courtyard? Facing the courtyard means I'm being watched. I just started my young love, and I'm already busted. Fu Ming, she said, you sneak out in the middle of the night every day. I thought you were going to see your little boyfriend, but I heard a few days ago that you hadn't won him over yet. She said, I don't sneak out every day. He said, I've caught you 3 times alone. She said, I've only snuck out 3 times in total. What are you trying to say? He's got something on me. He's definitely going to take the opportunity to make demands. Fu Ming, she said, I have nothing to say. You're not my real sister, and I can't control you. But I want to remind you, you're still young. You need to be discerning when choosing a man. You shouldn't choose the kind of man who makes you sneak out in the middle of the night. She was stunned. Is he worried about me? She said with a brilliant smile, bro, I think you're right. I'll break up with him tomorrow. Fu Ming, she said, I didn't tell you to break up. Why do I feel like a bad guy breaking up a couple? She said she would text him a breakup right now. Thank you. Good night. At Shen Juan's place, his phone just received a new message. He was still standing at the door. She's already home and in bed, and you're still standing here. What has happened? What did she mean? Does this mean we're together? Thank God. I stood for a while and finally came to my senses and read the message again. He opened her voice message. I'm home. He replied enthusiastically with one word. Okay. Is that enthusiastic? At home, Lin Yuliang was annoyed by this okay. He took half an hour to reply with one word. So cold. She was so angry she turned off the light to sleep. Then her phone lit up again, and she quickly picked it up to read the message. Sleep early, good night. That's more like it. She immediately replied, good night. Is high school romance always this cute? Those with experience, please comment. I'm seeing this sweet, youthful vibe, sob sob. The next morning, while Lin Yuliang was still fast asleep, her phone rang. Hello, wake up, girlfriend. Upon hearing the word girlfriend, her eyes lit up and she sat up. Ah, boyfriend, good morning. Why are you up so early? Since you're awake, come over for breakfast. I bought you zongzi again. I've been eating the zongzi he buys every day recently. It's salted egg yolk flavor. She said, isn't eating zongzi every morning a bit extravagant? He said, actually, I've never had a girlfriend before. Suddenly having a girlfriend feels a bit unreal. So I called my dad in Shih Tzu and asked him what he used to buy when he was with my mom. My dad said, on the first day they met, he personally made an old-fashioned zongzi at 5 a.m. and delivered it to my mom's doorstep. And then what happened? Their relationship has always been very good. They grow vegetables and raise pigs every day thanks to that old-fashioned zongzi. They're not rich, but they are very happy. She held her head in resignation and said, okay, I'll eat. You wait for me. Then she quickly got ready and rushed to find her boyfriend. After running for a while, she arrived at the shop and saw him sitting inside, waiting for her. Ah, there he is. Just then, he also looked up at her. She waved at him with a brilliant smile. Having a boyfriend really is different. Look at that face. Morning, boyfriend. He said, I've been waiting for you for half an hour. You've made an exception for me again. She stood up, which confused him. What's wrong? Why are you looking at me like that? She said, it's nothing. I just want to look at you. Look at my boyfriend. I'm asking seriously, do the young people in your schools now talk like this when they're in a relationship? Or is it only in movies and stories? We old folks can't keep up. He pinched her cheek. What, trying to coax me? She said, can I look if I'm not coaxing? He said, you can look all you want. What do you think? Am I handsome? She smiled like a flower. I was going to sit next to you, but then I wouldn't be able to see you. He looked at her. His heart stirred again. Lin Yuliang, she doesn't have to do anything. Just by looking at me, I feel like I'm being flirted with. This girl is mine, so soft and sweet. My little friend. After a short while, the proprietress brought the zongzi to the table. Then she said something to them. What kind of dialect is this? I couldn't understand it at all. Shen Juan, on the other hand, understood the local dialect very well and answered her enthusiastically. Just as they were chatting happily, a customer came, and the proprietress had to go back to work. What did she say just now? Did she say thank you to you? He said that the elderly here don't speak Mandarin very well, and I was just thanking her on her behalf. Is this your girlfriend? What are you doing? Can't you be a little more humble? How do you even write the word humble? Laughs. Eat up, little friend. Having a girlfriend really changes a person, showing her off to everyone he meets. After they had eaten and drunk their fill, the two went for a walk together. You need a full stomach to have the energy to run. Ah, where are your traditional zongzi? He said you didn't seem to want to eat earlier, and only now that you're full do you remember. She said, you noticed? Then why did you make up that story this morning? He said, to trick you into coming out. Because I didn't know if you didn't want to have breakfast with me, or if you just didn't want to eat zongzi. She said, why would you think I didn't want to have breakfast with you? Because I didn't know if you had heard Luo Qing's story and were only with me out of pity. I'm not sure how much you actually like me. She's so young. I couldn't refute what she said last night. I've also been reflecting on whether I was a bit too impulsive. But Lin Yuliang, I don't care why you're with me, but you're mine now. Your things, and you as a person, will always be yours. I'm answering your question from last night. I like you. I won't think about how long I can like you. I don't know when it started, and I don't know when it will end. I only think about a future with you. But if one day you don't like me anymore, I might let you leave for a little while, but I'll immediately snatch you back, tie you to my side, and bind the two of us tightly together. If you don't like me that much right now, you'd better work a little harder. Because you won't have the chance to be with anyone else, nor the chance to run away. So you have to work a little harder. Lin Yuliang listened to every word he said, her eyes filling with tears. Shen Juan gripped her hand tightly and pulled her into his arms. Lin Yuliang, I won't let go. On the weekend, Lin Yuliang and Wen Zhihui arranged to meet at the movie theater. Over here, over here. Hurry up, Beauty Lin. The movie is about to start. Lin Yuliang said. These two came as well. Wasn't this supposed to be a sister's date? Aren't we your most loyal sisters group and fan club? I guess that's true. A short while later, they were sitting in the movie theater. The male lead is so handsome. He is quite handsome, but not handsome the same way as Shen Juan. There's someone next to me, and they even lifted the armrest. What's going on? Disturbing public order in a movie theater. She pushed up her glasses and frowned, about to scold them, only to find that it was her boyfriend. She stared at him, dumbfounded. Why are you here? Weren't you supposed to be at the art studio this weekend? He said, why are you staring at me so intently? You want to kiss me? She pushed him away. You say it like I'm the one who wants to. He teased her. Your ears are red again. Come here. Let me feel if they're still hot. Shut up. When Zhihui said, what did you say? Nothing. I said the male lead is so handsome. You like that type? I think the second male lead is more handsome. I like the serious, proper type of guy. Lin Yuliang thought to herself. When Zhihui probably has never seen Shen Juan. Help me. The person next to me is being a hooligan. She raised her finger, wanting to push him away, but the look in his eyes as he watched her made her want to tease him even more. He took her hand and then intertwined their fingers. Doing something so scandalous in public, but why do I find it so thrilling? You've fallen, Lin Yuliang. You're actually getting excited. Can't you have some integrity? Quick, pull your hand back. When Zhihui said, look, it's your male lead. Go on, be his fan. Just then, Shen Juan squeezed her fingers, making her yelp. What's wrong? He kept stroking her hand, teasing her. They haven't noticed yet. She grew more annoyed, telling him if he didn't let go, he shouldn't blame her for what happens next. She thought to herself, then grabbed his finger in annoyance and bit down hard. But this upperclassman didn't seem to feel any pain, yet his whole body reacted. He couldn't stand her like this anymore, turned his face away, red as a tomato, and sat there like a wooden log. Little sister, you really got him good this time, huh? The next day at school, Lin Yuliang was listlessly slumped over her desk. She had to have lunch with her mother, and she hadn't slept well again last night. She really didn't know how to face her. Just then, delicious food appeared on her desk, making her eyes light up. Shen Juan smiled. Morning, girlfriend. She froze. Girlfriend, this is the classroom. Classmate Shen. Puppy love is a serious matter, so don't be so blatant about it. Be more careful usually. Don't let the other classmates find out. He said, it's too late. Oh, well then, it's probably not appropriate for me to give you this bag of candy. She said, it's no big deal for classmates to share some snacks. Then she continued, we need to keep our distance today. Just treat this as a normal exchange of candy between classmates. Oh, it was lunchtime. Because she had said they needed to keep their distance. Shen Juan was cold to her all morning. He really didn't say a single word to me. She went downstairs and out of the school. Her mother was already standing at the school gate waiting for her. Jingjing. She only called out her daughter's name, Lin Yuliang. A short while later, the two arrived at a restaurant. The atmosphere between them was extremely quiet. What does she want? Inviting me out to eat like this? It's too awkward not knowing what to say. Linji has said, Mom went to see your homeroom teacher today to understand your current academic situation. You weren't at the top of your class in the last 2 monthly exams. Mom doesn't think this is the level you should be at. She put down her chopsticks and said, so it's because of this. How long have you been planning this, Mom? Mom has never spoken so many words to me. My lunch break isn't long. If you have something to say, just say it. All right, I'll be direct. Mom feels that you're not suited to living here, and your grades have been affected. Actually, I came this time to ask you, do you want to come back and live with Mom? Lin Yuliang let out a cold laugh. Haha, I remember when you and Dad divorced. You didn't say anything like this. Now you want to take me back? Do you regret it? Linji has said, when Meng Weiguo and I divorced, I just wanted to get rid of everything related to him, including you. But Xiao Jing, you and I are inseparable. Your surname is Lin. You will always be a child of the Lin family. Everything the Lin family has will eventually be yours. Lin Yuliang said, I thought you were going to give me a little brother or something. Lin Ji has said, I won't be getting pregnant again in the future. Uterine fibroids. I'll arrange for surgery to have them removed in a while. Lin Yuliang felt as if she had been struck by lightning. So this was the whole reason she came back for her. Just because she couldn't have any more children, just because she was now the sole heir to the Lin family. So you came to find me today just to talk about this. Mom has thought it through, so she came over to beckon to me. Does Mom think that as long as she finds you, you'll obediently run into her arms and act out a touching scene of mother-daughter affection? Because you're not unwanted anymore. Lin Ji has said, Lin Yuliang, what is this tone you're using with me? Before she could finish, she stood up and interrupted. What was I like before? You don't know, do you? I guess you don't. Growing up, have you ever tried to understand me? If you came all this way to have lunch with me, just to ask this, then I'll be direct too. I have no plans to go back, and I don't want to live with you. I like this city, I like the people and things here, and I don't plan on leaving for the rest of my life. Lin Ji has said, Xiao Jing, you're blaming mom, aren't you? Xiao Jing. Tears welled up in Lin Yujing's eyes, and she turned and went back to school. In the classroom, her friend saw her dejected look and started to gossip. Those two didn't have lunch together. Xiao Lin came back alone. This isn't normal. Yo, what's wrong? Do they fight? Can he even fight? Could Lord One really make Xiao Lin angry? I think, from my observation, they weren't talking this morning. When Xiao Lin came back alone, her eyes were all red. It must be that Lin Yujing went to eat alone at noon, and at the entrance of some restaurant, saw Shen Juan with a new flame, or a mistress, some little vixen. Lord Juan was happily being seduced by the little vixen, and Lin Yujing was fuming with jealousy on the side, unable to hold back her grievance, so her eyes turned red. It's possible. Lord Juan cheated. Just then, Shen Juan returned to the classroom. Nonsense. Shen Juan returned to his seat, then looked at his girlfriend. She didn't look like she was in a good state, so he took out his phone and sent a text. What did you have for lunch? She thought to herself, Shen Juan, should I tell him about my family problems? He's always willing to share everything with me, so I should be the same. But I don't know how to bring it up. She texted, why are you texting? Because my girlfriend won't let me talk to her. Your boyfriend has something to say to you. Want to hear it? I do. Girlfriend, say it. She thought again. Mom said she's sick. It happened so suddenly, I don't know what to do. I just feel scared and angry. But thinking about it, did I go too far with what I said? She's still my mother, after all. She texted, I just did something not so great. I said some selfish things. I couldn't control myself at the time and didn't think much. I'm really sad, really angry. Why isn't he replying? Shouldn't he be comforting me right now? She sent another text. This unloved little friend is sad enough to die. Then her boyfriend took off his jacket, used it to cover their hands, and secretly took her hand to comfort her. Lin Yujing trembled all over, speechless, just holding hands. Lin Yujing, can't you have a little backbone? Learn from Shen Juan. He's even pretending to be on his phone. Then her phone vibrated too. She was about to pick it up when he said, don't move. She picked up her phone and read the message, her eyes widening in surprise. What are you looking at that's making you smile so sweetly, little girl? It was a message from Shen Juan. I'll dote on you. I finally told Shen Juan about my family. After saying it, I realized it wasn't that complicated after all. Parents with a bad relationship getting divorced and remarried. A child who's a little starved for love. A perfectly normal scenario. As for my dad being a live-in son-in-law and all that, even if I didn't say it, Shen Juan probably would have guessed. So what would he think of my situation? He said, so why do you think you did something wrong? Maybe I was just too upset when I heard she was sick. My first thought was actually about myself, not about worrying for her condition. The next 2 surgeries, I feel like I'm a bit selfish. Even though we don't live together, I still don't want her to be sick. I hope she can live well. She's still my mother, after all. He smiled at her too. Too soft. She always uses sharp thorns to protect herself and will retaliate without hesitation when faced with danger, not letting anyone get close. But if you break down that solid wall and peel back that layer of thorns, inside, she's still soft-hearted. She said, why did you stop talking? I don't want to talk. I'll get distracted. But right now, I need to use all my self-control to resist the urge to hold you. She deserves all the best things. The two held hands tightly. I really didn't expect you to have this kind of awareness. Boyfriend. Hearing her call him boyfriend, he shyly pulled his hand back. Of course. How can deskmates act like this? Friday. After the unpleasant argument last time, Mom hasn't contacted me either. I've done a lot of research. Unless there's a suspicion of malignant complications or the condition has progressed severely, a full hysterectomy isn't necessary. This means her symptoms are severe, so surgery is needed. Should I take the initiative to call her? My mind was a mess. Shen Juan said, you've been staring at the basic electrical engineering exercises for 180 years. Stop looking. Choose C. We're not going home together today. Oh, okay. It's not like I've ever gone home with him. Uncle Lai is definitely coming to pick me up, so I have to tell him. But before she could say anything, he took her phone. He said, We're going home together. What? Home together? She said, classmate Shun, please have some self-respect. I have no intention of going home with you. He said, all right, then we'll just walk to the school gate together. We'll leave a little later than everyone else, so no one will notice. She thought for a few seconds and finally agreed. He tapped her on the forehead. Do your homework seriously. Stop chatting with your deskmate. Let's go wait for me. Being distracted by Shen Juan like this, my mood actually lightened up a bit today. The two of them deliberately walked behind the other students. He looked at her with many things he wanted to say in his heart. Then he ruffled her hair. We've been normal deskmates for a week, girlfriend. Shouldn't I collect some interest? Lin Yuliang looked at him, about to say something. Teasing her, she widened her eyes, her pupils trembling. She hurriedly pushed his hand away. What's wrong with her all of a sudden? She panicked. So many days have passed. I thought she had already left. Did she see everything? Lin Jia said, who was that just now? She said, my deskmate. Lin Jia said, you two came out together. You must have a good relationship. She said, his grades are quite good. We exchange knowledge from time to time. Lin Jia said, discussing from time to time? Mom doesn't think it's that simple. Is what you two are discussing related to studies? You two are dating, aren't you? The reason you don't want to leave with me is because of him. Lin Yuliang froze, stunned. I was clearly hiding it so well. I could usually pretend to be just innocent deskmates, but why can't I deny it now? Once I denied it, it would be like denying Shen Juan's existence. Just the thought of it made me feel sorry for him. She said, no, it's not because of him. I don't want to leave with you simply because I don't want to. I won't decide whether to stay or leave for anyone. Lin Jia said, the most important thing for you right now is to study hard. Look at what you've become. Your grades are dropping, you're talking back to adults, and now you're not even studying properly. How old are you? What do you know about life? Let me tell you, Lin Yuliang, I absolutely will not allow you to be in a puppy love relationship. She said, Mom, the world doesn't revolve around you. Many things you've already decided on have already happened. It's not like everything can go back to the beginning just because you say you regret it. Then she got a call from Uncle Lai. Hello, Uncle Lai. I'm sorry, I'll be right there. Shen Juan was still standing there distractedly. Lin Yuliang's expression, just now, was a bit off. Did she see something or someone? Then he received a message. He thought it was from Lin Yuliang, but it wasn't. It was from He Ting's song. Shen Juan, no matter what anyone says, I'll always believe you. What is this message? Call me back as soon as possible. What do you mean? You don't know? It's all over the forum. Have you seen it? An insider has revealed that there's a couple at number 8 high school, and the male party cheated. The rumor is that the one who was cheated on was his childhood sweetheart, the white moonlight of his first love who came back from abroad. Shen Juan was completely baffled. I cheated? The only female that grew up with me is my dog. He Ting's song said, Lord Juan, if it's not true, it's not true. Why are you cursing yourself like that? Shen Juan's face darkened. Are you looking to die? He Ting's song said, Lord Juan, I completely believe you. You're definitely not the type to abandon his wife and kids. You and Her Majesty the Queen will be together forever. Lin Yuliang and Lin Jia were sitting in a cafe talking. Xiao Jing, Mom is flying out tomorrow. Are you going for the surgery? I've looked up this illness before. It's actually not that serious. It's not absolutely necessary to have a full removal. Lin Ji has said, conservative treatment has a high risk of recurrence. It's too much trouble. It's better to just have the surgery and remove it. Let's not talk about this. Mom is mainly here today to talk about your matter. I looked into the situation these past few days. That boy's name is Shen Juan, right? Xiao Jing. I don't think I've ever told you this. Meng Weigua and I met on the first day of university registration. I still remember that day, what he was wearing, the first thing he said to me. At that time, I thought he was my destiny, that we would be together forever. She was stunned. This was the first time she had mentioned Meng Weigua. Mom would never say such meaningless things before. Lin Jiha continued, but you've seen the result. Xiao Jing, you're still young. No matter how important you think this person is right now, it won't lead to anything. Many people say you're like me, but She interrupted, I am me, and you are you. What is your failed relationship proof? Is this supposed to be hereditary? Lin Jia said, this has nothing to do with your relationship. At your age, dating usually doesn't lead to anything. Everything you invest in it is a waste of time. She said, you don't know the outcome of many things before you decide to do them. Isn't there a risk in buying stocks? It's the same with doing business. Lin Ji has said, you're only 16. This is not the time for dating. Besides, how many 16-year-old boys are truly sincere? ear. You must make it clear to him, or I'll do it for you. She said helplessly, actually, I know Mom is right. I don't think anyone will be with me forever in this life. I can't imagine a future with anyone. But that person is Shen Juan. It's because of him that I want to see what our future will be like. Once I've decided to take that step, there's no reason to back down. She said seriously, I won't. Lin has said, you're not an adult yet. You have no right to decide. I'm telling you for the last time, you must break up with him. I won't. You have no right to raise me. Lin has said, even without a lawsuit, she had the right to raise her. I'm not going for the surgery for now. I'll cancel my flight tonight. Tomorrow, I'll go to your homeroom teacher and handle the transfer procedures for you as soon as possible. Lin Yuliang said, no need. I'm not going. I'm not transferring. She stood up angrily. I said, I'm not going. Why do you have to control me? Why do you have to come back whenever you want to make decisions for me? Why should I listen to you? You want everything your way. You were the one who didn't want me first. You were the one who gave up on me first. Why do you have to decide my life? After speaking, she turned and left the cafe, then hailed a cab home. What should I do now? She will definitely go to the teacher, to Meng Weigua, and maybe even to Shen Juan. She absolutely does what she says she'll do. The driver saw she was unhappy and asked, little girl, are you all right? We're almost there. She stopped the car in front of Shen Juan's tattoo shop. I want to see him. I want to see him. I want to talk to him. I want to see him right now. Shen Juan was sitting in the living room, drawing and writing, when he suddenly heard the door open. It turned out to be his girlfriend. But his girlfriend didn't look to be in a good mood, her eyes still teary. He reached out and held her hand tightly. She sat down and said aggrievedly, Shen Juan, what Lin has said might all be right. Grades, the college entrance exam, are all important at my age. But Shen Juan and I, he said, I'm here. She said, Shen Juan, talk to me. Say anything. Suddenly, he pulled his hand back sharply. Then he gently lifted her still aggrieved face. He leaned over and gently kissed her forehead. Be good, don't cry. Lin Yuliang's heart was beating uncontrollably fast at this moment, as if enveloped in gentleness. I could feel it. His fingers, his breath, his scent. I will never forget this feeling. She wiped away her tears and said, I smelled it just now. You smell like disinfectant. Did you go to the hospital? He said, the situation isn't good. He's been lying down for too long. His immune system is weaker than a normal person's. His lungs are infected and his heart is starting to fail. I also saw Ai Zhenhai. She panicked. What's he trying to do again? What did he say to you? Don't listen to anything he says. Don't let him affect you. He ruffled her head. I'm not that easily affected. Don't worry about it. I just want you to know I can tell you anything. Me too. Anything that makes me happy or unhappy, just tell me, and I'll listen. She was stunned. The moment I saw Shen Juan, I really calmed down. I understand Lin Jia's stubbornness better than anyone. I also realized my own powerlessness in the current situation. Getting custody back, handling the transfer, taking me away, she can do all of these things easily. And what about me? What can I do? Scream and resist like crazy, go on a hunger strike, drop out of school, run away from home? I can't act rashly. Maybe things aren't that bad yet. I'm only in my second year of high school. At most, there's another year and a half. If I compromise for now, maybe Shen Juan and I still have a chance. She looked at him, wanting to speak, but holding back. But should I really tell Shen Juan all of that? The matter with Ai Zhenhai, his problems? Shen Juan already has too much on his shoulders. Do I really have to make him carry my burdens too? She stood up and said, I'm leaving. Shen Juan looked at her, his brows furrowed, his face clearly showing disappointment and loss. She said, go to bed early, okay? Don't stay up late. Then she turned her face away. He's definitely going to be disappointed in me. Shen Juan bit his lip in annoyance and called out to her. Lin Yuliang, are you planning to push me away like this for the rest of your life? Lin Yuliang said, Shen Juan, I might have to go home. She looked at the disappointment in his eyes and said, I have to go home. He said angrily, what do you mean? She said, crying, it means you might have to get a new deskmate. We're going to be apart for a while until graduation. Shen Juan was stunned. I should have known something was wrong with those strange things at the school gate. What exactly happened that day? He said firmly, I don't agree. She said, Shen Juan, some things are not for you and me to decide. A year and a half is really too long for me. I don't have the confidence to maintain this fragile relationship. I don't know if Shen Juan can hold on either. But she said, I'm not a brave person. I often just want to run away. I'm not sure if I'll run away one day, but I remember what you once said. So just consider it as me having used up that one chance you gave me. He asked heartbrokenly, what did I say? I said, "You once said you wouldn't give me another chance to abandon you, that you would never let go." As I spoke, I hugged him tightly. "You can't abandon me. You'll never let me go, right?" His eyes were filled with sadness and heartbreak. Then he also hugged me tightly. I absolutely couldn't defy Lin Sai-ha, and I didn't want to drag Shen Juan down with me. So I pretended to have come to my senses and told Lin Sai-ha that I would go with her. I didn't expect Lin Sai-ha to act so quickly. The very next day, she had everything arranged, as if she was afraid I would go back on my word. Lin Sai-ha went to Meng Weigua to ask for custody, and of course, he didn't refuse. I was like a ball being kicked back and forth. Lin Sai-ha said, "Xiaoyu, you might blame mom now, but you're still young. Many things will fade with time. When you meet someone better in the future, you'll realize that your youthful stubbornness was just childish and ridiculous." The custody procedures would take a few more days, so I temporarily moved into Lin Sai's house. The door was locked from the outside, and my phone was confiscated. I felt as if I were cut off from the rest of the world. Lin Sai-ha called out to me once, but I couldn't be bothered to respond. Only after Lin Sai-ha went into the bathroom did I open my eyes, sit up, and look around. She was taking a shower. It's been 2 days. I finally found an opportunity. Where did she hide my phone? I found it, but there's no internet, and the SIM card has been removed. Why is my chat history with Shen Juan so short? I probably won't get this phone back. I might as well use a camera to photograph all my memories related to Shen Juan. Alright, there are also some photos. The moment I saw my boyfriend's picture, I started to miss him. Shen Juan, I miss you so much. Thank you all for supporting Screening Room number 3. Subscribe and like to give our channel more motivation to create more wonderful stories. Wishing you all the best and a beautiful day.